different jobs. Jose Diallo and Inspired have completely different jobs. How you base the metric around how Jose is doing is completely different from Inspired, who's perma-farming. So it's like, from my perspective, 12% is crazy.
I mean, I will say Umpty did beat Inspired in the spring split of 2024.
True.
Just because Inspired beat him the other 2 times doesn't mean it can't happen again. Okay, predictions for this series for me. I'm struggling with this, but listen, man, I am so scared of Inspired. I am so scared of Inspired teams.
A lot of people are.
But let me tell you, if you're Inspired and you're actually playing with 3 losing lanes on a consistent basis, I think that's too much. I think Inspired...
Based on the Discord channel.
Listen, I think Inspired, and I agree.
Okay.
I agree, actually. I think in every single one of these lanes, Inspired is incredible. He's maybe one of the best players in the world when his lanes are winning. So FlyQuest won all their lanes last year domestically, had the highest domestic win rate of any Tier 1 team. They go to Worlds. What happens to their lanes? They are losing.
Yeah.
And then they flame out.
Yeah.
They are going to lose lanes. He's not the jungler who's going to flip the game and make a comeback play. He needs his lanes to win to drive you to victory, which is why I have to go.
Ices in the pocket, we're saving for lunch. Not the real shellfish, we just haven't learned much. Oh well, that's miles away. Oh well, that's miles away. And nothing between now and
Gentlemen, it's finals weekend. All right, I love an intro song. Like, nothing beats a good intro. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to finals weekend for LCS. Hope we're all ready, because we got a banger series on our hands today. If Luna could relax just a little bit. Let me get this out from underneath you. There we go. Okay. There you go. Sit. Sit. There we go. All right, I know I'm a little bit late, but it is a work day, so, you know, pardon me just a little bit.
They won that game. You feel confident about that game?
My question to you all is this. Put it in the chat now. I know we're a little bit late, but I want to know your predictions. Who do you got this series?
To call out
Who do you got?
And your argument, what it should have been, is actually in top lane.
Oh, okay.
Because I think in terms of
Because
like,
personally,
you
DMV from the
argue,
Chainsmokers,
like,
Chainsmokers have a lot of variety to them that a lot of people just do not like. Do not quite like know that they have, purely because like everybody just has this image of the Chainsmokers in their mind of like what they do with their radio hits. But their SoundCloud remixes have been fantastic for years.
So that should have been your argument.
Beamer said we got Liquid 3-1. Mintu said, I think TL will win, but it's 3-2. I'm hoping we're in for a close series today. I really do. I really do.
Plays a little bit more freestyle. As long as Team Liquid
My logic is this. I don't know if we all saw this, by the way. But I'm not, look, I don't claim moral high ground on like a lot of shit. It's not one that I really care to, like, obviously everybody's free to do as they please. But I don't know if you all saw this. I don't know if you all saw this. It's LYON like really heavily indexing on AI use in some of their shit, like saying the Sabrina Carpenter is at the venue. Hi from Australia. Oh, hey, Aussie, 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 baby. Come on. I hate this shit. Dude, just do... We really got to resort to AI to promote ourselves? Fuck that. Give me TL over LYON all goddamn day today. Give me 3-1 TL. I hope it's close. I hope it's good, but I want LYON put out of their misery today. Also, Inspired's interview saying that I don't know why people called us a super team. We have players like Isles and Dokla and freaking Saint. I wouldn't consider them superstars. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, come on, you're supposed to be boasting up your teammates. Like, what is this shit? Ah, whatever. Whatever, bro. Fine, you do you. That's how you want to, hype up your team. You go right ahead. I don't think LYON doesn't have the staff for that. Bro, it takes one social media person. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Super excited for this one. We had both these teams coming in with big expectations. Like you're saying,
all right, let me...
We power ranked them first. Number one. They are not first.
Let me tweet out about the stream real quick.
Exactly. We still have a chance.
Yeah, if you're a Jad believer, if you listen to Jad's words from the pre-show, yeah.
And then across, of course, anytime any team is going to sign Inspired, the MVP of the North and the South, it's going to be a huge story. It's going to be a big deal. And it seems like just in time, both these teams have gotten back on track. And now we get to see which one is going to be able to make it to the destination.
But because they had that slow start, only one of them can go to Brazil, right? You need to be top three. Second and third seed are going to play in the America's Cup. You need to be number one to go to first stand. One of them will.
All right, let me tweet about this. We got that. I can share the YouTube live stream.
So now they have to take each other out if they want to keep those dreams alive.
And then you go to the expectations of the teams.
Watch party live now.
You look it on paper, you think, yeah,
there
this
we
is
go.
A roster that should be able to compete for that.
And then
LYON as well. Didn't expect these teams to be at this position at this stage in the tournament. But like you said, only one can continue forward. I'm hoping that we get a full 5-game series because we had all 3-0s last week. I think if we're going to have
all right, there we go. Everything is officially set up. We're good to go. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live everywhere.
Chovy commented on it and was like, yeah, he doesn't
Sweet.
feel that strong anymore. I'm like, well, if Chovy's, bad mouth.
Also, this just happened recently, but Leopard Noodles, thank you for the follow. All right, let's get into draft here. Give me winning lanes for TL that have some ability to team fight, and I think this is a wrap. I don't think Inspire gets to play the game at all. Philippines, bro, much love. Hey, you're we looked at this the other day on the podcast. It's wild. The Philippines is like my third most viewed country third highest country in terms of viewer base on like the last 28 days of content on both TikTok and YouTube. It's wild. Okay. Inspire takes away the Nocturne. Fine. Giving Berserker Varus is interesting. Varus, I feel like, is really, really good right now. At least within pro play. Within solo queue, I don't have faith in as many people to be able to show up.
Yeah, Nico banned away, but the Akali still is on the table. And I love the Orianna first pick because
let me speed this up real quick. Playback timer.
We can get jungle counter pick here for the Wukong and Lion.
Yeah, that's a pretty good combo between Jose and even from the first game in the LCS, they had really strong synergies. We'll see. Very good team fighting here, but it doesn't give any tells with Orianna Wukong very standard opening here. Going to be some very strong 5 team fighting. We have ShyKnock.
Oh, yawn on Ezreal. Now, I know Spawn said that like Ezreal's his best champ,
good names.
But
You know,
LYON has
One of them is a good name.
maybe a little
okay,
more
Rakan I like.
after of the name.
Honestly, I like the Rakan pick
but
a lot.
LYON being delivered with a Rakan as well. Like this engage is getting really, really strong from Team Liquid.
The grand wave.
A lot of go buttons. Lux would be hilarious, but no.
No ShyKnock.
Keep
It's no
trying, buddy.
ShyKnock.
It's
We'll
okay.
figure it out
Maybe in
eventually.
your own time. You know?
Just gonna pick support and lane. No.
I like some of these other divers that
For a banger series today, you and me
with the
both.
hovers, but you know where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Azir.
It's going to
Yep.
end up with the trade. The Emperor
Yep.
of Shurima,
That-
in the end,
That makes
is gonna
sense.
Go into Orianna once again.
It is interesting, though, you know, that while that is not surprising, I do still think you need some sort of dive buddy, right? So now you're looking more at like a carry style top lane for Dokla, you know, something to be able to bring in and actually pair with that. You know, if you could get some hard engage, there's still things like the Rumble that Dokla obviously really likes. You can go towards Mbessa, but he hasn't played that. You can go towards Renekton, but you need
Cool, is it?
something to
I mean, he
be flying that
basically
back
did
line.
in his interview. That's the
Otherwise,
wild
Inspired
part.
will be a little bit out
Like,
on his own.
by
It's
all means, I
interesting,
like
too,
the ego. I
because
like
last time he was in
having
this situation, he
confidence
did this build
in
that was a little bit
yourself
controversial,
and
where
in
he
your
was going
team,
for
but
Abyssal
I don't
and
know
kind
if I
of
like
yeah,
ego
Yari's
from
going
the.
for his tank style.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something to like a Nautilus for Isles here.
Yeah.
You know, like a Varus Nautilus bottom lane. Get that point and click. Can be very effective versus Orianna as well if you can get a good angle. And it gets some engaged supports to go into this Rakan.
Yeah, we even saw the Nautilus hovered, and then they switched to the Azir. Now, Poppy banned from Team Liquid Alienware. Let's see if they ban away something like the Nautilus as well, because that might be in their mind.
Okay. Sorry,
too,
I'm
with their
checking
last
my work
ban.
stuff as well.
Lion so far
Oh,
looks
start the
bottom
prediction.
with
You're
Jhin,
right.
and then the
You are
Rumble. So they do
100%
take away
right.
Morgan's Rumble. Give Dokla some more insurance there in the top lane.
Game one of
Definitely
today's
playing a good
series,
combo with
TL
TL
versus
already showing
LYON.
here, and Morgan has been a big topic.
There we go. You got 5 minutes to put your predictions in on Twitch chat if you're over on YouTube. Unfortunately, no luck. No luck at all.
He hasn't had like the best laning phases since he has.
What ADC do we got here? I mean, Xayah, honestly, with a Nocturne is a really good
They
pick.
are red side, so you can save.
And I like Xayah
three
Rakan as a
counter
lane.
pick, the last counter pick.
I know they're probably going to go
Those are
Ezreal,
words when he
and
was
that's
on
fine,
Forums.
but
He was
like
you
I
can take
really
one
like
top lane out
Xayah
of the
Rakan
game, and it's
as
the
a
same
duo.
game in this current meta right now, so I'm sure that he's comfortable with whatever he's going to go for. But the Nautilus is banned away, so they did follow that same track, and that means that Isles is going to have to find something else if he wants to be some of that additional engage for the team.
This is interesting because Bard serves two purposes. Like you can also attack side lanes with Nocturne, blow people's flashes, or you can protect the Varus from like Wukong
Okay.
and
I'll
Rakan
do that
engages
later.
with defensive
I'll do that in a
barrels.
bit.
They don't have to go that option though. They are going the full offense.
Leona, I like Leona
Then
pairing with
just go
Nocturne.
Leona. That is super long range. It's not point and click on the Orianna, but you should be able to hit those.
Yeah, and is good setup, of course, for the Varus as well.
What
If can
are
land
you
any
gonna
sort of
do?
CC from the Leona, then you're
I mean,
doing
Ezreal
something.
just
You
feels
already
like a
know,
LYON
you know, the
pick.
Chains of Corruption, all of that is going
Ooh,
to come
Kai'Sa
through.
I like.
Kai'Sa's the option here for LYON, so when you're playing against something like the
She
Nocturne,
gets
a lot of times people
fucked
think,
in lane though.
I need to play something defensive.
That's going to be the
but
only
sometimes
thing is like
competitors
you're
just
picking
pair
a
with that
losing lane
dive,
here.
just go
Leona
in with
Varus
them,
beats the
have a lot of
shit
repositioning
out of
tools
Rakan
as
Kai'Sa.
well, with both the E-Invis and the ulti to try to stay safe. And the question is, you know, can you really get a lot out of this last pick?
Renekton?
Coming
Eh.
through, the standard that we're seeing these
Okay.
days really is just the Gnar as kind of that answer in topside. And so I'm curious if Dokla's going to go for something a little bit more spicy or if he's going to bring something else out. But Morgan, that's his most played by far in his career, you know, is that Renekton, and it's his best chance.
What do we
So
got?
I just don't know that they're going to get
Might
a
get bad
ton
Sunday.
out of this top counterpick.
I don't think it's
Unless
supposed to get that
Varus.
bad.
Hovering all 80
Ooh, are they
carries,
gonna
which
do
means it
Varus
would be
top?
Varus top if they lock in another marksman.
That would be hype.
So it was nerfed. It's not as
Oh
crazy impressive as it
my
used to be,
God, it
but
is a
it's
Varus
still
top for
very
Dokla.
impressive.
Really?
And Dokla has put a
Oh.
lot of time in solo queue into a lot of range top champions.
Interesting.
As a lot of top players do. So this one
Okay,
will be very
so
exciting to
that
watch.
changes things
This is
pretty
really interesting 'cause I
drastically.
do think it's
Now
miserable
you
to
have-
this champion, percent health damage,
You
really
have
good
Prio
harass,
in
push
top
away
now.
win, can take
Mid's
place.
about even.
But
I
that
think you
being
have
said,
Prio in
How
bot.
does the composition actually play out? Like Nocturne
Like,
feels
here's
so
the thing.
disjointed from what the rest of the
This
team is
feels
kinda
like
doing.
winning
You know,
lanes, and
Varus,
Nocturne
Xayah
should be able to
feel like they
gank
wanna
him.
disengage and kite back.
But if you get into Team
Nocturne
fights,
is
Team
just kinda
Liquid's gonna
randomly
roll
flying in
this
by
over.
himself. And so I do wonder if Inspired's
I-
going to be in this
I'm-
awkward situation
ooh,
where he's just kind of
this is gonna be
almost like
interesting.
a tank Nocturne again. like he did last time,
Interesting.
because it does feel very disjointed. And yeah, you can bully in the 1v1 generally.
Dokla
very
Varus
early,
is a
but it's not a 1v1 game. And when you think about the 5v5,
that's an interesting
you have
one.
Rakan, Wukong, Orianna, so much powerful engage.
Let's
that
see
now
how the
has
prediction's
3
going on
prime
Twitch
targets
chat.
between the
It
Zyra,
is
the Varus, and the Azir.
TL is
If you
currently in
can
the
connect
lead
on
by
any
a
of them,
good
they could
bit,
be in
but I'm
trouble.
curious to see if
So,
anybody swaps.
I just got alerted from
Alright, here we
Stats
go.
that this is the first top Varus we have had in LCS history.
In
What?
history.
This is the first top Varus ever?
And everyone's been like, oh my god, I've seen so much
I've
of
been
this in solo
auto-attacked
queue.
before.
Yeah.
Huh.
Everyone's like, wow,
Alright,
I've seen
well,
this
my
so much
eyes go
before in
top.
solo queue, but
Shout out.
this is the first
I have the
actual
Varus thing
LCS game
put away.
that someone has
Here we
been
go.
allowed to do this. Now, of course, yeah, it was toned down again a bit since it was the most egregious form.
The identity of the LYON draft
Very,
is you
very
just win every lane, Nocturne's able to stay ahead, and then you're never able to really like engage into them all that much because they're just too far ahead, and Varus can ult you, Azir can shuffle you away, Leona blocks the way. Like, I can see the idea where it works, but you have to win your lanes. If they get behind, this is going to be a problem. Also, T1 Varus skin, fantastic choice.
Game expectations. I want to start framing some of those of what we can kind of see from these junglers, because Nocturne usually I don't think of doing much.
We can see them
Almost
farm.
like with Wukong,
turn.
yeah?
I think that's what we can
Volume
see,
up a little
but I'm just interested to
Let
see
me know
what
how the
build
volume
Dokka's
is for
gonna
you
do, 'cause
guys.
He's going PTA. I'm
If I need
expecting
to
be
adjust,
Dusk
I can
and
adjust.
Dawn. That's
Know which side of the jungle Inspired's on. You have to assume he's going to cover this Varus, and you cannot even like go for a gank on the Varus. It's a barrier Varus, so if Nocturne is anywhere close and can counter gank, then you will lose the 2v2. So you really want to try and...
I know Dokla's been a big advocate for range top laners. Thoughts on the pick here?
It seemed great, and then we have been actually on the past 3 weeks of practice, we have been looking for like a champions that can be flexed a lot, and then it was one of them. I think first top will be like good
nuke the
just
stream trying
generally
to
looking at
No,
any
my
champion,
internet.
it can
I
be, like, a
realized that I
face gank
hadn't.
while doing, like,
I
enough
didn't
damage, so it's really good. And then
hardwire. Oh my
it's really good in
god.
terms of like we could
I didn't
like, save
hardwire
our
my
picks
PC,
for the
and
further
because of that,
series.
the connection
Like,
dropped
we have
on
been
it.
actually focusing on winning the BO5, not just one game, and then it's on the process, so I feel happy about
That's
it.
on me.
And final question is kind of a Sheep Esports interview talked about your relationship with Inspired, having worked with them prior, and how kind of like you guys view the game similarly and how you can express that to the team. Can you talk about that working relationship that you have?
I mean, Casper
sure
and
Twitch should be
I
able to
are,
work right
I
now.
don't know, I feel like we're friends, not that much of like a co-worker or something like that. We're just friends, we just talk, we both like to talk about the game a lot. It used to be with Impact too, but now he's on different teams,
Okay.
so we
Yeah,
talk about
Twitch
the
is
game a
back.
lot, and then,
Cool.
yeah,
Everything
I think,
should be
I
good to
don't know
go.
exactly what Casper meant by we view the game the same way, but like what we have in
Bro,
common
what
is that
is-
we want to win the game in the most simple and easy way possible.
What
and
is
then
this
that's
interview?
where I think me and Casper aligns a lot, even though sometimes we have disagreements. So I think that's it.
This is
probably.
just like
That makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate the time that you spent here. I'm going to send this one straight back to the casters. Thank you a lot.
That was interesting. Okay,
Thanks,
fine.
Raz. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an important game for Dokla because Morgan has been such a point of contention for every team going up against him. He had an
Big Do's going
incredible
ranging.
series last week, destroyed Castle, and
How long
Spawn
about-
went to Twitter to kind of
have
shout
you had
him
this
out
computer? I've
by
had
saying
this
he felt
computer
like
for
he
2 years now.
completely took Castle out of the series and dominated from
It's
the
a good
top
PC.
lane.
It's
I
just
thought he
the
was
like
super
Wi-Fi
impressive.
versus wired is
And
tough.
when you're going to bring out a pick like this against such a strong player, you have to do
SES.
well, because this is the kind of performance that Morgan put up last week. And, you know, at 14 stats, plus 544, 7, 1, and 15 throughout the series. He was just dominating Castle, and Castle is considered a good laner.
And Morgan now is on his signature champion. He has over 100 professional games renected, spams this thing.
There we go.
Definitely a signature here, so we'll see
Alright,
him pushing
Morgan,
back out as we get the recall
no TP on
for
Varus.
Dokla. And of course it is Flash Barrier Varus, so Dokla's
He
gonna
shoved
have to
that out
walk
pretty
his way
good.
back
It
to
should be
that minion
denied
line
for
and
at least like
crashes
3
into
of
the
those.
wave.
Yeah, early game, Morgan's actually playing just fine into this range top lane. He's going to be matching the CS. Dokla walking all the way.
Nice.
Will catch some of this wave, but
He's got
it's
the rest.
essentially even
That's
up
fine.
here in the top side.
Yeah, and he's not going to be going Dust and Dawn, right? Because he has a
Okay.
longsword. So we'll see where he is going
Okay.
to go as far as his build is concerned. But yeah, I mean, Morgan had the earlier base, was able to get right back and push that out one more time, just base again. And he's going to be going in for some early merch treads, probably.
Yeah, interesting
Good
that he went
dodge.
for the magic
go.
resist. I'm wondering if almost this was like an audible from Dokla, like, get him to build a magic resist, and I'll go for the AD. As Morgan is, again, just kind of pushing Dokla out here. Hits level 6 early. Dokla will trade
Good trade,
big
though.
damage.
He misses the cannon off that
Really
trade, too.
good trade.
Morgan's doing a good job.
Oh, yeah. And Morgan's able to pick up his. Well done.
Interesting too.
I mean, 5 CS difference is really not all that much.
We saw a little bit of junglers meeting up on bottom side since both their clears are pointed to this half of the map, but top side Scuttle Crab means our usual excitement for the level 6 Scuttle Crab will be a bit dampened.
Okay.
It's not next to the dragon.
Okay,
and
Inspired.
so Inspired here poking around, but
See how that works for you. Doesn't really mean much now, does it?
See him as the dragon does get leashed, and they have the extra information that he was just down here. Meanwhile, Jose getting his extra base off.
Bot lane CS-wise,
we're
Kaisa up, which is surprising.
And maybe because there is a lot of burst between the Wukong and the Renekton,
be able to get a little bit further ahead in this.
HP, so get one shot or something, but going to be interesting to see how that works out.
No, magic resistance is
thus
fine
far it's just
for
dead even. I feel
Varus.
like to justify the Varus, what it does to your team composition, I think you have to have a pretty
assuming he's going
because I just think
he's
that
going boots,
Lions
like a boots rush on it. That's actually fine because it was slow with Varus'
DL
E.
just hard engages, shockwaves any of the squishies, and it's going to look
I mean,
good in
Varus is going to do like percentage health damage. It's not. Is it? I don't think it's AP based though. It's AP, isn't it?
Yeah, stack that HP, Dokla. You're going to be in some trouble otherwise. Inspired is topside right now with level 6.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a
this goes to show that I don't know my main all that well. I can't answer this with 100% solidarity on it, but I'm pretty sure magic resistance is going to be better against Varus, especially when he's relying on proccing his blight stacks.
Assuming, all right, well, this
which
guy
is like
a
good chunk of his damage is AP.
Have to play a little bit differently. Of course, his bot side camps are up. He's got wolves ready after this red, so might be leaving the area.
And I love watching junglers like Inspired for reasons like this. He just doesn't contest that top Scuttle Crab. He says, I'm not going to go in for that one. Just stay on my camps and keep clearing, where we've seen so many games contested for those early ones. But Inspired is able to pivot and say, no,
Quid
I'm not
is
going to
doing
be
fine
the one
against
to go for that one, and is still level 6. He's behind basically a camp from Jose Deodo, but we're still waiting for that first big paranoia, that first ultimate from Nocturne.
Yeah, this
can
ain't a
kind of
C9
dictate
game. We ain't
the tempo that this jungler can scale through the game with.
And usually you think, oh, they're going to go
maybe
for
as things get a little bit more touch and
it's
go later.
Orianna Azir
right
matchup.
now,
this thing always pivots on. Level 6 for Azir, trying to blow the Orianna flash. You have a Nocturne on your team. See if they can get that summoner, but there's been
Morgan
really good ward coverage all around mid lane. So nobody getting summoner spells blown early here. We haven't even seen Saint, like go for a shuffle play or anything to try and get it.
That he's on it. Can everybody rotate
really
or no?
Keeping their HP quite high to be ready for the move on first dragon. And Inspired does make it with their push up on the bottom lane.
That's fine.
They're going to be able to grab that. So Berserker and Isles walk on over, shred this thing.
You can tell the pace of this is slowing down.
They just decided to back off. They're going to see if they can find maybe some sort of action as they go back to lane.
Yeah, engage here onto Isles. Who's in the blades in. Jose Deodo is trying to punish, but Isles still taking enough to walk away.
My idea there, I think Team Liquid are just trying to bait out like a defensive Nocturne ultimate and say, oh, if we harass him enough, maybe we could get Inspired to use the Nocturne ultimate and we'll just back off, but not Inspired says, I'm fine, I'll just keep on farming. Isles is also fine.
Use Shockwave as well, and Saint it can just shuffle away. Okay.
Yeah, gonna be
That's
okay.
fine.
Just Quid pushing in here. It
Plates
does allow him to get enough pressure that he gets that first plate. We can see Morgan on top side did hold a freeze, so he denied an entire wave there from Dokla. Dokla still is up. And while not much was happening in this early game, our stats team was doing some digging on Dokla. So this is the solo queue record, 9 and 6 with a 2.4
Okay, interesting that Dokla's going
so has
letalities.
obviously been practicing the pick. But as Kobe said, first time it's been brought out, not just by him, but period in the LCS history in top lane.
I expect better KDAs
yeah,
in solo queue.
2.4.
Who's he been playing against in solo queue? Who's up there?
Don't exist in solo queue. You just right-click forward, so you tend to dialize as a ranged top laner. I will say that.
Well, hey, so far he is still getting the shove in that top side.
If
good
we continue to
poke
have
from
no
Berserker.
more kills,
Really good poke.
Okay.
Good use of the E from
our
Kaisa.
team with going to look at every opponent from each
Scaling-wise, which team is doing
games.
better? It's interesting. If it was on hit bars, I would have said
their favorite
Lion does
Are
more
there
damage
players?
later, but I just think
Was
the
it
combo
Lorlo
of
playing,
TL is going to be way easier to
AP
execute
Bard
as
up
we
there or
go.
something? What was going on?
I think Lorlo has played too much AP Bard, so I don't know if he's in Dokla's elo.
But they definitely have the range advantage. They have a very, very heavy range advantage.
Nothing. It's got something against Lorlo's elo. That's the problem.
Fair enough. It's a tough matchup for the Varus top lane, of course. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. There's not a lethality
But
item.
Dokla is going for a very defensive build. We were highlighting, what that first item might be. Well, we know the boots. He's going for the armor boots here and just going to try and survive.
It's going to be Hexblade.
I mean, that makes sense here with the Tunneler finished, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, to me, it's the old school style. You know, generally when it first popped up a lot, people had been doing this. We had been
experimental
seeing,
Hexblade already done for
LCS,
Inspired.
Various places.
And ult's
Speaking
going to
of
be coming
Magikarp
through
Power
soon.
Spike, we have one experimental Hexblade here for Inspired. The Nocturne has ult, and that's a flash out from Quid. As Save looks for the shuffle in the mid lane, Shockwave will trade back some
flash
health
for flash, but Azir does have.
They also have, you know,
Inspired
was
ult for ult, but
so
Azir does
Quid
have
knows
flash
Inspired
advantage.
Is close enough too, so
and Inspired can now
capitalize on
just
that.
ult
Very good
anybody at
flash there.
any
You have to
time.
respect it. Also, good play by Saint. We need to get that.
Don't you mean
flash
Sir
down
Butt
on
Kicks
the
Bard
Orianna
is
to
lethal?
expose a possible
Yeah, I know
area
this
to
lore.
attack. Nice vision toggle here from the observers. Does see the value of all these.
Okay, Morgan all inning.
Morgan again gets the stun here onto Dokla, and Chain of
Good
Corruption will be
flash.
flashed. So it's Summoner Spell down from Team Liquid Alienware's top laner. Flash forward from
not
Dokla.
good.
He fancies himself
Not
the
good.
first
Yep.
blood solo kill. Big Doke
Alright,
showing
that's
up.
exactly what
First
Dokla
top
needed here.
Varus in the LCS and first blood.
Good play.
It's 11 minutes into the game, but he gets it. Nicely done there. And you
Good
see the
play.
power of Varus's base kit. Just annihilating health stackers is so easy for
Alright,
this
the early game was going well for
and
TL,
I
but
do
now in the mid
love
game
the
we got
rush
a
on
few
tier 2
loose
boots,
plays here.
Plated steel caps, so you can just stand there and shoot and don't have to be too scared. Uses a flash to follow, and that means Team Liquid actually will slip in for the grubs afterwards
At
during
least
the
got
reset.
something. Boy,
Oftentimes,
grubs
even when
is
top laners do
something.
get solo kills like that, gonna have to push out the wave after. It takes some more
Dokla's got a
time. So TL,
1,000
they've
gold
swapped
lead right now.
LYON up to the top side of the
Yeah,
map even
good play.
before completing their quests, but
Oh,
don't
before
feel like it's
completing
too
the
big of
quest, I
an
didn't even
issue.
see the
Yeah,
ADC
should be able to
quest not
complete it
done.
here pretty
Oh
quickly.
man.
Watch this one more time. How the solo kill actually went down. And yeah, just the base damages are so high.
Yeah,
I mean, Morgan was trying to go in
that's
for an
just
early trade. He
well
tried to
played
slice
by
and dice
Dokla.
through Dokla, but Dokla hit him with the piercing arrow even as he went behind. And it was also a trade into
Yep.
bone plating. So the trade went pretty bad. He didn't dodge the Q, didn't dodge the E.
Second
and then
he didn't
realized,
dodge
oh crap,
that Q,
I gotta
yeah,
flash
that's
out. But at that point, there's just no getting out.
Yeah, it's
Good
bone
E.
plating, plated steel caps, and he also didn't even have to use his barrier.
Yeah.
So that was not close. To,
Lock in, Morgan.
Yeah, lock in.
What builds out of?
Yeah, I mean, hey, great start for Dokla, though. I mean, that's
I mean,
what was
I'm
exciting
assuming
about the draft
Hexblade,
going
no?
into it. I thought it was going to be mostly Inspired making plays to that top side, but Dokla didn't even need the Nocturne ult behind him. He was just able to get the damage himself.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to, stand there and fight when enemies try and make a play on
Stand your
you.
ground.
The key is hitting all of your abilities, and Morgan had to flash the ultimate, but Dokla hit every single other ability. And pops his blight stacks efficiently there. So
Bot lane
Is
is
that the
going to be
secret to winning
where
lanes,
you
Scobie?
need to
Just have to
focus
hit
some
abilities?
attention
Hit your
now for TL.
abilities and
try it.
Top lane's kind of
efficiently
just
use your
lost.
passive.
There's no point of
Nice point with
ganking
Varus
unless
is
you
really the
really
only
think
ability
you
you
can
have
get
to hit is
Varus
your
with a
auto
flash
attack.
down and get a kill there. But
It's
Jose is
true.
just farming up
You
stuff to one
gotta
right
pop
now.
him.
You gotta pop the blade.
Come
You
on.
gotta hit your E. That one's a tough one.
Sometimes
Second
they're
Dragon
circle,
Dance.
they're wiggling around, they're trying to slice behind you.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, I'm on Kobe's side here. Yeah.
I don't like giving up
Just
the
go the
second
wrong
Dragon in a
direction.
row.
I can't be on your side.
That's fine.
I have to be whatever side Tavares isn't on.
Currently, though, we see the second dragon stacked up now by LYON. So not only that first kill in the top side, it is now
Next
two
one you have to fight for
Drakes
TL.
to them with the Infernal and the Mountain.
Fine
It's
with
gonna be an
letting some
Ocean
stuff go
Soul
for now.
map.
And this really feels like the type of game that Inspired always preaches about. This is one of the big improvements we've seen from LYON.
Oh, here we go. This is that kill on a
never mind.
flashless
Dokla's under
Varus.
He is in a 1v2 right
You
now.
are
Jose Deo
donezo.
gets behind him, and in goes Morgan. Dokla's trying to get the damage
There we
down,
go.
but there's
Nice.
no escape. Shut down
Good
to
job.
Jose Deodo.
Yeah, good wrap around there. He knows no flash. He just used it to get the last solo kill, so easy target there. Jose
Called it out
does
a minute
use ultimate,
earlier.
but that's
Said
about
if you
it.
can get to
And
the
Wukong
flashless
on
Varus,
Trinity
that's a
Force
kill.
Plenty of damage.
He did die, but now they have the set bonus. They got
Boom.
The double hex blade.
Does that give more ability cooldown for the ult? Yeah. We're going ARAM Mayhem rules here.
The real question is, does it make your jungler come gank
he
for
ain't
you
gonna be able to
more?
get
Because
that.
then
No.
everybody...
Clear your wave.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh,
I'm
he got
covering.
it. Barely.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Oh,
he's
he
holding.
froze.
Hey.
Barely.
That's the
Oh,
set bonus. Okay.
No,
Never mind.
we spoke too soon.
I was gonna say junglers would never do this
Bro,
for you in solo queue. They're
people
pushing that wave,
sleep
then
on
turns
Varus
out I'm pro
damage.
as well.
It would actually be
Ooh, good
crazy.
dodge
You'd
by
have to hold it
Quid.
for so long.
Quid is able
His flash
to
is back up.
sidestep the Solar Flare. Look from Isles, though.
Look at that.
I'd
I
be
like
looking
the
for a
pathway
play
out
here
of base
soon.
Too. You saw the Varus was
Also,
was
we're
going
now at
resetting
level
to top
10
side.
and
It's
not
like,
a single
all right, never
Nocturnal
mind.
at this
I
point.
guess we are swapping.
That's
I'm going down
crazy.
bottom side now. And that turret plate actually goes into the dirt.
Yeah, they lost one topside as well. A number of plates have actually just died to the minions, so they missed out on that gold on a couple different instances. So it is the
ADCs are rotated mid. Fine.
And I do worry for LYON going into the team
fights.
Oh,
LYON, you're dead.
Level advantage over LYON. Starts with a couple autos. Does not land
Never
the Q,
mind.
but the E does
Okay.
hit.
I'm
so LYON
surprised Varus didn't ult there.
No ults on Kai'Sa either. So
yeah.
I'm shocked that he didn't ult from the bush there.
For this Rift Herald fight.
Lock him in place, blow his cleanse.
Does have his top lane quest completed,
and then you still got enough power in your kit. You're
so he's
full
got
finished hexblade. That's
extra
weird.
long cooldown teleport if they really need it.
I'm wondering how Team Liquid's going to respond to this lane swap here, as it's the Saint in the top side with LYON's bot lane in the mid.
Yeah,
okay.
I think for TL, it's just about the setup of the next dragon, right? You've given up the first two for this slight gold lead.
Maybe keeping Morgan alive could be a priority as well.
Ooh, good dodge.
In the blade, sidestep by Morgan. Flash Q. And now LYON's got to fight this one. Morgan's trying to get some damage, but Saint picks up the kill. Nicely set up by Isles.
I have to say, these methodical plays from LYON looking
now a gank on the
good.
bot side. They're going to be able to stop that back.
The lane allocations.
Nope. Oh. That was a close
First
recall.
tower for LYON now.
He barely got that off.
Not going to be able to get it. First tower and Rift Herald.
Of turret race top side versus bot side. Plates are going down. Inspired's picking up the Herald, and Saint's getting big damage up on the top side bot. It looks like they're losing, though. Team Liquid are doing more damage down there as Core JJ spotting out multiple members of LYON. So the turret trade goes in favor of Team Liquid.
Getting the first turret bonus is quite nice.
Never mind.
Remember,
they were able to get it
got
first.
The kill bonus, though.
Fine.
The top laner camp was taken. Teleport very deep behind Saints.
Oh,
yeah, Quid had the flash. I was expecting maybe he would go for it, but the deep teleport from Morgan as well. Now the paranoia.
No, Quid,
LYON are turning it back in onto Quid. Still shockwave available. Saint's got to be careful here. It's damage out of Inspired instead. Flashing over. Quid goes down. Shockwave goes
that's
wide.
Top,
LYON
and Morgan's there.
with
Are
the
they going to be able to?
counterplay.
Oh,
Dropping the
God,
Herald
this
now
could
with
be
another
messy.
teleport from Dokla to back up from Morgan's play.
Okay, Varus ult down.
Go wide, but Team Liquid, they lose their mid laner. And also lose that top turret.
Really good read and counter here from LYON. I don't know if they even saw the super deep teleport from Morgan, but tough. Inspired, as soon as this Orianna is walking up at the Azir in the long lane where they don't have a tower anymore, says, fine, we can just ult you. And goes for the more aggressive play. They turn around, they kill Quid instead, and then the deep teleport from Morgan means nothing in the end. I think it was probably just because of the positioning and seeing them Orianna walk up in a long lane that they decided to go for the turn, but it completely flips TL's idea of the play they were going for.
Yeah, it's really nicely done there by LYON. I mean, TL was briefly up 1K. They're now down 700 and 45 seconds.
I mean, they were down 1,000 gold earlier. This really ain't that bad.
You know, if you can move in towards Soul Point, that is going to be big.
I'm trying to remember, was that the first paranoia that we saw? I'm trying to remember if there was an impactful one before that, because that's that was the first one. That's a very late paranoia. That was around like 16 minutes into the game. So Inspired just holding that for the opportune moment, and he'll have it up again for this dragon fight because of that experimental hexblade.
2 dragons as well. Very big advantage here, moving towards the mid game, especially with the extra pressure they can get in the side lanes. I mean, Orianna, again, is in the long lane up here.
Orianna's up top. She does have TP. Varus does not have TP, so it's actually a good position to fight from. Nice. Poke out.
Fight over the setup here, though. Dragon number 3 is huge. Jose,
you got a ton of start this dragon.
Start
this dragon. TP. Oh, YON. How did YON get that half health?
Teleport flank ward over the dragon pit wall, but it's only an Azir that can come in. The composition that LYON drafted, it's really about this Nocturne getting in there.
So don't ping to go for the extra wave on top. I think they're just giving it. I think they don't want to try and like retake this vision. It's a little too dangerous.
Oh, Saint.
So
Morgan.
I actually agree with them. Once you've given up all the vision entry into this dragon number 3, I think it's a good call. Dokla just keep on pushing topside, give this one up.
Okay, LYON is playing this very smart.
Here when it's, you know, Wukong, Orianna, and Wukong's on 2 items.
Yeah, I think especially with their
very smart.
Like
Saints got a lead, 1-0-1. Quid's down that 1 kill from topside. Morgan got the better of in the lane, but it's fine. YON up 300 gold, down CS, but got a lot of plates, so it's ultimately fine.
And I think it means it's going to come down to team fights unless Dokla and Inspired can really create chaos on the side lanes and be able to kind of blow the game up.
All right, what's up next? Baron's up in 11 seconds. All right, keep an eye on this mini-map.
Next ultimate. Especially if they can clean their jungle of wards. I think that's a big thing. Team Liquid have done a good job of getting some of these deep wards. You see both sides of the jungle.
TL does have prio. They have all 5 people top side or mid top side.
Trying to get that
Azir
information
trying to
see
push
which
bot
side
with
Inspired
TP
is
up
hovering now with the
is
Spiders
able to
blue as
join,
well.
but TL will be able to
You
make first
have
play, and they can go on
100%
Dokla.
confirmation.
Yeah, but he's got flash.
And again,
it's
Wukong
not
on
worth
2 items is crazy.
Flash
here.
and
with Thunder Sagai completed, like the team fight power is
But they do have vision.
And
Heavy
so
vision
Inspired's
over the
kind
top
of
side.
Just hovering for counter plays.
And the Nocturne on vision is the least scary Nocturne. So just keeping that vision down in his jungle, knowing where Inspired's going. His bot camps are spawning up here, so maybe
it's a third plate now lost to nobody gets the gold on that for LYON.
You know, LYON is being very respectful of these potential moves that could come out. They know that, you know, Kaisa can move to a side lane and ult in to assist. They know that Wukong could be looking for engagement.
Can't go on Berserker. It's a Xayah.
So they are not having the confidence to walk up and actually get these plates. 3 or 4 that they've lost.
Good
just to minions so far this game.
Nice. There we go.
Core and Quid looking over the wall there for anybody from LYON that walks up, but Saint is still pretty safe here. We'll even heal back up. Nothing to fight over for the immediate future. Baron is on the map, but still a little early to go for that one. So, yeah, you're wondering where that next kind of big fight is going to kick off. So this is going to be one of those games that we're building towards fights. Dragon, and Dokla's still just happily pushing these top lanes. LYON's just happily getting farm onto their Nocturne in their own jungle.
I'm curious to see how this first 5v5 team fight goes.
Renekton is just, there's nothing you can really do in that 1v1.
This is going to be interesting.
Kind of gets worse because it's percent HP damage, and you kind of have to build HP as the Renekton. So it's very, very difficult in the 1v1.
No, everybody's got everything right now.
Want to take the 1v1, can just kill the wave and kind of ignore him, right? So I think the lane assignments here are smart for TL. They are very clearly just looking to build towards the 5v5, trying to get all these major item completions in. Once Quid is on 2 items, especially
Kaisa's at 2 items.
16, that engage is
working on third.
So threatening for these squishy carries.
And on top of just getting, you know, Quid into that lane to just farm up those waves, it also gets you away from Saint, who is currently 1.2k ahead
so
in
interesting
the 1v1.
lead with Jose Diodo
has been
right
fascinating
now.
to follow
He's in the state that he wants to
expectations for myself are pretty high as he gets out of a situation there from Morgan. But he had a slow start to the year. I mean, Saint, we are kind of excited about him from what happened in that last best of 3, but even before that, it wasn't looking great for him.
Yeah, it wasn't, but I mean, Inspired gave an interview where he was talking about him. He was saying his mechanics might be the best ever of anyone he's played with. Even better than JoJo, which is the highest possible compliment from Inspired, because this guy loves JoJo and playing with him. And he was showcasing, you know, what a great series can look like. Last week, it was 29-1-20, if I recall. Yeah, 29-1-20.
Nice. So how does LYON wants to get
a foot wrong in the entire series?
I mean, it doesn't feel like LYON's going to get position to fight from
today, and he said he didn't really know what his job was supposed to be.
At least as of right now, it feels like they're letting TL take a little bit of the map, which is fine because they can turn off the lights and then go in. But it's interesting when you have a Varus and a Xayah who kind of want to peel back a little bit.
His only death was a Hyphy Azir play where he like dove bot turret trying to find a deep shuffle. Maybe tough things on Azir again. You know, could be a worrying trend. But he could have had a flawless series.
Yeah, and some of the credit.
The good thing is if you try, if like Wukong,
with Rigby at the beginning of the day,
Renekton try and dive into them, there's a lot of ability to peel back if you're LYON.
Rigby, you know, with being able to explain, especially for the Korean players, you know, Inspired's kind of view on the game, and
I have no clue how team fights are going to go with this comp.
Seems like both teams. You know, we're talking a lot about the LYON side, but the TL side as well. You know, Azel, you talked to Jose as well before this game, and this has been the goal for both these two squads who had really high expectations.
Rageblade
was better team play, better synergy, better and more concise view of the game. And so far, the game plans have been fairly parallel.
Okay, this is actually a pretty good fight.
Is actually in some trouble in this bottom river. Has to pop the paranoia defensively, but Morgan continues the chase. In comes Jose Diodo.
Nice.
Not going to Warrior Trickster over the wall, but
really got that down. That's free dragon.
He does get the Scuttle Crab, but now this bottom jungle is right for Jose Diodo taken.
Yeah, Inspired turns off the lights there.
There we go.
Because he's worried about the killer instinct coming in from LYON. LYON was trying to trail on the play.
Slow and steady, come on.
Worried about that ult coming in, knowing he would
keep it up.
That was the case, so he holds onto his flash. He does lose his ult, but that means they lose the dragon. So now the dragon advantage is gone. Game very, very close.
Lose top side for it. So you are losing your gold lead slightly.
Which will slightly extend their gold lead, but this
losing.
really is anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, this is twice in a row now where LYON opts to get the top push instead of contesting at the dragon. This time it's because Inspired gets pushed out. Last time it's more because they couldn't control the vision down. So Team Liquid have found a way to tie up the Dragons. Like, they're actually in the Dragon race now.
Tied up in the Dragons,
kind of
but
the
Lions does
composition
have it.
issue, you know, that I was talking about a little
This
bit
mid lane,
in Champ Select is that
it's interesting that
very
Saints
difficult
got
to
such a big
play
lead on the Quid.
You can't really
But he's just
retake
farming.
vision
Like, that's
effectively,
all.
you know,
They've
with
given up
Lions
these last
top,
two
it's really
Dragons.
tough
They're
to
just
walk
making
in. You
sure
have
that
three
he's able to
squishy
get
members
gold.
who are all incredible to engage on. You have amazing go buttons for TL. So that is why they're
I don't
playing so
think
heavily
you
through
start a
sides,
fight
because they
at
have winning
Baron,
side lanes
though.
right now.
Like,
Again,
maybe-
they take the
I don't
bot lane tower. No one is answering Dokla. So TL either needs to send someone down and answer or force a play on top side. They're not willing to start Baron, so Dokla gets this for free.
Thankfully for Inspired, though,
Not good. 2K gold lead.
the ult for cooldown for Nocturne.
They're kind of
is
letting Lion just
fairly
drag him
low,
around the
so
map for
he
now.
can again try and use that Nocturne to put pressure on any side lane pushing out. And at the moment, perfect information.
Oriana's
for
able to
Team
push
Liquid.
bot
They
if she
push on the
wants.
Top side, so nobody going to expose themselves. Morgan up there will be very, very safe. Beefy Renekton with Flash on top of it is just fine. This
Nice.
mid tower
That's a good
finally
tower.
gets knocked over.
Yeah, just walk up and
That was
That's a
brute force,
fantastic
the
tower.
Recon Quill.
It's a very elegant looking brute force, you know? Yeah.
The one little auto here, they
Little feather just.
TL might get outscaled, but
brutally
TL's
get
team
those
fight is
crystals
going to be way
to
easier to
explode on the
execute.
tower.
Way easier to
Carnage.
execute.
Carnage on the Rift right there.
But you can't blame him. There hasn't been a lot of kills. He's trying to
Okay,
get
we
some
got to
play
fight
by
for
play.
blue.
Exactly, yeah. I got to have some fun with it. And I thought
Nothing.
maybe I had a moment
Nope.
here because Jose Deodo was looking at this blue buff.
Nope,
But Lion,
3 minutes until
they have
next
multiple
turn.
members backing up Inspired. They will prevent the invade.
I want to see about the side lane. Yeah, here we go. Dokka's still
Nice,
pushing.
come on, fight it.
Corruption lands. Douglas trying to get as much damage out as he
Ooh,
can.
I think Douglas got
Stacking
him.
up the blight stacks, and now Morgan has to flash out, but
Ooh, nice.
Jan with the
Does he
ult,
get
he
him?
flies in.
does, he
Morgan
lives.
almost goes
Wow.
down. Jan
Great
picks up
play.
the kill.
This is the
And
play
to the
that
person in
TL's been
YouTube
looking
chat
for
that
a
said this
few
game is
times.
boring,
That is
you
why
need to
Inspired
learn to
also
have
really
fun
took
with
deny
macro
that. So they
games.
get out to that side lane,
Sometimes
turn
they
it
can be
around.
interesting.
We see the power of Dokla.
Like this one.
Didn't even use his flash. Almost took down Morgan, even with everyone coming in.
Yeah, the only issue there for Lion is that, like the timing of that play, because they're not going to get anything else elsewhere on the map, but do
This
get a
is
pretty deep
tense.
push on the top lane and leading into the Baron.
Feels like I'm watching a
Got the
tennis
wards up.
match right now.
And it looks like Dokla's going to be going in towards Azonia's next, maybe. He has the cloth armor as well as the Amp Tome, so wasn't sure if he was going to go Jack Show third with the cloth armor or what he was going to do, but with the Amp Tome, I'm now kind of
That kill
assuming
going
he's
over to
gonna
Kaisa
be
is
up for
massive.
that
Dusk and
Seeker to
Dawn
be able
now
to
done
answer
for
this
her.
explosive
Big.
engage. He knows that he is going to be
Both carries on
vulnerable
3
if he
items and can absolutely
Yeah,
take
because
over
to your point
these
earlier,
fights.
Azale, like the early game, getting those first turrets, you can do it with this composition, but as you go further in these lanes, it can get harder and harder against the Kaisa.
Okay, so Dokla
Nice.
does have
Poke.
his
Kaisa
long
can now start
cooldown
poking
top
out with
lane
her W.
teleports ready for this as well. Had to use his barrier, of course, for extra survivability last time, but it just puts more importance on the setup here towards the engage. Honestly, I think we're
Nice.
just going to continue to get farming.
All right,
We've
farm
got 3
check.
item power spikes
30
both
down
80
on bot
carries.
lane.
They are,
Yet Yawn still
they're
has a
ready
lead.
to use it.
Interesting.
They're like, they
Top
are
lane's pretty
ready
much
for this
even.
team
Mid
fight.
lane
If they
way
do get engaged,
behind.
it's going to be explosive.
But that's look,
Azale,
it's
I
a
know
0
you're pointing
late
out the
game
Dusk
now.
and Dawn there on
Azir
Jan,
gets
that
the
third
chance
item.
to
Are you
just
pointing
scale.
out what Dokla's
Oh, here
missing
we
out
go.
on, what he could have, and it's
What
filled.
could have been.
This is what could have been, man.
This is a
This could
good
be a
trap
Sprite
if Saint
180
can
instead.
step up just a little bit.
TL looking for a trap though here onto Saint. Inspired and Isles are
Been wasting a
generally
lot
in
of
the area,
time,
but
though.
Saint is respecting the possibility. He's playing very far back.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating when you have these two type of compositions,
gotta
because
move a
Killer
little
Instinct
bit
on
now.
Kaisa and Paranoia on Nocturne serve similar
I mean, I think
functions.
Dokla's
If
playing it
anybody's out of
decent so
position,
far.
if
He
anybody's
got
too
caught
far,
caught out
pushed
one
into the
time
lane
with his
and
flash.
alone, you can just jump on them.
Ooh,
Now
this is good play.
Inspired is very far forward, has to flash back towards
Okay,
safety.
get
of
out there if you
Dokla.
can.
The rest of the team
Gotta get
comes
on
in here.
bars, gotta do
Isles
something.
with the lockdown on the Morgan. Berserker's free firing.
Nice.
Course trying to lock him down.
Yawn got the
Isles
kill.
first of
Lo-
all.
Saint in the
Team
background.
Liquid still alive for now.
Yawn free
Yawn's
firing.
getting damage on the
Yawn
safe
dead.
forward for Berserker. Can't
Nope.
get the pullback. Dokla will kill Jose Deodo on the side. 1-for-1 trade for now as
Thought
Morgan's
they had him
back
caught.
is stopped. And a scrap results in an even
Did
trade
not.
of kills.
Ooh, Morgan
That's
knows
a
his
Baron
limits so
for
well. He uses
Lion.
his whole health bar, plays on the edge, barely escapes. Still with the
they're
flash,
not
though,
gonna take
they
it?
take
Wow, they're
down
playing
Wukong. You know,
so
the
slow.
attempted Wukong ult, as they were trying to burn down Inspired, gets burned really early on, and so it's support for jungler trade.
Yeah, the range
but
advantage is
because-
quickly
8
becoming a
seconds,
problem.
Berserker's not going to be able to root anyone else, and so no further casualties. But because it is jungler down for the side of TL,
Melee,
means that
top,
Lion can
melee,
just move
jungle,
on
Orianna
over 4
Kaisa
seconds on
into
this dragon.
Varus
And
Azir
the earlier
Xayah.
respawn timer for supports as well, because it's lower level, means
You gotta force
Lion
Baron.
get the big
Yep.
advantage out of that
If you're gonna
trade.
give that up, you
Yep,
gotta force
exactly,
Baron.
and Morgan's just going to TP up towards top. He knows there's no way they can contest it, so they do end up
Nothing?
having to give this. This does mean LYON moves to Soul Point. Inspired, I thought he was going to get picked there because he used his spell shield as he saw the voice seeker coming
got top
through.
Tower.
And then just the early flash immediately as
Still
soon as he saw
soul
someone and turns off the lights, you know, denying that possibility of the engage coming through and catching him, meant that it gave them time to respond. Like, that could have been devastating if he didn't react so quickly.
TL got to force a fight up, like,
gave a lot of time under the cover.
Ooh, that's a pick.
To allow Berserker
That's a
hold
big
on.
pick.
Instinct onto Berserker. Still
There's
has the
the
ultimate
ult.
available. Will pop it. Paranoia as
good
well to back up the AD carry.
It's fine though.
Teleport
That's Zaya
defensively
ult.
from
Now you can go.
Dokla. Team
I mean,
Liquid
Kaisa ult down too, but Kaisa. No, okay, no flash on either of them.
Good
Either of them.
ultimate cooldown
Yep,
trades.
here you
Was
go.
able to get the barrier. Was able to get multiple ults out from the side of Lion, and Baron is
Nocturne ult down as well. He knows it's gonna be straight up.
Saint all alone
Mark
currently.
Saint,
The
Mark
rest of the
inspired.
line now linking up with him. Dokla's getting some damage in over the wall as they're waiting for Berserker to get all the way from base. No AD carry still for Lion.
Ooh, can they burst out inspired? No, Morgan's just dead.
Morgan, they got him. Bears with a kill credit, and Saint goes for the
This is
scoop.
not good.
The
No,
Baron's
not good at
secured,
all.
but the team fight
Get
a
out, get out, get out,
disaster
get out.
for Team Liquid. They've
Quick
already
gets
lost
out.
2. LYON chased back into the top lane here, as it's only Isles on him currently. They're going to need a little more damage than just the Leona. Maybe LYON just gives it to him onto the turret. He will take the entire wave here, stunned up. It's a delayed kill with the rest of the team as Dokla
the range
on a killing
online
spree.
is
I mean, they might
tough
have
to
sent
deal with.
Berserker back to base, but they
Renekton has been rendered absolutely
Top lane
useless in these
Baron,
fights.
and
He can't do
melts
anything. He
that
can't get anywhere.
Renekton. Really thankful for Team Liquid that they were able to get the Baron before losing the extra kills, but it still means Lion have a massive gold advantage. They've got the 3 dragons. And despite that top side play where they got big cooldown advantages, they lose out.
I mean, they had no Nocturne ult and they had no Zaya, so they're thinking, you know what, we can just burn this down, but it's taking too long for them to actually get it. Look at Saint and Dokla on the side are just hitting the entire time, so Morgan goes down quick. Then Berserker is arriving as you get the kill. Saint gets a ton of damage out on the carries on the left side of the fight, and as a result, sure, you got it, but you're starting the fight out 4v5 with no cooldowns, so there's just no way they can actually fight after that, and I think they just overplayed their hand.
I mean, those situations are always so tense. You could tell walking up towards Inspired, you know, Morgan here is trying to push him off in the call for TL. The rest of them are DPSing into Baron, so you're using all your spells there. So even though it's technically
I mean, they got to find a dive on somebody.
if you don't have your
Bars
spells
has
on
no
so
flash.
many champions, then
Or Zaya has no
fighting
flash. You got to try and
capability
find
is
something on
drastically
them
lower.
soon.
And not only did Saints, you know, get a bunch of damage on them, he also got Quid's flash out. Like, that was huge, huge value here for Lion. They burned a bunch of summoner spells off TL, got a bunch of gold.
Oh my God,
yeah, they're just free hitting
Christ,
a
with
Renekton.
that damage.
Renekton is a health target with lower, not very high resistances, and 2 DPS just melting him, while the rest of TL
Ezreal might not have been bad, but
into Baron. That's why their DPS meters there look a lot lower.
Yeah,
I mean, the bigger problem is just top lane is rendered useless. Dokla is 100%.
Kaisa does have one on the other side, so you do have some of these
proving
tools
his worth
over there, but the sustained damage from Lion's comp is so high, and now that they have some of these defensive items in, that as long as they can react and not get one-shot by, you know, Recon Charm into a Shockwave, it's going to get tough. As long as these Lion carries are spread, I think the fight now is really hard for TL at this point of the game.
Yeah, for the side of TL, they do have a Mikhail's as well for Cortege, so maybe they'll be able to, like, you know, get somebody out if they get picked by Leona or something like that. But it kind of does feel like they need to make a, like, multi-person play on a side lane at this point. It's just so hard because, again, you're playing into a Nocturne, and that coverage. Yeah. We've seen a lot of the value out of defensive Nocturne ultimates already this game, and you can just always threaten because Big Dokes is a tanky target, and with the delay power of the double Zonias that you mentioned on the side laners, Dokla and Azir having it, you can buy infinite time, not infinite time, but a lot of time.
A lot of time.
It feels infinite.
Yeah, enough time for the Nocturne to be able to get in range and
relative,
get the
and I want to go back to something that we kind of
now
set
you
up for
have flash
expectations.
again on both Zaya
Liquid
and
Lion
Varus. You got to find a way to burn that
now.
before the next
Coordination
fight.
looking better for both of them, but it's looking far better for Lion in this game. We haven't seen the shock Kong come in from Quid and Jose Deodo. We haven't really seen a lot outside of like LYON flying in for the top lane for that one pick that they had there. It's been some attempts, but they haven't really found the right pieces to work together. I'm very happy though with what I'm seeing from Lion and how coordinated they're looking.
I like that LYON is playing up and baiting this a little bit. Fine with that.
Lion got the first 2 early dragons, so they didn't have to come to these dragons if they didn't want to, and then they just decided to play side lanes for the next one. So
I mean, they got
now
Prio
it
on
is
it, and they
15
can
seconds
TP.
until this Ocean Soul is available for Lion.
Isles is going to see it.
Spotted.
Yep, Isles sees it.
And again, like
they know it's coming now.
Answers for that engage. You've got ultimate here for
you just need to
Zaya,
peel
for
off and try and
Berserker,
burn this.
Multiple Zonias.
need to do your best to try and burn this as fast as possible.
Priority gained by LYON. They're going to have the pressure there, even though TL
Oh,
are in the
W
river
down for LYON. 10
LYON
seconds.
have entry.
LYON's going to try and fight it.
Inspired and Isles are trying to make some space for Berserker and Dokla. The 280 carries are the ones we got to watch in this fight. If they can free fire, Team Liquid's in trouble. They got to find the combo from the Wukong, the Orianna, Kaisa flying in over top to actually take down Berserker and Dokla.
Morgan, oh no, poor JJ already popped ult.
Quickness pop,
Wait.
immediate charm, in goes Yon, big damage on the save, but he's still
Not bad.
alive. Shuffles
okay,
back for
Rakan's
JJ,
dead.
who then falls to Berserker's damage. Team Liquid now stuck in the pit. 3 members fighting their way
Yon
through
has
the
no
river as Yon
ult
does
and
not
is
have
trapped
the
on the other side. He's got to get into the fight. He's got to connect.
4v5. LYON, though, also some
Ooh,
cooldowns down.
Morgan pushing in. He got a bunch of ults down.
But it just doesn't hit enough members. Morgan
Yon's able to free hit here.
Still falls to Berserker. LYON
Not
hold
gonna make
the
a
line.
difference. Nope.
Team Liquid just couldn't quite get across the finish line. LYON.
That range advantage is just tough.
They're just so much more secure in their team fight. Yeah, you got a shockwave combo onto Leona. Yeah. That was it. It hit big, and I'm pretty sure that Leona had Aftershock on too, so that was almost 0 damage there. The bigger part is the first play. When TL tried to make this quick play onto Saint, trying to assassinate him, Yon jumps in, but then
I mean, I get the play on like going for Saint, but it felt like Rakan popped his ult really early.
In there without the Kaisa damage to finish off this kill. It's just a good reaction from Inspired. He knows like, all right, well, you dive in, I'm going to dive in and peel him too, and they get the kill.
Live right now, we have another Paranoia going straight into the mid lane here. Chain CC with the Chain of Corruption coming down.
Oh,
Yon is
Saint's
able to jump away from that one,
yeah.
straight into the waiting arms of Saint, who goes on a killing spree.
It's over. Good draft from LYON.
Quick play here
really,
in the mid lane.
really good
and now,
draft.
Oh, Solar Flare lands the stun onto Quid. 2 kills to LYON.
Wow.
And this is just looking completely over now. You know, TL basically try their first real engage of the game. It gets completely stuffed.
Good 5th pick from LYON that changed this entire game.
They dominate the fight, take the soul, and this is looking like it's wraps.
Team Liquid have Morgan and Jose Deoda to try and hold the line here. Now Core JJ has shown up the Cyclone just to try and clear
just
out
missed
the
everything.
minions, but he
Yep,
still
nothing he
goes
could do.
down. Inspired with another kill. Saint under the turret will go on a rampage.
Wow.
As the turrets fall.
Wow,
ace
wow,
to
wow.
LYON and a Game 1 victory.
I'm a big fan of those white flag emotes for the ace for your team.
Well played by I ain't apologizing LYON yet. I mean, look, that was a fantastic 5th pick. That Varus 5th pick was chef's kiss. Nullified the lane. You had range advantage going into every single fight.
Close games like that. I'll take 5 of those with Team Liquid winning 3 of the next 4 personally. Personally, I'll take that. Raz, how about
that was
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, let me pay out the prediction over here. 16% of you that voted on LYON had a pretty good game that game.
It's Nocturne not using his ultimate, so I'm going to do a bunch of really fast.
I mean, if you're going into game 2, the easiest adjustment, and if you're TL first and foremost, is you are taking last pick, 100%.
The reason I have the minimap blown up is because
you are taking last pick.
But if his whole team,
because flexing Varus to the top side was
extremely conservatively.
Sorry, 5th pick was Xayah, but it flexed the Varus to the top side.
Now he needs to wait for them to bring the team over to him again, right? But look at the way
the interesting narrative point for this game that I like is that
he can 1v1 against the Renekton.
I like Dokla gets his revenge on the team that realistically again should have picked him up. Like it felt like a common sense pickup for Team Liquid.
And just gets to free push in and take turrets on his own. But all this
so
because
hey,
the thing that
here we are.
Really flips
close series.
Versus Azir side lane matchups.
Ben Frankson said, Shy just got here. Was it as much of a blowout as much? No, this game was close for like 30 minutes, but you kind of knew. TL, I think, it's tough because it's like you want them to be more proactive with a Wukong Orianna combo, but they're losing lanes and top. Like you were losing lane and top side. It's next to impossible to gank a Xayah. Azir and Orianna traded for the most part until Quid had a play that he didn't know was going to be their top side. Like ultimately, I don't know. I mean, he had to ult to escape, but that's really nothing.
And then, as you mentioned, Raz, Varus,
Like, if that's the cost of some of these plays that TL is making, is just like Nocturnal, and then you're still scaling with a lane that will naturally win topside.
Yeah, if it's possible, I'd want to see it because yes, just like from the perspective of the Renekton having to.
I think if you're TL, let LYON pick whatever side they want. Just take second pick or take last pick. Don't let yourself get countered like that ever again.
With the range top lane, most of that was solo against the Renekton. If we look at damage on kills, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. Yeah, so champ damage, my goodness.
Yeah, don't look at that Varus. Oh my god. That's incredible.
All right, we got to do player of the game. Let's check out the poll results. It's a tie, so the fans decided again. I voted for Saint. I imagine Inspired or Dokla got some votes.
I think Dokla should get it. Yeah, Dokla should get player of the game. Without question, Dokla gets it. Come on.
It was between Dokla and Saint.
Dokla wins player of the game. The biggest mismatch that we broke down was going to be Dokla versus Morgan.
And Dokla gets the advantage in game 1. Yeah.
To get this and make it an advantage for them in the game.
That was a Varus top lane that you just saw.
You know, I'm glad that the fans broke that because that's a good storyline.
That is a great take.
I mean, I'm staying out of NFL talk for the weekend. We'll worry about that later, like between games or some shit. I'm trying not to think about it all that much. Okay. Interesting that TL is all hanging out inside instead of going outside. All right, we got to let the ads go, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go back and check. Was Dokla smurfing a lane? Yep, got a solo kill on the Morgan. Got a solo kill. Sorry, I got to look at something.
Trying to help you, I'm chasing the dude, chase the dude. Yeah, chase. I'm pushing mid, okay? I need one here.
Alright. Kia ad. Hot right now in LA. I'm glad they aren't outside. Define hot. Define hot. Because unless the answer is like 90 degrees with humidity, I'm still outside. 100%. What is the LYON AI post? They like made up that Sabrina Carpenter was in a LYON jersey at LCS finals, and it wasn't like somebody like doing Photoshop. It was AI. Yo, no. I will now be playing Varus top in the Renekton. Oh god, solo queue just got even worse. Even worse than it already was.
Get fed. Scan the QR code for deals only on Uber Eats.
Let me save this down. Okay, now that we're in between games and all the ads have rolled, let's go back a little bit here. All right, let's see what the snack situation's looking like. Okay, whoever's picking out these bananas for LYON, like maybe they like them brown, fine. Like no world. Again, ripe LA's 91. Okay, fine, fine. I will give you that. Maybe it's better to not be outside. Got some fruit. That's good. Okay, so we got blueberries, we got bananas, we got strawberries, a bunch of water. That's fine. That looks like that kind of looks like Lay's potato chips, but I know it's not. And I think those are a bunch of fruit snacks, like from the looks of it. So overall, not too bad. Could use some nuts, I think. But fine. Okay, that's the full table. Not many options. I will say better than the week prior where we had Shake Shack. Okay, so we're doing better. We're doing better than last week. For TL, we got a monster there in the corner. Quid's eating something. Bunch of Aquafina water. Okay, so we got two monsters, but one of those is we're doing snack. We've always done snack analysis here. I'm a big proponent of the bet. You need to be consistently eating and fueling up throughout these series. That's how you stay hydrated, and that's how you stay mentally in it. Even when you think you don't gotta eat, you need to eat. You need to force yourself to give yourself fuel to work on throughout the series. Come down to Florida. I mean, you don't, dude. I was in North Carolina in summers where it was like 110 degrees and humid, and we were still outside golfing. All right, overall snack review, not bad. Not bad. Sugar crash after an adrenaline rush is a thing. Exactly, which is why you need to be stable. You need to regulate your diet while you're playing over the course of like 4 or 5 hours. It's small things like that that'll help you make the right decision in Game 5 and not just be like overthinking it or just, you know, really kind of like adrenaline bit or like kind of crashing after it's all done. And that's the worry that you have with a lot of Monster on the TL side. And like energy drinks, like if you're drinking a lot of energy drinks throughout the series, you need to make sure you're like maintaining a level.
Welcome and congratulations, Inspired, and winning Player of the Week for this one. That was an insane week. How's it been for you and the team overall? Because you guys have had a huge ramp up.
Pretty chill, honestly. Good to start playing better than we did at the beginning.
Hey, it's perfect.
There we go. Maybe it's sugar-free. Also, caffeine crash happens to people. Yeah. Yep. 2027 Tyler Ryland's nice. We're talking COD in the league chat. Interesting. Where North Carolina? Vietnam.
Oh my god.
There's a lot.
I was down in Vietnam for 4 years.
There's one that comes to mind.
And I think somebody from North Carolina will appreciate me calling that Vietnam.
That support has,
Also, Mizuto, thank you for the follow. Let me get back to the desk here. We can do this for a bit. Oh, man. Sana's looking back in form and Quid looks off. I wouldn't say Quid looks off form. I think that, to me, that was an evenly matched mid lane for a bit there. Fish and Chips, thank you for the follow. Still a chance for Game 5? Absolutely. Yeah. I don't expect the draft gap to be as big in Game 2. They didn't reveal it yet, but I'd be surprised. I'd be genuinely surprised if you saw anybody from, or if you saw TL take anything but second pick.
Honestly, I don't know at this point.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know at this point.
Okay. Most watched stream right now?
Maybe LCS.
Word of advice for the new age junglers in the LCS.
So if you eat fruit and hydrate, you'll feel better. Yep.
There it is.
You got to balance your diet, though. You need protein. You need carbs. You need things to be able to give yourself energy.
Just your team.
We have a knowledge. I have a knowledge.
That's all it takes. And I guess that's the last question for me because that's time.
Zero sugar versus sugar energy drinks. I mean, zero sugar, obviously, like, it just depends. Like, if you're used to zero sugar, fine. If your body craves it, I mean, you kind of need it. Personally, I just like the taste of the sugar stuff better, obviously. And I'm so used to it at this point. Like, I grew up drinking like apple juice like it was water. So I'm so regulated on sugar at this point that it's just normal for me. But I also don't drink energy drinks. I legitimately don't drink anything with caffeine. So carbs are bad for you. Okay, first and foremost, let's dispel this rumor or this now. Carbs are good for you. Carbs are your energy source. Just don't overload on carbs and you're fine, but you need carbs in your diet. Anybody telling you that you don't want carbs is lying to you. Period. You need carbs. If you want to lose weight, just operate at a calorie deficit. That's literally it. Just operate at a calorie deficit, but maintain a balanced diet, and you're fine. Carbs is cheap sugar? No. Carbs and sugar are two different things entirely. No. That they're completely different things.
That comes up later in the series, but it often feels like it like goes pretty well for a while for people, and then at some point he's like, you shouldn't have done that.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
He's gonna be able to punish you for it.
Carbs are not sugar, right? Carbs and sugar are different things.
I will say, it did not feel like...
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying they're not sugar.
I think they were under-aggressive.
Sure.
Did really kind of sit back, and it felt like they're like, okay, great.
Well, look, they list out carbs and sugar separately on labels for a reason.
And they just waited.
Yes.
Until they all had donuts and they had all these answers. And then when CL went for the engage, it was a complete flop.
Yes, can.
Because Berserker has ultimate already from the
yes. Okay. We've gotten into a whole discussion in chat right now about this.
About the next one. Maybe that's the mind game. You say, you're too aggressive. to not go in.
I gotta say, LYON played it really well though, because I do think
Sugar is a carb. Not all carbs are sugar. Well said. Thank you.
I felt they really played well when they were strong, which was
Carb loading on this XL pizza right now. There we go. Man of my own heart.
Side lanes really well. They just played completely to the strengths of the team, and that was, I think, one of the cleanest games we've seen from LYON.
And it's a huge thing to say that. It's very meaningful for this LYON roster.
Anyways, yeah, don't let anybody tell you that you don't need carbs. You need carbs.
We're very skeptical. How are these players going to work together? You know, we were like, okay, you got a lot of individual talent. Are there
exactly like
personality clashes?
it's amazing to me whenever people just completely cut out carbs. It's like, yeah, no wonder why you're tired and literally have a headache and can't figure like anything out right now.
In the last series, it does seem like everybody is
Team Liquid went first pick again.
Yeah.
Really?
With coaching staff helping out in a lot
interesting. Okay, fine. Let's get into draft and let's start this prediction. Game 2.
They definitely have the capabilities here to change the script. Rise picked up on one side. Maybe it's the Talia answer here.
I'm genuinely shocked that TL went first pick.
But
Anivia is up too. So
yeah,
true. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I feel like Anivia has gotten so popular as an answer. Cassio obviously is banned out. Talia definitely not bad. I think you can go a lot of different angles, but I tend to be on the Anivia train these days. Rise, I do think you can struggle in team fights against him too.
And it's the Talia answer. So they're going this route with the Yunara as the bot lane. So 2 of the primary carries are locked in.
Yeah. Looking good. So we get another standard mid lane.
Oh, I just found out one of my favorite people at Disney's leaving.
I'm a big fan. Bring back the
Tina, who used to work on the marketing team, is leaving. She just sent out an email to everybody.
Incredible damage.
I worked with her with whenever I oversaw English. Whenever I oversaw the marketing tools budget on the Disney Plus side, she was my contact over there. She's leaving.
Yunara top. What if Doku goes back to back? You know.
Yeah, my job.
Okay, get what I'm saying. You know,
I can say that out loud. It's fine.
They are going to look to try to dominate the lane. TL's bot lane is really well known for their 2v2 play. So I think this makes a lot of sense.
Okay, I'm not feeling fantastic yet about this Team Liquid comp.
Lulu, I think, would be a strong answer, and I do think if you're going to be playing, this patiently.
Oh, if you take Yuumi, I swear to God, please don't. Please don't.
Right there on the Yuumi hover.
I mean, it's gonna be Luna.
Is it a yay Yuumi or Lulu? I mean. I'm not hearing
no, she's leaving for another job.
They're ambivalent about
on
Lulu.
the other side.
Okay.
We got a Lulu fan in the audience. So Enchanter matchup to try and keep your Yunara safe into this kind of lane dominant Nico Corki.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect to get pushed in. Obviously, you do have really good extended trades as the Yunara and the Lulu if you can get the passive stacked up. But Corki and Nico are not going to give that to you. They're just going to look to try to poke and prod and push you in, harass you, and try to bully you in this too.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
So the AD junglers are dropping down. Like Xin is still very prominent and would be very.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're good.
A battle, especially if you ban the Trundle. Trundle is a nice answer into Xin.
Nico Corki into Lulu Yunara.
I think Dokla is gonna have to blind the tank this time because Liquid will save their red side counter pick.
I should have seen that one coming. Yes, Lulu.
Jungle ban is good. Maybe it puts even more kind of focus there towards the Xin for the AD focus.
I'm not a fan of this TL comp so far.
Talking about AD junglers, I've mentioned this before, but it's basically the top 20 junglers in pro play are basically all.
Is that Sniper?
That is it.
That looked like Sniper. I don't know why.
So there's so much focus in this already because obviously we had 2 played the first game. Vi, Jarvan, the Trundle, the Xin, the Poppy, the Pantheon, like all potential AD junglers.
Feeling inspired. Got it.
So that pool is getting thinned quite a bit. There is still stuff like Malphite that's really popular these days. Not an AD pick.
I don't know what you round out this comp with for TL.
A bit more down the tier list, but Jose has played it.
And now with this silence ban, I almost feel like if Team Liquid are forced to go for the Malphite ban themselves, because if you give that up and you don't have counter pick like the Silas, it gets really difficult to shut that down. I still love the Malphite, especially when this composition doesn't have like pure engage, and Inspired has been leaning towards a lot of these junglers that are more reliant on the ult. You made a point earlier, Zale, that like the team is playing around Inspired so much better, and I think it's opened him up to play less things like the Zinjao, like the J4, where he has to make action happen himself.
Oh, they're going to give up the Malphite.
Which opens up things like the Malphite to set his team up for the carry.
I'm actually so surprised when they banned Silas. To me, that is such an obvious tell that you want to play Malphite. I was actually really surprised that it's an Ornn ban instead. So
okay.
TL is betting on the fact that they're going to be able to get more out of top lane, by dominating there. But
this is a choice. Really going with the Mundo.
Instead. I mean, Mundo, if you're expecting the Malphite,
yep, Malphite. There it is.
Because Mundo is a great answer.
Oh God, what do you go for TL?
You're leaving this open because you want to play Mundo and try to outscale, which could make some sense. But Malphite is great because you can build all these cheap support tank items, right?
Yeah.
What in the world do you go here?
So effective. You can get to 1, 2, 3 items really, really quick. You can spike well on that. You can set up for your carries. You already have super high damage.
Like the Zeke's rush. Yeah.
Do it. Graves did get buffs. Buffs to his passive here, the True Grit.
Rumble. Okay. I was gonna say, Graves into Malphite sounds god awful.
Still up the entire time, so feels happy grabbing this one, no problem. I mean, lots of AP damage here for
You need some. What do you even go? What do you go top or jungle here?
Really accomplish anything. I'm really curious what the jungle pick is, because to me that is whether or not the Ornn ban made any sense.
If you go Maokai, that's so much AP.
Set up for a Yunara to free hit.
Okay, honestly, I like Zahen. Honestly, that brings it back a little bit.
It's almost all APs with the Corki.
I think it's Zahen jungle. Zahen jungle is more likely. Zahen jungle is
That's not bad. Okay, that's fine.
Really early on. But
oh no, are we going back to that?
I've been spamming this one.
But like, I don't know.
He's really good. He moves around so quickly.
Oh God, Cassante.
The speed of the E. You can get around.
There's so much tank.
A huge bruiser jumping
there's so much tank.
Tank combo here for the top side. Big Doke's gonna go to the Cassante.
TL.
Rumble when there's double AP solo.
All right, have a good day.
Just go here.
I love you too. Have fun.
Early on for the Cassante.
I'm gonna be real with you. So here's my issue with this comp for TL. You've got damage. Are you going to be able to shred through the front line that is Malphite and Cassante before Talia and Yunara, well, with a Lulu buffing them up, before Talia and Yunara are able to just burst you down?
And when you see someone that is so reliant
I don't
I
don't know how they do it. I don't know how you kill. If this goes late, I don't know how you get through.
They do have a ton.
Like, if you're TL, you have to win early. You have to win by 25, 26 minutes, or this is done.
If it gets messy, if it's all spread out, because you have all these kind of small skirmishes where high DPS comps can win out. But I do feel like it's going to be hard to start the lights, whereas on the other side,
here we go.
Press R. Easy tool to go in with
this is look, okay. TL's clearly got a draft philosophy in their mind that they want to play around. Is Spawn in person? Spawn is not in person. Spawn is remote.
Graves was open. Yeah. And immediately Jose's like, doesn't look good. So
he's talking through all the choices. He's like, Graves is open.
Still know how you play game one, and then I mean, look, TL strat for the most part of this split has been.
I love it when the players are willing to yap with each other, especially in relatively high pressure series. Again, loser does go home. Winner will at least make it to the America's
Inspired
Cup to Brazil, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's really just about feeling really confident in their draft. Inspired's like, yeah, we had you in a corner, buddy. What were you gonna pick a Graves?
I mean, Inspired, rightfully so, talking some shit right now. All right, TL's got to make plays early this game. They cannot do what they did last game and just sit around and find out, because they will get.
Maybe early on they could put some extra pressure there, try and get Rise, out and around, helping out with that, but not going to be the case this time around.
Core took some pretty trades there. Did lose actually a lot of health. They are both spamming potions, so both supports already gone through all of their potions, and Berserker does have
interesting.
So maybe they were just trying to have a really quick push for level 2. Looks like they will.
Yeah, Yunara not necessarily that weak at the level 1 either. So that's how the bot lane's going here, but we also have Raz standing by with the sideline interview with Coach Spooks.
That's right, got Coach Spooks with me. First question for you, just based off of last game. Anything that was out of expectation?
Yeah, tell me here.
From Dokla, anything that you want to see your team do a little bit better going into game 2?
Yeah, there's been like a decent amount of Varus top being competitive in like LPL as well. At the end of the day on blue side, like you're pretty limited to your blinds, so we definitely thought about it, but at the end of the day, you have to blind something. I think in terms of our game last game, I just think we had a lot of tools to fight and a lot of tools to engage, but the game went really slow. So we just had to do a much better job of like being aggressive on our turns, and I think that's kind of what let us down last game.
That makes sense. And this game in comparison, I mean, there's maybe a little bit limited tools with the Nico. What do you want to be able to see from your team in this game in comparison to the last?
Yeah, it's similar. Like if you look at their draft, obviously they just want to wait till Dragon. So they're going to play it the exact same way, but again, we have a lot of tools to pull the map apart with Ryze and with Rumble ults and with Nico flash ults.
Yep.
So in our mid game, we just need to be way more proactive. It's essentially the same win condition.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you a lot, and I'm going to head this one straight back to the casters.
You gotta be proactive.
Yeah, definitely agree. I was gonna say they can't afford to do the same thing they did last game this time around. But are those really gonna be strong tools? I mean, Jose
lost
right
the fight for Crab.
Pretty heavily chunked, so Inspired chases him off bottom side Crab, and he'll just run up to the top side one. Can Saint? He does get a little bit of vision and interrupts the recall at the moment. But still,
but he gets the other one. It's a trade.
Do anything as far as Jose, so he should have an easy time just grabbing the Crab anyways, go into second clear. But it does, like, unless you get an early flash off this Talia, are there a lot of ways to make your own plays? I guess maybe you rely on Core on bottom side. Like maybe Core is able to get a flash out from somebody on bottom side early on, and then you can just make your plays there. You know,
not really. With home guards, you don't need to. Quid, you got to back further up, brother.
Saint is getting a lot of interrupts on him, though.
Yeah, that was actually really nice. You know, he knew because it was the cannon the tower is hitting, he's not even going to miss that minion, so he can afford to walk forward a little bit. Interrupts that recall, which is likely to result in a couple minions lost. But no, I tend to agree with you, Kobe. I do kind of worry for how difficult it's going to be for them to engage. You know, yes, you can look.
Morgan's got to do better than he did last game, but he's already 7 CS behind. I mean, granted, he's got a wave here, so fine.
You know, Yunara gets to a point where you basically have to kill the Yunara to win the fight. Like, you can't go for the other people.
They're even.
And then fighting through Cassante, Malphite, Lulu, and Talia Rocks is tough, right? So that is kind of my concern for TL's composition.
Yeah, especially if Inspired gets a smooth path to that level 6 for Malphite, and they can actually choose their plays as well. He is, you know, similar to Jose.
Oh,
once
good
again,
catch.
pathing down towards the bottom side, so both teams will focus this area.
Nope.
At the moment, they get a little bit of push off here, try and deny a minion or two, but really good vision coverage. Again, the path that we mentioned as far as the play.
Unraveled Earth. Quid. I think Inspired's just going to land a Q. Yeah, no big action.
The important path is going to be this path from mid lane roaming down to bottom side. You know, these different roam angles that you have down towards bottom side, whether the Ryze or the Talia can get leverage there, that could be something that can actually blow the game open.
Ooh, from Quid trying to chase down Saint right now.
Nice.
Lands the Q, but Saint can back off with a ghost of his own. Quid getting a little aggressive there, though, with Jose Deoto clearing out this control ward.
Again, this highway that we just highlighted of mid to bottom, or even
Quid
the
got
other
a flash
way
on him. He's like positioning like he's gonna flash.
Is so critical, and meanwhile, it is going to lead to an invade afterwards too.
Yeah, he might go for a dive. Yeah,
there
if they can actually get in here. Quid taking some damage, flashes away.
Nice,
Jose
there we go.
Gifted first blood.
That's
really
what you want to see.
Great setup there from Quid. He pushes him in, and Saint, you know,
I thought a
flashes
seal was
pretty
dying
quick,
there in the
once
background.
Was coming out,
there was only one person cheering.
Complete, so
oh man,
Jose able to finish him off.
Yeah, and you get your extra range on the Q here for Zehen too. So he just had to walk
there we go.
into range.
That's the lead that you want.
He goes down, minion wave goes down. Really good early start. It's 1,000 gold lead already.
Wow.
With the first blood bonus, and it goes into your jungler. That is beautiful for them.
That's fine. You can give up Dragon.
Prize during the reset, of course, will be Dragon number 1.
Nobody yet.
Ooh, Morgan taking some damage here. Dokla
have an
has the all out
after
available,
locking.
looking for the damage onto Morgan, but won't find any. Morgan actually used the equalizer to hit the wave and was playing around it greatly, so Dokla not able to actually turn that.
Yeah, he would have needed to hit that third and topo strike. If he got the knockback, you know, maybe you force the flash, or maybe you can look for something more. But at the end of the day, it is kind of just the trade of ultimates.
I want to see if that is the domino. This play of the wraparound dive, where Quid forces low health Saint under tower, and Jose gets the wraparound dive out. Is that the first domino that leads to mid lane dominance, into mid lane roaming down bottom side, into mid, making the rest of the necessary plays here for the
Don't worry,
for
I
Team
will
Liquid, in order for TL to keep up some early game playmaking and pressure that is necessary for them to bounce back and even up the series.
And I always feel like whether it's Zehen top, Zehen jungle, doesn't matter where this thing is, if it gets ahead, it is really, really difficult to deal with. He can just play so aggressively looking for these fights, and then, when he's at the point where he can just run in,
Rumble,
look for the
slightly ahead top lane. Jungle, Jose Dioto's got a bit of a lead. Mid lane, a little bit of a lead for Quid.
He's very similar to Aatrox in that way to me.
If you get fed, you can just take over the game, and also you have a lot of agency, which is going back to what I had highlighted before, and that Inspired, it's Nocturne, it's Malphite, two junglers that they have a lot of go buttons. They say we're going to start the action, but they don't have necessarily their own agency to carry a game. They need the team around them, which is not what I really think of when I think of Inspired with this squad of Lions so far, as Jose Dioto is going for a little invade here.
And it's good because bottom lane for him is pushing, so you can get support
this is a
side
good angle.
Moving in and knowing that you win the 1v1 versus Malphite, stacks his Conqueror up.
Yeah, Conqueror stacked, passive stacking up as well, and even with Isles there, Inspired will just
the
go
red.
towards the Krug. Seems like he is seeding this. Has the unstoppable
Oh,
force.
that's
the
an
wall
ult.
comes in, but Jose Dioto just turns in onto Saint instead.
Oh, big
There we
ult.
go,
Bye-bye.
Big ultimate Grim Deliverance.
Come on.
And as Jan gets
Ooh,
some
that's a good
damage as
Malphite
well.
ult.
And Team Liquid, they go deep into line.
Come on.
The first member supports down.
Nice. There you go, Yawn.
Equalize onto Inspired. 1-for-1 trade support for jungle.
I mean, it looked
that was a good Malphite ult. Not gonna lie.
For his Krugs, Saint went in, but he was kind of just in the middle of everyone by himself. That to me was looking more like a play from Saint from the previous weeks before playoffs,
not gonna lie, got a little scared there. Thought Lion might win it, like right around.
So jumps off the wall,
this was great. This mark right here is where I was like, uh-oh.
Okay, I'm gonna use everything. Get over here and save your life, and he does. Save his life, but Inspired was finishing the Krugs at the time.
Nice.
He does finish up with those and use the ult as well. Ends up being 1-for-1.
There you go. Keep this tempo up.
Super deep wards,
Come on.
though, and possible repeat plays here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's only Flash from Inspired use. Everybody else still has their Flash available. Saint had used his earlier, but like the fact Berserker Isles didn't have to, pretty big for them.
And prior to this game, this was Saint's stats in playoffs. So his KDA just got cut in half because he had another death, unfortunately.
60 KDA. That's
stupid. In playoffs. But those were the kind of errors I think at times that we saw from him during the Swiss stage that did really hurt Lion, where he was getting picked out. He was sometimes not coordinated perfectly with the rest of the team.
Yeah, I mean, but as Kangas has kind of touched on, TL used a lot to go push him out there, and so on the reset, Inspired will grab the grubs and first dragon for Team Liquid, gold lead, or excuse me, the other way, Lion, and then Team Liquid with the gold lead here, almost 2K after that last kill. And while it is first item power spikes for both junglers, one of these items is far more expensive.
Yeah.
They're ghosting the bot. They're
not
gonna
exactly
die.
the same. Yeah, Realm Warp's coming in.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's a big wave that's crashing.
Bye, Berserker.
Got the Lulu in his back pocket, but he's
he's still living.
Nah,
it's fine.
Looks for the flash out play, doesn't find it. Isles with the wild growth on himself.
Worth juggled it perfectly. Come on.
2 for 0.
That's what I'm talking about.
By TL. It looked like Jose picked up the turret aggro, maybe accidentally, but then he just played it well. He stayed on the outside, held the aggro.
That's the aggression you needed from last game.
At the end of the day, it's
that's how you win with a comp like this.
And they got both sums off the Yunara. Berserker using both to try and get a counter kill there.
Good, thank God.
The consolation prize is pushing on mid.
You guys want to die?
We should.
I'm
I
ghosting.
think
If you guys
can, but it doesn't matter.
I do ability, okay?
Yeah. What coming?
They're crashing now.
No ulti, Yunara. I'm taking. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Yunara no flash.
No ulti, Lulu. Nice.
Nice jump.
Yeah, nicely done from him. He walks in range, starts taking, takes plenty of turret shots, and they're able to complete the bottom lane dive. And again, even though you're like, oh, well, Saint got to push mid lane, they got some gold there, minions and tower plates. Remember, the focus here is a lot of gold on Yunara.
Fun fact,
that's what
Lion deleted that AI post.
Team with 2 tanks and an enchanter. So Yunara.
I'm looking for it now on Twitter. It's nowhere to be found.
It's a really
Lion
good
deleted
idea
it.
for repeat plays here for Team Liquid. They're making bot lane play, bot side
Somebody
play,
was asking
invades
about
on
it.
bot side. And they're really trying to kind of keep down the income of the Yunara, of the Berserker, to keep that threat low.
Yeah, and Jan spotted out that bush play, hit them with a rocket. But both these teams, the expectations were really high for them coming into this year, right? You know, this was the aggregate power rankings. TL was aggregate #1.
That's
this is
funny.
Preseason, LYON was down at 4.
That's
this
funny.
was the end of Swiss.
Okay.
How those teams fell down. Yeah. TL almost got eliminated by Dig. It was honestly very close in that to even get to playoffs. Then now this is the end of Swiss. This is obviously in playoffs where we are now. So they are at the very least guaranteed top 4. We don't know how far they could go. Either of these teams could win. But it is kind of this like slingshot back to reality because it was so surprising since DSG and Fly were really overperforming expectations and these two teams were really underperforming. But it does feel like they have both really kind of got back to what was making people think they were going to be such good teams.
Yeah.
Rubber band effect.
And I think that we are going to see a really nice full series, nice bounce back. Zehen Jungle is significantly ahead, as is the Corki. So lots of early burst damage. Multiple Trinity Forces power spikes here for TL, and they'll be able to comfortably grab the next dragon.
I mean, the gold lead is 3.4 total, and, you know, 2.2 of that is just between the AD carry and the jungler alone. So, yeah, the carries that you want to be fed are, in fact, fed.
Yeah, and I mean, Morgan now, obviously, you know, he is getting to be the one with more agency in this matchup. Last game, you know, Dokla was playing very, very well on the Varus in game 1, was looking really, really effective, and this is going to be a much harder game for him. You know, he's more on the back foot. Morgan is the one kind of in that comfort zone now.
It's funny, I got LYON fans going off or going into replies, like really trying to go hard on this thing. Oh, so you support Saudi blood money and teams that are partnered with EWC. Meanwhile, you hate AI? I hate them all.
Laying down the first Varus in LCS
Newsflash,
history.
hate them all.
Of course. And had a very
Jesus
good
Christ,
game for
people.
himself.
Come on.
This time around, you know, a little bit of rebuttal.
Can I do anything about it? No, I fucking can't.
See. Can LYON,
but you can still say AI is bullshit the same way the Esports World Cup and reliance on Saudi money is bullshit, and it just is what it is.
On the Yunara, which is a very nice first
What do you go back to, Charm? I got LYON fans going at me because I called out their use of AI, and they're like, but the blood money.
Maybe just hovering
it's like, okay.
The possible,
they all suck. Yeah,
that's the point. Off while you're close.
Fool me once, you know. Quid was looking at the bot side.
Berserker gets zoned off from that cannon, though. That's another big gold loss.
Ooh. Good catch right there as Inspired will go for the reset and still heading towards this bottom side because every time Quid pushes a wave, he fades bot.
Gets angry? Oh, no, I expected
as well.
It
They already went for the dive. This time Inspired will spot it out as he sees Zehen over the wall. Now his Berserker gets some damage as well.
Jose still live.
Jose is out, but again, LYON, this time they're prepared for it. They're thinking about these dives.
Top, though, they're going to try to make counterplay.
Weaver's wall comes in here from Saint. Morgan throws out the equalizer onto the wave, trying to stay alive. Flashes over the Weaver's wall and will live, but that summoner spell down.
I feel like Saint got a little too fancy there. He tried to predict a flash with the seismic shove. You don't need to do that. He needs to react to your Weaver's wall. He's stuck on that side. He will go down. So
they both suck at the end of the day.
Dokla
fucked it up. Dokla fucked it up. Bye-bye.
Yep. Okay. And will accept the donated kill. Now the realm war
there we go.
As well. It's only Isle stuck down here in a 1v4. Not a fair fight. Yan on a killing spree.
All right, this is cooked. This is absolutely cooked. I mean, after that one, they try to make the counterplay top side. Dokla tries to go for a big play, like flash in, look for the Pathmaker, but it completely whiffs. And Morgan gets a freebie. They go back to bot side, make that dive happen. It's a 5K gold lead at 15 minutes. And almost 2K of that is on Yan.
That was a big whoops.
Yep.
On the top.
We get big dokes, we get big whoops occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, Lord Morgan definitely going to
All right, well, this is exactly what you want if you're TL in this comp.
Yeah, I mean,
question is, can they close it out?
Type of play. So he had one minion there.
I mean, he tried to look for the. I don't even know if he kills it.
Yeah, he wanted to do the flash ult, but.
Yeah, I think Douglas aware of how.
I think he knows. Yeah. He might know.
Flash for him now too. Okay, so let's see the setup though. Yeah, really good.
Just
proto
easy.
In here
oh my God.
Very nicely done.
Oh my God.
Gets him on the edge and Yan not able to react to get out of it.
Yep.
You can see
them
that's top lane play, so I think that's what they're reacting to there. As
that's pretty
tragic
big
for Dokla. Sometimes you do feel the game is completely falling apart, and you try to make a play, you try to do something big, you're like, all right, pressure's on, I got to make something happen to pull us back, and you end up looking a little bit stupid, and you know that does happen. And I think that maybe
just take
was,
this.
Dokla feeling
In a minute, go take Dragon.
Now Herald
TL gets Mountain Dragon or Mountain Soul. It's tough.
He's going for the engage with the Weaver's
Inspired. That felt a little early.
Forced to start things up, but a teleport.
Felt a little early, brother.
The rest of the team coming in here. It's Morgan turning on to Dokla, who now finds himself 1v4. The rest of LYON over the wall, trying to get their top laner out of there, but he's still roasted down. Good sidestep from Morgan.
And
on the
Dokla
flick back
dead.
from Saint. Dokla will go down as Quid picks up the kill. A contest at the Herald.
Little messy, but it's fine.
That is a kill advantage for Team Liquid Academy.
Clearly in this fight, you see the lead up, they attempt to chain CC LYON and kill him. But they don't have the correct timing here. The follow through with Talia wall isn't in time. Because you'll see Inspired ults early to try and keep him on place where the Talia wall is coming, and they use Polymorph on him as well. But LYON's able to Valk out. He doesn't even have to use his flash or his barrier. So when you see all this stuff used in an attempt like, all right, our hope is burst down this Corki, and that goes completely wide, then they can just chase down Dokla, play the fight slow. You know he's not going to be able to escape. He's got no flash for sure, so nicely done. It's like TL now with this healthy of a lead, they have kind of the luxury in a lot of these fights, a lot of these setups, and are able to easily punish.
Nailed a behavioral interview. There we go.
Yeah,
there we go, Kiki. Come on.
Big 1K lead.
Good
it's
shit.
no longer just Jose Deodo and LYON. It's also Morgan with the Rumble at a 1.7K lead here. So 1 to 8 on the scoreboard and a 5K gold lead still. It hasn't expanded since the 15-minute mark, but they can.
I'll be honest with you, I zoned out, so I didn't hear what the caster said on that.
Or rather, Team Liquid Alienware.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job, just farming up with that first strike.
Getting everybody used to saying Team Liquid Alienware is a tough one.
So that is nice.
But it's fine, we get there.
A good scaling rune, that percentage increase on the damage is really effective in the later stages. So this is looking very tough for LYON. It feels like TL have pretty much got this wrapped up. But that being said, we have seen throws, we have seen mistakes from them.
Team Liquid, yeah.
And so they have to stay locked in. LYON is not going to go down without a fight. Inspired is the kind of player when his team is losing, he doesn't just sit back and go 0-0-0 and lose the game. He's going to keep forcing fights, even if it is a small
fight's
chance.
up next. We got no Dragon for 4 minutes.
You should not be sleeping on this
But you're
guy
a
either.
5K gold lead. You could just force a fight around Baron at this point.
Yunara has at least now finally gotten to 2 items. He finishes his Fiend Hunter bolts. And bottom side play.
And Morgan trapping himself in the wall there is an interesting choice.
They want that gold all alone for Team Liquid's top laner.
Oh, he got the shield.
Trying to take up as many shots as possible. We'll get them all, but Inspired has to ult out.
Oh, he got the shield again. Oh my god, he lived for so goddamn long.
And a lot of health bars.
It did.
But nobody else on TL's on the map, so they can't convert.
Dive, but then they kind of had their own team walled off. Saint threw down the Weaver's wall, but Malphite couldn't walk in. Dokla wasn't doing any damage. Dokla was taking that forever, so Inspired is thinking, hey, I don't need
Oh, can they get this on the tail end?
At the end of the day, they get those kills. The question is, do they get caught?
Jose Deodo's going in for the now, still in a 1v3, still low health bars for LYON. Jose Deodo, though, feeling confident. Isles now coming up, flash forward.
Oh my god, Jose.
Kill onto Dokla. Team Liquid's jungler capitalizing on the game state.
And it's all because they
use
so much time and health
to
pull off that dive. That the extended play from Jose, here we go.
Even more.
He's going again.
Still looking at it, Inspired pulls him back in, rooted up, but with Isles there for the shield.
I don't even fully know what this champion does, yet it's still fun to watch.
Run them down. Do not let them get away with this play. That took so long.
I legit don't know all of Zehen's abilities.
Now LYON trading with a Berserker here and actually taking a lot of damage. Gotta respect Berserker as a Pop Blossom is
okay, flash out of Isles.
Yeah, Berserker, he had to use the end of his ulti there.
Mid lane tower down.
Back in one more time, and LYON was down to fight, popped the barrier, just down to scrap. And at the end of the day, they do get the flash heal off of Isles as Core was threatening.
They able to get bot tower for this? No.
And that was the last standing outer tower there for LYON. So TL now 6.5K ahead.
You're not wrong, Charm.
Just getting bigger and bigger, and really all
I know what
LYON
most
can do is continue to try to make these.
Zehen, I legitimately don't even know the difference between like the QWE ult
to really have a chance. Any 5v5 at this point, they're going to get decimated. And even though Inspired has 2 completed items, he's going to be close to his 3rd. Jose has very expensive items. They are not equal.
Those are designer items. These are brand name items here. Honestly, though, if you're all going to make that side lane play, too, you have to make it so quickly because Rise Realm Warp is here. It's like there's a lot of mobility on TL to get to these plays, to answer these plays. And if you're not quick about it, just you know, count up what TL got in the extended play by chasing them down and forcing. They got 2 extra towers.
6.6k gold lead, Dragon up in a minute 40.
Plus the
Force
extra
a
kills,
fight.
plus the extra jungle camps, and so they further increased the lead.
Just
2
keep
dragons for
fighting.
them, a minute and a half left on the next dragon.
Everything
So
but
the
chat
goal-
to answer
the
me.
goal lead
What
is
does Yorick do? Okay, so Yorick
for them,
has
substantial enough to be able to get
an
deep
ability
vision as well,
that
leading up to
has
these
like the
plays.
little
So TL,
the
you see
cone
Core JJ
type
doing
thing
it
that
right
you
now
throw
at
at
the
somebody
moment,
and it'll
getting
slow them.
the
He is
preemptive
the
vision
circle
leading
that
up to the dragon
obviously
fight that they assume is
will
coming to allow
lock
Core
somebody
to make
inside
that big
it.
play.
He's got the
Yeah, there's a lot of
maiden
pressure on him, but he's a
for his
Nico with
ultimate
flash
that'll spawn the maiden.
and D-Vision,
And then
and
his Q I
Jose
think like
is able to
spawns ghouls, but
bully
also like
very easily big
hit somebody
chunks
with a shovel.
of the
I don't quite know how the
Yeah,
passive
again,
of the
the
ghouls
Malphite
work,
has 2 hypes
but I know
completed,
like
but
the
they are
other
not
one's like
the
the
same
Q shovel
equivalent.
thing,
You
kind of
know,
like
he's
a
still relatively
Gnosis
squishy
type thing.
They do have tools to try and like, you know, one-shot Yon, one-shot Quid if they're able to get on them with the Malphite and
Yeah.
maybe Talia flying
Yeah.
on top. But
What are you gonna
it's gonna
say
be
now,
difficult
huh?
At this point with the
What are you
gold
gonna say now?
disadvantage is all out used by Dokla here for another 1v1 onto Morgan. Equalizer used, Dokla playing into it because
Oh,
he's got
God,
Berserker
Morgan,
coming
yeah,
up with
you're
the Arc of
dead.
Ruin damage. Autos used, transcend oneself. Berserker's gonna look for the credit.
Morgan's
here,
still
as it's
alive?
just Morgan trying to buy time.
Oh,
The rest of the team
no.
flies forward from Yon, who turns the play.
Yeah,
and
how'd that
gets
work
a
out for you?
double kill. Get you an 80 carry like Team Liquid.
It's
How'd
not
that work
easy
out
to
for you?
take down Morgan, okay? Every
Not
time
well.
you take
Free
down
Baron.
Morgan, you're gonna lose more.
Come on.
Yeah. Coming the king, you best not miss, and a few too many of those skill
TL
shots
Dave,
were
huh?
missing. He
No.
was just
Not
buying
yet.
time for everyone coming in. TL even going to be able to get the Baron
Still
off the
haven't
back of this,
decided.
and Fire's not even moving over. So that is going to open up this lead even more. Objective bounties are there. You know, you're going to keep trying, but it just takes them so long to knock him down. And you
Hey,
can see right from
I'm
the start,
happy
they were
that I
already
got
warming
that
up.
one.
They
I'm
knew
proud
that
of
this
that.
play was coming, and TL was able to respond.
And Morgan's able to get a lot of value out of his ultimate. He fights on it, gets a bunch of damage done. It's like, okay, you may kill me, but you're
Yes,
both gonna
this is
die.
game.
In
Let's
answer
go.
for it, Yon's like, don't worry,
I wanna
got
see
this.
TL
I'll
close
clean
this game
up.
out
He
clean now.
flashes to ensure that he can get both these kills. More money funneled into the Corki.
Close this out clean, and
Baron
then
buff
we're
on
sitting
top for
pretty
TL.
going into
That
game
is the
3.
perfect thing to actually finish this game. So even if you were thinking maybe there's a timeline where
Hey, we
Lion
said
can
end by
hold out
28
and play
minutes.
defensively and scale and
And we're
scale
right
and
at
get a
that
dream team
point.
Fight. Too bad that timeline got thrown out the window.
Well, that was rude.
Yeah, now with Baron, you just get to push very, very easily.
Yeah, it's hard to win with the first Baron, though. We rarely
If
see
you're
games close
trading
out that
top
early.
tier
What it
1
can
for
get them
tier
is
2
so much
bot,
more
yeah,
gold, plus
it's
the control
done.
around the Dragon. They have that third one coming, but Berserker and Lion are just covering this top side to get more gold onto the Inara. I still see that as the win condition.
tower
You
gone.
need Berserker to be able to free fire in these fights if you want any shot. It's just that Team Liquid at this point are just ballooning their lead even more, as they should be
Are
able
they
to
gonna be able to
continue
grab
the
mid?
siege.
No, they're just
onto
gonna
these
take
turrets.
bot.
Even
Oh
if
my
that happened
god.
right now, you kind of need like Yon to somehow not be
suspicious minion.
firing because Corki's got.
Yeah,
a
I don't think this
fully
is worth
completed
it
Lord
for
Doms, and
Yanara. I really don't.
He knows how to use it. So bottom
And now you
inhibitor
can just go get
sacrifice,
mid-tier
'cause they're
2.
Like, okay, fine. You're rich. we don't want the fight, so
Let
we'll
the
try.
supers come in,
We'll
yeah.
try and make a cross map play.
Hey,
Yep,
Berserker
there
can
you go.
farm up some more waves now. As
Morgan
Lion got some damage top.
Morgan is good weak side. Okay, he's not going to expose himself. He's always good.
I think this is
in trying to delay
in
and
hit
get
take
time
is fine as
and
long as
deal
they
enough
end in
damage
like the
to
next
set
like
up
5
counterplays.
minutes. Like you
Did
gotta
not expect
end
that. I would
soon.
have died for that wave. There's a cannon minion there.
I can see you staring at it.
All right, you
intently.
got Dragon. Now it's time.
You know,
You got 4
sometimes you
minutes,
just gotta choose.
no
Some
objective
things
on the
worth dying
map.
for. Cannon minions are one of them.
Time to force a
my
fight.
friend is a big fan of saying, you know what? If they're here and they kill me, they deserve it.
Die.
I'm gonna
Well played.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Take
die.
mid tier
That's
2,
it.
take
cannon.
top
That's
tier
just smart
2.
by them.
Enemy team is just too good.
Let bot push
My
on
team
its
didn't
own.
cover. What can I do?
Hey, it's a
Such
cannon
top
and
laner
it's
thing to
EXP.
say. He says it all the time. He's like, well, they deserve it.
If you die, you die.
I mean, we might see some
Lion
death right
could
here on
try and
screen,
collapse?
gentlemen, as
No.
Jose Dioto has the team behind him, pushing Lion out from their own jungle. There's no camps
And
to
you just
clear.
gave up
Inspired was able to
tower
pick
for
those
that.
up, so Lion are just trying to absorb the Baron push as Team
close,
Liquid
never mind.
Alienware with an 8,000 gold lead now. If they find one big pick, if they find one big play, they can just close the game
Yeah,
out.
this
even though
game,
the
if
Baron
they
should
get
be
a single
expiring here
pick,
soon.
it's over.
I mean, the bot
No,
lane
it's
is
best of
gone,
5.
So it would be a pretty easy push if they have a wave, but they don't need to risk anything. I think that they want to play it really buttoned up. You know, we heard comms from them last week in their 3-0, where even from massive advantages, you know, Jan was telling them, like, stay locked in, focus up, it's not over, you know, these kind of things.
Nice
They
run Rumble
really
zones them
want
out.
to
That's
make
free
sure
tower. Or should be.
And,
No,
it is going to be
push it.
about
Okay.
3:30 until that next dragon
That's
is
fine.
up
Take
for them
mid.
to try to look to claim
Bang.
the soul, which is one of the best souls to eliminate the chances of comebacks.
Back, spend your
Because when you're
gold,
looking for a
get
comeback,
ready
you're looking
for
one
one
shot
final
non-soul
fight,
space that
and
much
end it.
harder.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Yeah, you could probably tank the Malphite ult at that point.
Yeah.
And just rely on the rest of the team. So,
Item
bot side,
check.
Super minions, of course. I mean, look at that top
About
jungle,
even
lit
top
up like
side,
a Christmas
or
tree
not top side, even
in
mid.
favor of
Top
TL,
side.
So
What?
this
2
next
full
3 minutes
items,
until
2
the
full
dragon
items.
spawns, maybe we'll just be looking at the 2
Bot
minutes.
side is the
you know,
big
because that
diff,
Baron,
kinda. Well, I
we
guess
got
not.
the lead
I
up
guess,
towards
like, total
Baron
items is
area
3
lit
and
up
3.
So well, maybe you get a little bit of a bait. And Core
But the
JJ
items for
makes a
Corki
huge
are just
Nico play.
way,
Once
way
again,
better.
He has Flash and Proto Belt, and he has made already this season multiple game-winning Nico engages
Also,
for Team Liquid to get
Joe
them
over
here.
at Diffraction, thank you for the heart in
Even
TikTok
the 2
chat.
minute timer leading up to Baron looks a little dicey for LYON to deal with.
First Baron, hard to close a game.
All right,
Second
come on.
Baron, much easier to close a game, especially when you have this type of
They have
lead
to
right
give this
here.
up,
So
that's
using
fine.
it as a magnet to pull the enemy team into you always feels fantastic when you're the team with this big of a gold lead. And I'm so happy that we're getting a game like this after the last game. Last game was close, but this looks like it's a Team Liquid victory here. Not to attempt to cast a curse them, but that means we could have a series on our hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last weekend was 9 games. The minimum possible games between the 3 series. It was 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, all those days. So
We
we'll
got
be
a
fun to
minute
see
left.
if TL,
Force
I
a
can
fight
guarantee that will not be happening
right
this
before
weekend.
Baron.
Obviously,
Or use
there's a
Baron
lot
to
of
reel
positive
him in.
things to say about TL
Beat
in
their
this game.
ass.
Something that is working for
Just.
LYON, though, is they do have the Infinity Edge
Come
that
on.
has been completed. And assuming Berserker can be working in towards probably an LPR next. So that is something. He will be doing some pretty high damage, but like he's going to be the main target.
And look at this, completed Frozen Heart for Core JJ on the Nico. So after his big engage, if he doesn't immediately get popped, try and apply the attack speed slow to Yunara to try and further decrease that very necessary DPS source from LYON. So we'll see if he does actually end up getting popped. But again, this is the thing we're talking about, the big problem. Your entry to Baron is Team Liquid territory. That is not even your territory. It is no longer your jungle.
Refresh
This
the
is,
stream.
yeah, you said it lit up like a Christmas tree. These are those
Why,
like
is
new
something wrong
LED
with the YouTube
lights.
stream?
They're shiny, man. They got everything
refresh
illuminated
anything
on
on
this
the
top
YouTube
half
side.
of the map. And Baron is spawning in 10 seconds time. They get away this blue buff as they've just made it a nightmare for LYON to
This
try
stream, I'll
and
just
claw
pause.
their way
Oh, you
back
mean like the thing here? I'll
into
just
this
pause
game.
it real quick.
I mean, Saint just
Give it
showed
a second.
Buff. He is going to be basing. He does have the Weaver's Wall to try to join any fight, but I think they're just going to start it right on spawn. Wouldn't be surprised if they're 2-minning it right now.
All right,
Teleport
there's the
will come in
TP.
from Dokla. Saint's going to walk all the way up. Has the Weaver's
As
Wall
long as
available.
LYON
We
doesn't
have
get
Summoner's
caught
Wrath,
out,
we
it's
have
fine.
Items, and now we have Zoni's completed on Morgan as well. Team Liquid will actually peel
Come
off
on.
the Baron, and now in comes the Weaver's Wall.
So
Quid's
Leo
able
hold
to
it,
sidestep
trying to
away
go
from
in
it.
on
Dokla
Quid.
continues the chase. Has the team coming
Quid's
behind,
out.
has to flash.
Yeah, that's
Jose
not
Diodo
good
jumps
for
on the
LYON. That's a
Inspire
lot of
now.
tools down.
Goes
But
in with
Jose
the ultimate.
Diodo's a
Quid
little
has the
deep.
realm warp, but will instead just walk forward.
Not good.
Full force though on Jose Diodo. LYON are actually getting some damage, but now Jan peppering Isles down here. Berserker's walking forward confidently, and Team Liquid again.
That's not good.
Are losing the fight. Another chunk on the Morgan goes into stasis, but a flash. Berserker's trying to chase down Quid, who will kill
Okay, Quid gets
Saint.
1 kill.
Team Liquid making them work for it as Jan is still alive. Core JJ are still alive. It was looking dicey, but holding the line. LYON are trying to
Okay,
get their AD
not
carry
pretty.
out of there, and they will do so.
Not
Close
pretty if you're
fight, 2
TL.
for 2.
Honestly,
Also, I have now caught
Kangas
Kangas saying Team Liquid Academy a few times, which I know is instinct because he sees TLA at the top for years of casting Academy and just assumes that like, obviously that's what his brain is going to default to.
Survive, and guess what? The Mountain Dragon is really easy to take, way easier than the Baron. So with the super minion pressure here, LYON have to react again. This Dragon Soul is going to be under attack early. Everybody trying
That's
to
going to be a
reset
hard
the
habit for
Dragon
him to break.
Yeah, they're going to try to get there.
That's
Quid
tough.
is going to be, respawning a little bit late, but both him and Saint do have those semi-globals to try to join.
Yeah.
Berserker traded flashes with Core in that last fight,
LYON
so
should be able to get
we'll
this
see if LYON
easy.
can find a way in here. Inspired, I think, gets 16 from this red buff, maybe.
And Dokla doesn't have TP, so he's got to walk all the way down. They're losing the top wave
Bro,
forward. The
just take
Saint
the
now
dragon.
respawn,
What are we
has the
waiting for?
Weaver's Wall coming up here, so it will be another fight at the Dragon.
Good poke.
As Quid's running from base. Realm
Rapid
Warp coming
fire
up soon.
cannon.
They should be able to make it there
Okay.
in time. Dragon's up. No one's starting it immediately. We're fighting for the mid-wave control first.
Okay,
Just
Lion
play all
having
together.
taken
You
care
ain't
of
got to
as
get
far as the
siloed
setup.
out
They're
of it.
working
Uh-oh.
Instead, they're going in onto Quid. The Dragon was already started, but Quid could be in some trouble. Goes into the
Ooh,
stasis.
okay, that's not good
JJ
for
behind him,
Lion.
as
That's a
Quid will
lot
walk
down.
Back to safety. Lion don't find their pick.
These Weaver's balls are just working against their team, it feels like, every time.
Yeah, the Dragon's already going
Yep.
down here. Team Liquid confirming
Saint.
that is 4
Uh-oh.
Drakes to Team Liquid.
Those
Lion
ults are
did
hurting.
not find their play mid.
I mean, that is tough. It feels like a lot of times this game, Saints' ults have just not been good.
This is
You know,
what
he
I
kinda
said.
bumps
When
Quid
you
to the
get
other
into
side of
these
the
mid
wall,
to late
pushes him
game
away from
fights,
Berserker.
and one
I feel like
person
if you
has
just
to
ulted
calm.
behind
Like,
Quid. Quid had no flash. You don't need to have this perfect flashy ult into a seismic shove. You literally just need to wall him off, and it's free. Instead, tries to go for the
TL has to
realistic
close
play,
this
doesn't make it
game out
happen, and now TL
now.
get the soul, and they're probably just going to kill
if you
this
don't
before
close
they
it out
contest.
here, this is going to be a problem.
Lion basically bet everything on pushing for that mid. Dragon Soul, look at these shields are huge.
Unstoppable
Baron
before
is almost
smite.
gone.
If he can get it, I mean, maybe Inspired can look for a miracle here. Not even going to
Oh,
attempt.
okay, yeah,
As
this is
Team
just
Liquid
gone.
will get the Baron. They'll chase Lion away from the river. Dokla full retreat mode.
I was gonna say, keep
as Jose
pushing.
Dioto continues going forward. Berserker's cutting back. Realm Warp here into
Oh,
the flank.
Saint's
Saint now
dead.
has to go into the
Bye-bye.
stasis. Inspired's looking for the ensemble before.
Yep.
Lands on one pop. Blossom to lock him down. Saints in trouble.
Bye-bye.
As he will survive
Game.
for quite a while, but still falls. Berserker free firing will get one.
Game.
But claimed by Jan. Team
Pushing the mid wave.
Liquid playing a clean game of League of Legends. The Dragon
Or
Soul
bot. You already
into
got bot
the
wave
Baron,
too.
into
That's
the
fine.
team
That works.
fight win, and they will march this way bot lane for the win.
There we
What
go.
a great series so far. I mean, this game TL came in
Bit
with
of an
a clear
oopsie
game
for a minute there
plan.
for TL.
They attack bot side jungle. They attack the bottom lane, diving over and over, and they're going to even it up.
Say it with me, guys. 1-1. We got a series.
Yes,
on
we
our
do.
hands. Team Liquid, tie it up.
Come on.
Well done by TL. Bouncing
Finally.
back after really dominating.
It took 2 weeks, but we got a series on our hands again. Hallelujah. All right, reading through some of these because they happened during the game. The Asian Danny, thank you for the follow. An anonymous gifter gave out a community sub, and then Kiki's Deli gave out a tier 1 sub to Toad. Toad's in chat. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing okay. And then Brex C followed. Toad, what are you doing here, man? You got your own co-stream to worry about. Good series on our hands, though. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Thank God it's not ending in a 3-0. Now, I'm curious to see how this series goes on. Because I feel like TL's playstyle will work for another win. But what I worry about going game 4 or game 5 is that Lions comp or like Lions drafting ideology will benefit them if nerfs start to become a factor of this series. So I still think this is, like, despite this win arguably looking a lot better and dominant throughout than the game 1 did for Lion, I still think Lion's in a really good spot to keep this series even. I also agree. Get Inspired off with the Malphite. Like, get him on a playmaker. That is wild to just see Corky burst like that. I really need to learn how to play Corky, but I just can't get myself to do it. I really can't. Alright. Hell yeah. Always possible for, I mean, they almost had a moment there in that game. Like, that was not, like, look at, hang on, look at this graph. No, chat, move out of the way. Move your ass to the right. Yeah, thank you. There you go, look at that. Right there. That right there is a Team Liquid throw.
A little scary at 30 minutes. Really bloody. For sure. Let us know who your player of the game is, though, because we got
Look at that.
Morgan having a lot more fun on champion damage. I accidentally zoomed into a specific part of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say, clear 5 is crazy. Clear it up!
There we go.
There it is.
So this is the damage.
Yeah, that throw right there is a little bit daunting. You worry about that just a little bit if you're TL. Wukong is banned. Trundle's still open. J4, yes. I agree.
Emily said Quid. Raz said Jose.
I said Jose because of his, like,
I think Jose gets player of the game for that, personally.
And then the invade on red side jungle that was super successful.
I think Jose set them up to win that game.
Of him and Rise going I thought it was an excellent game from Jose Dioto.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And it was, we were talking about
I 100% think you give that one to Jose. Also, let me pay out the prediction.
more passively because it was
Pay
required
out
of him.
that.
Here we saw him making so many more plays.
Funny, everybody swapped over to LYON after that last game, and then they lost their channel points for it.
Casters agreed with you.
That's funny.
And probably with the chat. I want to see what the chat thought about that one because
First blood one on the game. 100. It set the tempo. The biggest thing is sometimes you just need a moment like that to really get the ball rolling early. It's the same thing you see in golf. It's like if you can get that first par, that first birdie early on, like it takes, you just start feeling it. You just keep going. Versus if you start off with like a hard bogey or a hard double, setting that tone for the beginning of the round's tough.
Especially with Inspired.
Real tough.
Blocking one of the dives, still finding 2 of them. I think this is Team Liquid at their peak. They just need to be able to find this
good game.
Yeah, they found the peak.
Good sets of games so far. Or a good pair of them.
They found it occasionally in the DSG series, and now we're in a situation, thank goodness, the streak of sweeps in the LCS is over. Last week we had 3 3-0s in a row.
Yes,
now we're
chat.
guaranteed at least 4
Yes.
games, but this is kind of what we were expecting. All of our predictions, whether it was TL or for LYON, were 4 or 5 games in the series. So we know that they're going to be going.
I feel like Quid is getting a little too much credit for this. I agree. I think Quid had a decent game, but I think that's like very much on Jose Dioto personally. What is that horse? Why does the horse have blue extensions?
Whether you feel comfortable or not, that's your opinion of yourself. But I will say, the thing that impressed me about LYON in Game 1, and the thing that gives me hope for them across the series as well, is that was a really tricky composition to pull off. And I actually, when I saw that walked in, I was like, oh, I don't know if they've gotten to the coordination yet to be able to pull this off. So that was really, really impressive to me, despite the fact that, like you said, it was a closer game.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is the top lane Varus from Dokla is impressive that they pulled it off.
True.
But there's only so many top lane Varuses. In fact, there's one. And you can't play it again.
You could play Vayne.
So
You could play Vayne.
Morgan's going to continue to win top lane against Dokla. And if Team Liquid is continuing to play with this level of aggression and play within their windows, I haven't seen a game from LYON where they play on fast
Gupton, you have one issue is that
Team Liquid plays like this, they're going to win this series 3-1.
Quid played with 100 Thieves last year. To which I would say also McFisty, thank you for the follow.
Okay, we'll see.
The thing I would say about Quid is you're getting kind of like the middle ground where he has like some high pop off plays and then some iffy moments. I think right now we're not having like a legacy Quid series by any means, but like he's solid at the moment.
Better MVP season, Blabber Spring 2020.
He's solid.
Or Inspired 2025 Split 2.
Hey, thank you, man.
Might be recency bias,
Okay. 100 Thieves is what I meant there. No, okay, so the thing with 100 Thieves Quid is that I feel like River was a big vehicle for that, and I don't feel like Jose Dioto does not play the same way that River does. So it's going to be naturally a different looking Quid. It's not going to be as flashy. Which is fine. We have a series. LCS. And then Flaming Elmo.
Yeah, because there was COVID. Is he lucky or is he unlucky? This is the best he's ever been.
There we go.
This is the best he's ever been, bro.
Got the tweet out. Also, did we all see that Loki is playing for Bro? Now?
That's unlucky. Because it was good.
As a C9 fan, this doesn't look worrying so far. Yeah, look. I think what C9 fans can't fall into the trap of right now is that you can't watch this series and watch like the two of these guys go bloody against each other and just assume that this is how they're going to look against you. Because LYON's playstyle is drastically different than C9's. And it's not going to be one-to-one comparable. TL, if they're playing against C9, I'd imagine it's going to be a lot bloodier. LYON is going to be, like, you're not going to see, for LYON against C9, you're not going to see, like, those mid-game fights that I think C9 takes. Like, LYON's going to avoid them like the plague. I think either of these teams legitimately can push C9 to distance. I still do think C9 is favored, to be very clear. And I predicted that I think C9 wins it We got our waters. Was TL called Curse at the beginning? They were, as a matter of fact. They were called Team Curse prior to, I think, what, 2016-ish? I don't know. Toast said, happy 1 year, 12 months. With a Prime sub. Thank you, Toast. And McFisty. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Inspector D, thank you for the follow. All right, here we go. Game 3 time. Let's get in the draft, baby.
Very confident on it, but it's one of the
interesting to note. Lion took last pick again. Shocker. Lion enjoys picking last. Who would have known? Papa Smithy, how we doing today? Not too bad. How you doing, Papa? Who you got for today's series, Papa? Toasted, how are the games been so far? Pretty good. We've had 2 completely different style games. Game 1 was a slow burner with Lion with a scaling comp that let them win it. Game 2, once again, Lion picked scaling. Team Liquid pick a little bit more early game focus, and they get some shit done. I'm inspired, pilled, want him to sweep the weekend. Got it. Got it. Alright, so what power picks are still up? Pantheon's banned, Vi's banned, Oriana Nocturne gone, Varus is gone. Oh god, I don't even know. What do you want to pick first here? Have fun. I don't know, what direction you want to take us? Aurora? Good pick. Sure. Quid's Aurora is pretty damn good.
Usual suspects on the ban list, so it's Aurora locked in first for Morgan.
I've heard some people call Aurora mommy, so you know, maybe it's mom days.
I don't think that counts, Kobe.
Kobe, what you got on your mind, brother? You've heard some people call Aurora mommy. What you got on your mind, brother? You good?
Oh, Ash Seraphine, very likely. We'll see if that's going to get locked.
Yep, there it is.
Ash, or if they're just going to go for a more standard Ash lane. It is always nice too when you get
Who do I think is going to win the LCK tonight? I want Firax to win. I want to see Diablo play internationally. I think that'd be fun. Hi, Luna. Hi. You want to come here? Come here. Hi. Hello. Come here.
You're echoing the people. The voice
Come on.
of the people here on the broadcast.
But the lane itself is so crazy, and then your
Quid should blind Silas here. I mean, that unironically would be a good pick. Especially with Seraphine.
And you get coverage all the way around. Heals, shields, plenty of
Blind Silas, take the Aurora top side. I'm down for it, Papa. I'm down. Also, 2 fantastic ults for Silas here. Like, just do it.
If it is just the first hit of the E and no one is slowed, it is just that slow. If it's 2,
alright, J4, interesting.
If someone is slowed when you hit that empowered, then it stuns, right? So it kind of just ramps up like that. So that is why it is such a powerful combo, but it is very vulnerable to.
Oh, don't you pick the Jhin. Don't do it. Just blind Silas, do it. Do it.
Potential engage here between the Aurora and the Jarvan, looking to punish this low mobility bot lane.
And already, Team Liquid, they've got a dive comp here through Aurora, Jarvan.
I hate Jhin. Really, TL? You're gonna make me pull for a freaking Jhin?
Look for some flank angles. Meanwhile, Lion try and shore up their 5-on-5 battle. Guess what? We've got Ash
Zinjao.
as a core to build around.
Okay.
It makes melee carries feel invincible. You can bounce the Seraphine ultimate off Zinzao's head. Plus, he's got his own ult, so he can dive.
There's no way that Lion doesn't ban Silas here. There's zero way.
So Team Liquid, you know, they've got some options as far as their burst damage, their sideline plays, their dives, but I personally,
unless they're planning on like smashing a, they could be smashing a champion that they know is just instantly going to counter it. Fine, like maybe.
Jhin comes through, so now they're looking for some of these dangerous engage pairings. Blitz can be really powerful against the Seraphine. Pop the shields, pull in these squishy.
Yeah, I knew that was coming from earlier. That's a good callback.
So now are we going to be getting, you know, solo lane bans? Like, are we going to be looking at mid or top for the Aurora is kind of the question, because I do think it's flexible, you know, based on the matchup. And so
what do we got?
What matchups they're most worried about.
Scion ban, that makes sense.
I mean, this
yep.
is kind of the similar strategy they did last time with the Ornn ban early. Just trying to.
I think you banned the Ornn as well. Why not?
Yeah, and they're running a Jhin and an Aurora already, so they are not killing a Scion, and especially if that Scion's got Seraphine.
They're saving. I'm assuming saving mid pick for last.
The Seraphine Ashe, you're basically just worried about kills in lane before you know, the surprise like Blitzcrank or Nautilus, which both are banned.
And there it is. Yep, there it is. Knew it was coming.
A lot of good ults to steal as well with the Ashe arrow. As well.
You should have went Silas third.
Curious if they're going to be banning
You
out
should have went Silas third. Damn it.
Worried about the Ornn as a specific matchup into the Rumble.
Fine.
Are they worried about just low consistent damage that you're talking about in general, Kobe? Because
why do I feel like this is a Lucian Nami bot lane?
The champions that they've drafted so far, but
it just screams Team Liquid to be like Lucian Nami, or if they want to get fancy with it, like the Elise Kaisa type shit.
Excuse me, does Doku want to go towards one of those tanks, or would he be too worried about the potential matchups for Ornn?
I mean,
it's screaming Lucian Nami.
Hovering the Galio, though. We'll see if they want to lock that one.
Oh wait, no. What am I saying? They have a Jhin. Why am I so dumb? Jesus Christ.
Also put it mid, depending on what else Team Liquid show.
Yeah, you have to be ready for either, so you can't pick like a regular like Bruiser or something, because Aurora will just.
Akali? Oh, you could have had Silas into Akali. Oh man. Okay, now that I'm fine with.
Yeah, but it's not a tank locked in. They're saving that last pick. They have, you know,
that I'm fine with.
Zhao kind of pseudo tank when his ult's up, plus the Seraphine shielding him behind, but they still are lacking that like primary go button outside of a couple of you know, Ashe.
Come on, do it.
This would be exciting to see Quid locking in the Yone. This is a guy who has been known as a melee specialist, but it just really hasn't been meta so far this year to play a lot of the melee champs. I'm not going to get locked in though. It is going to be which is going to be that blind up for the top side. So Aurora is going to be going mid.
So what supporter are they going here?
We're going to have to find out what pairing they want for core. They do have pretty good ability with the Jarvan, so I think they have options. You know, he could go in Enchanter if he feels like that is the best matchup. And then we are just waiting for what is Dokla's counter going to this Gnar.
Really maybe,
I think that makes
sure.
Sense if you do go Bard.
Yeah, why not?
Again, it's the same
fine.
Philosophy here. You throw down the ulti on the Seraphine, or
you need some sort of front line here for TL or for LYON.
To have that time to come in. Jhin all opens up right
need front line. Who are you gonna pick top side? The Ornn?
In position to look for the kill.
You ain't doing Aurelia. Don't hover that.
Like this. It does not seem like a Dokla
Yorick would be fun though. I ain't gonna lie. Yorick would be fun.
Every time I talk to him, I'm always joking about it, because when he was on Optic, he used to play Yorick.
Yeah.
Hey, we got an Optic mention on broadcast.
And he's always like, okay.
So let him cook though, because they let him do Varus top. They did.
Okay. Okay. What?
You have to play to it as jungle. Aurelia, you know, we've seen it before. Try to use in the LCS sniper.
Son of a bitch, I'm in. Fuck it. Give me a Lion win so we can go to 5.
At the time, and Aurelia, you gotta play to it. You have to win your counter matchup here. It's very good.
I forgot to throw the prediction up, but now I'm gonna. This is the perfect time to throw it up.
Of course, you need to get your Blade of the Ruin King spike, but Aurelia, you can use the minion.
Hey, yo, come on.
And you just constantly put kill pressure. The thing that usually
that's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Yep, because the only way you're putting on any pressure is by going in. And if you
Sniper did play Aurelia, and it lost pretty bad. We're going to talk about that game.
The matchup 1v1. So it is one of these matchups, like you're saying, that requires jungle attention from both sides, because Jarvan has to be there to potentially punish the Aurelia. Inspired has to be there in case the Jarvan is there. Otherwise, things can go sideways pretty quick. That is an exciting pick here. I love that they are putting the confidence in Dokla to bring out picks like this, to bring out the Varus, to bring out the Aurelia. It is something he has played 9 times in his career, so he has some experience.
If Lion wins with this, that is scary for TL.
Big Dokes fans are eating good today. He's making this series
This is so scary for TL if Lion wins this.
In the top lane, will it get Lion their second win here as a series?
Because it's like, what champions do you have that you can draft
Liquid
against
continue some momentum here with the more
Fudged it. Aurelia was also meta back then.
Game 3, we're on to the Rift.
And especially if you can leverage the lead
here we
on
go.
Aurelia, then usually it's pretty difficult to team fight with this champ, let's be honest. as a melee carry. But if you have a Seraphine on your team,
this is
it makes
going
melee carries
to
way
be
easier to
interesting
navigate because of all the CC, but also the safety of the shield. And the
I mean, I agree. I think Lion's
honestly,
draft,
I like the cooking here.
If they
I
can
like that they're
keep the
really
tempo up
indexing
in
into
fights,
this
is
bottom lane
fantastic.
battlefield over this
If
side
it's
rush,
slow, like weirdly
again,
enough, if it slows down, I think TL's
And look at
comp's
this.
going to be
This
able to
feels
pick
like
them
a
apart.
throwback, the 4 pots boots, because there is so much poke on this other side. You know you are going to get smacked by this harassment. It's pretty much unavoidable. Volleys can't really be dodged. The Seraphine passive autos, that long range, really cannot be dodged. And even just the Seraphine Qs,
Seraphine,
the
you're
high
not
notes
wrong.
are so hard to actually avoid because it's such a massive circle. So LYON is just accepting, you know what, I'm going to get hit. He's going
Boots
fleet,
pots
boots,
for LYON.
4-pot. Like, that is the most sustained, the most defensive you really can set up for in a lane like this. So he knows his job is just to survive.
Yeah.
It's funny how we all like universally just hate Jhin at all times.
He actually has used 1 potion out of the 4.
Yeah, survive and continue to get your CS, and he's doing that quite admirably. Quid with the early
beating
push,
the shit out of Saint in
the
this
ward
early
over
lane.
on Raptors. Both junglers are starting bottom side because of this Aurelia matchup. Again, when that thing is locked in, you know every jungler's alarm is going off. All right, this is a volatile matchup of all volatile matchups.
Wasn't that bad last year?
Because
yeah, it's not that he's bad either.
There's going to have a huge impact on the rest.
We
of
just
the
haven't
game.
seen people play it all
Is
that
going
well.
to get the early crash here for the recall. This is nice because you have plenty of time to get your first super early, easy recall off while Nara is dealing with it, and then you can just walk right back to lane with the super home guards.
The good thing for Jhin, though, like this is a good comp for Jhin, unironically. Like, who do you have that's tank? Nobody.
So
you build Serpent's Fang?
It's like, I need to have vision, extra vision tools as well on top.
I want to see him go Storm Razor, Serpent's Fang. That should be the immediate, like, 1-2 build.
Cup, but either way, you will be going there as LYON going to get rooted up there by the beat drop.
Not great.
Ends up having to cleanse.
I kind of like this too. You know, you're
Not
like, oh,
great.
we got this crazy volatile top lane matchup. So our Ashe Seraphine on the bottom side gets to try and like work their way through the potions.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. Junglers cannot be everywhere, and so they make you choose.
Inspire gives up top crab, goes for bottom crab.
Pressure, and Inspired's going to wrap back to the bottom side. They gave up the top side crab because of the reset timer.
Quid is 10 CS up, by the way.
Pushing back out, so he will trade bottom side
9.
instead.
Sorry.
Yeah, nice wave here for Dokla as well. He can just safely farm while Jose Deodo was on the top half of the map, and like you said, Inspire just gets that bottom scuttle. So junglers even start here to the game. Just a slight tempo lead for Jose Deodo getting back onto the Rift.
I'm going to shit a brick.
This is the dangerous spot of the matchup. Okay, big that stun misses, because now you've got a little window where Morgan can actually walk up. But when you are Mininar, the wave in front of Aurelia's turret, and it's actually walking there too, because then Dokla can threaten, you know, jumping on the wave with Q as a minion dies, and then jumping over to the Mininar as well. So Morgan,
good snipe there.
I think playing it quite nicely there, and you know, avoiding the stun, very big. Now the wave will push back towards a safer area.
Yep, there's the TP.
And we see Quid going for a reset, now teleporting back into lane, picks up the Dark Seal. So some early game stats.
Obviously, this bot lane matchup going to be really important. You know, LYON just trying to survive it, but historically, these guys have actually matched up quite a lot. This is all of their kind of accolades from when they were both in the league at the same time. So it was
good step up by LYON there.
But they both won titles 2 times while they were in the league. They both, you know, got up to first team All-Pro. Berserker the only one to actually win that MVP, and then LYON.
It is officially a Yomu start, by the way, for LYON.
So pretty evenly matched overall as far as their success and their accolades. Though LYON has had the edge in the head-to-head while they were both in the LCS.
Yeah, 2 incredibly hype AD carries here, and this time around, Hawkshot also helps out so much here. Being able to
evens up the CS a little bit.
Next clear from Jose.
Tops even, bot understandably in Ash's favor.
The opposite side this time around.
And I think that's actually a really great call out because, you know, we talked about it from the point of view of pairing this really aggressive bot lane with a really aggressive top lane, but it's a really aggressive bot lane that's great at scouting out the enemy jungler. That makes Aurelia's job even earlier because you're drawing pressure to you through that way and you're tracking the enemy jungle. So we'll see Jose going to be up here. He knows anytime the wave gets close to the enemy tower, that is when the potential all-ins could come through. So Jose is just going to sit behind Morgan and make sure he's safe.
Exactly. You have to do these cover plays, and You know, he's got all his camps down, so it's fine for him to do at the moment. Level 6 here, acquired by Dokla as this wave is pushing into him.
What do these guys know that we don't about you?
Your Blade of the Ruin King spike
you gotta
really
go fast,
where
bro.
Aurelia goes crazy.
You gotta go fast.
But even with ultimate, you can make some threatening movements.
And you can see how defensively he's building.
Yep.
For the early
Dragon was always going to go over
that lifesteal, that sustain is so
towards
problematic. Obviously,
Lions
Conqueror,
to
but
start.
also even just the
Oh, they're not going
Q
to do it.
last
They're just
inning
going
gives
to
so
back.
much healing back.
Interesting.
Then you get the Blade of Ruin King
I thought they were
healing
gonna do
there,
it.
and it gets pretty out of control.
What's the game score? 1-1.
His job is really just to survive. You know, the game doesn't necessarily have to be about him. Aurelia is very difficult to team fight on. Obviously, that is supplemented somewhat by the Seraphine, but if Morgan is going even, he is feeling really happy about how this matchup is turning out.
And it's also assisting this bot side to get slightly ahead for Lion side. Because of all the time that the junglers have put top side, it's opened up the Ashe Seraphine to get a 12 CS lead now over their lane opponent. Yes, Jan's going to pick up about a wave here as he gets back into lane, but still, with the Cole stacking, Berserker is finding a small gold lead for himself.
All right, Dokla going to push this wave quicker on top side, and Dragon.
How's Saint been so far?
Available.
Really good in
Hotshot,
game 1,
as
a
you said,
little bit more
gives
sus
me
in game 2.
Constantly tracking here, so
His Talia ults in game 2 were not great, but they were also behind, so
Jose's job's pretty tough in this game. You have to cover top. Your bot side's also getting shoved in constantly. They almost always know where you are. It's really tough for a J4 who's known for being able to like make early game plays find anything right now.
I completely agree with that. That being said, though,
cross world between Vale and Big Cataclysm.
Nice.
First blood to Quid.
Come on,
with
Quid.
An outplay and a jungle
There we go.
assist.
Yeah, that looked weird. I kind of want to watch that back. Like, did Saint flash into the flag and drag? That's what it looked like to me. I think he kind of maybe misclicked or misunderstood what was happening there. But Jose, the flag and drag looked like it was going wide, and I think he just flashed straight into it. And he knew he was from bot side, so it's like even if you have that information, you should be playing to the other side of the lane. So let's watch this one more time. Flag and drag going to be coming through. Looks like it is wide. Yeah, he just flashed back in to try to get the passive auto, I think.
Oh my god.
And unfortunately for him, Quid just hops out to safety, and definitely a pretty big misplay there from Saint. Knew where the jungler was, mechanically misplayed as well, so kind of pretty big mistakes on all accounts.
1-2 punch.
Yeah, he wanted the burst damage, he wanted to finish
Why did he flash
but,
into it? The world may never know.
The bot lane's also not
world
happy
may
with
never
that
know.
because they're just like, yo, just scouted this, and he's like, yeah, but I saw the kill.
I had the outplay,
You
guys.
saw Jarvan, but I saw Aurora.
Yeah, I saw half a health bar, and I'm a collie.
It is a little bit worrying, though, for Lion.
Remember,
for me,
Inspired
to
said
have
that Saint is
I think
more
made quite a few
mechanically
mistakes in the
gifted
last
than
game. I think his
Jojo.
ultimates were pretty poorly placed, and at times he wasn't even canceling them when he could have. You know, like when I think about that bot lane dive. And so to go from that into a mistake in this one, Saint is
Which, to be fair, his game 1 looked incredible.
When he's hot, he's really hot, and when he's cold, he's really cold. He has been on fire in playoffs thus far, but last
this
game
is the
definitely his weakest in
Targaryen turning up
playoffs. And then
tails.
to start that off with this makes me a little bit worried about how he's going to perform going forward
Version
in
of it.
this game.
Yeah, also when you're just behind now. I mean, that's 2 stacks on Darkseal that you gave Quid. He was able to get more CS, and you're falling behind in that department. So it's not just the 1 kill that you give over to the
Giving
team.
up first Dragon.
It's the assist gold. It's the way that the wave state's currently at. As now Inspired starting up the Dragon. We saw the Grubs taken by Team Liquid. So it doesn't look like they will contest
TL
this
has given up
objective. It's
first
just a trade
Dragon, I
between
think,
them.
every
so nice
game
for Lion
so
to at least
far.
pick this up. Oh, okay.
Oh.
1 health.
Oh.
We almost had a steal.
Well, Zap, we've been there before. It's okay. 1 HP, it's fine. Just turn around, finish it.
That was a choice.
Let the jungle pet get it. You know?
That was a choice and a
That's
half,
cool
Inspired.
junglers do.
Well,
Never look at explosions or smites.
But
Yes, gotta walk away.
it's not gonna finish it though, because it's an epic objective.
You're getting into the details.
Yeah, you know.
You gotta turn around sometimes.
Classic jungler, you know, really overanalyzing. Yeah. But hey, they do still get it, and like I said, that is at least something for them to play around. It's with this bot side push strength they have. Is Saint actually finding some more damage here onto Quid. Doesn't use the ultimate this time around. Quid will walk forward, has the wave behind him.
Nice.
1 more weirding for the damage, and just a trade of health bars.
Yep, just kind of poking back and forth.
Is it really a trade of health bars, though, if you have a bard that can come in and
a lot of early
heal them up?
pots.
I
Does
don't think
have
so.
The fleet footwork as well, but that being said, he's not that far down, you know, is holding on in this matchup, and Morgan's doing great on the top side. We do see a big bias come through from Dokla. He now has tier 2 boots and Blade of the Rune King, so...
Ooh, not
Arrow
good.
lands onto Yon, but the Bard ult to try and turn
He
things
barely
around.
gets out of it.
Slow the damage
Nice.
from Berserker. Now they can turn with a 4 shot, but Berserker
Stepping
still
up. I don't know. You don't do
healthy with
enough
the Seraphine
damage. Okay.
behind him.
Oh
Current call
my
as
God. Here we
Jose
go.
Dioto
1,
comes in. The flag and drag
2,
knockup lands,
missed.
and Isles falls.
Oh, he missed
Joel
it.
goes
Oh,
over to
no.
Jose Deodo. Team Liquid find another one.
So before that play started,
We're batting
I saw
about
the blue
50 right
ping
now.
on
That's fine.
Krugs that was on Inspired farming. So TL saw the entry from Inspired to know that Zin is topside.
NFL
finishing
scouts
off
would be
Krugs.
proud right through the
I have
uprights.
to go back and check to see if they saw his pathway there or if they were just saying, hey,
the tapes.
He's finishing. But that gave them the confidence on bottom side to be like, yeah, we're not scared of this. And bot side played it really nicely. Yon's able to outdistance the Seraphine ultimate
Oh,
here.
Morgan.
You know, he's got boots of swiftness.
Oh, you're
just
going to
use the
die.
cleanse, walk back out, go for the re-engage, get there.
Oh, Morgan, you are so dead.
Inspired's looking top. There are multiple members from Team Liquid hovering around Morgan. He's caught off from his wave. Dokla's taking some damage here, but he's just trying to buy time for Inspired.
Ah, dude,
and
don't
the kill is
flash.
picked up. Lion
Don't flash.
answer back in the top half.
I mean, Morgan had been doing great, but he was sitting in lane with 2,300 gold. Like, he had not based in a long time. Dokla had gone back to base, and Dokla had been back to base before we even saw that bot lane.
Oh, we can have a fight here.
He really overstayed, ends up getting punished pretty heavily,
Good.
loses the flash as well, which hurts. But, you know, that is the price you pay sometimes for getting a little bit greedy.
Hey, you know what? I respect a greedy laner.
He went back
Takes one to know one.
Okay, yeah, good. You can see on the mini map up there, the toggle.
And I want to see this this encore if we're actually going to fully see it back. So, because to me it looked like they used the Seraphine ult late, right? Like, so the cleanse was used on the Crystal Arrow, but then Isles hits a double E, gets a stun, and then just didn't encore fast enough out of it. So that allowed
Isles
the Jhin
has
to get
been
back.
a
And
little. He
you have
was
to kinda
slow with the
wonder,
Wild Growth last
Is that
game.
a different fight if the
And a
Seraphine
little
ult
slower
connects?
this game.
Also, Jose
but it's
Deodo
fine.
last second cancels the back. That hawk shot was seen the very tail end of it, and he just stops it. So I think LYON also just assumed that there was going to be no J4 there, and when he flies in, they're definitely taken by surprise. As Morgan, again, pushing Dokla out here in the top side.
What does he have?
Has been
He does
handling
not
this
have
matchup
complete
just
item.
fine outside of dying with
But
you
he
know,
does
the
have
jungle
Bramble
gank.
Vest, which will help against the Aurelia at least a
Dokla
little
does
bit.
have more of the Blade of the Ruin King components completed. Once he finishes that, it
We
can
were
get
asking
very
for a pop-off
tough
quid
as
performance, by
it's
the
time
way. This
for
looks like the game.
Inspired to hover around the mid side here. Saint will go for reset himself.
Looks like the game.
Ooh, quit stopping the back though. Nice little rocket build there, cheeky.
Just being a bit annoying. Saint does have that mid lane roll quest.
That's so
completed,
satisfying.
Obviously, as you can see that empowered
So
recall.
satisfying to watch.
Oh,
I
Morgan
just
just
hit
up on this
my
top side
ankle.
again. The wave is
Fuck,
held, and he
chair.
knows he has to be very,
Oh,
very
that hurt.
careful. Dokla has the ult in
Oh.
7 seconds, so that is going to be the window he's going to be looking for. But
hurt.
Core is here to cover. You can see multiple members coming up from TL, so they're kind of trying to bait
Dokla
Dokla.
goes for the Vanguard immediately, and Core JJ
Does
gets
he
the
get him?
auto slow. Also, it will miss.
Okay.
Core JJ holding the Q right now.
Ooh,
Dokla actually
no.
flashes over
Oh,
it, and
no.
now has Saint in his back pocket. The focus is Morgan. Core JJ keeps him alive.
Jhin dealing
So
no
Yon can try
damage.
turn one,
Oh,
but it's
no.
disaster
What
for
was that?
Liquid. LYON find 3.
That's why I say it's the most dangerous when the minion wave is right there in front of Aurelia's turret, because Dokla can use the minion wave to re-engage and disengage at will. Even though they're
Dang.
like, "All right,
Maybe
you're
if
gonna
you
go for this
built
minion arc," and they try and
Stormrazor,
get a
maybe you would have
counterplay.
killed there.
Dokla's able to jump back to the minion wave, then
Maybe.
re-engage and heal off the minion wave. Doesn't even go down. Big Dokes is able to use yet another counter pick. So they start out on the minion arc. Core JJ tries the counter. He just goes right back to the
Good,
minion
getting
wave.
away.
You know, Morgan uses
Now
his
watch Jhin.
jump there
All right.
to avoid the stun.
Fine.
So
Misses the
in
root.
even
That's fine.
closer. Saint gets here in time to finish
Here we go.
the burst,
Jhin,
and
what you gotta do, brother?
Dokla was able to heal up no problem.
Bang.
The
One
minion wave
auto.
as well
Nothing.
as
Q.
the
Auto.
guard here, and
You
then
took
Yon's
like
well, I'm
30 health.
overcommitted now too.
And then died.
You gotta give credit to Saint. He was so fast on the TP from base. The split second the Bard showed, he was already TPing.
And 2 Drakes already over to LYON.
Because
I'm
it was a
yeah,
reset
LYON
timer, and
is
you
in a
know the
real good
bottom
spot.
lane was also resetting. They're like, hey, Yon and Core are probably on the roam right now. They have the early advance warning. So a better kind of game plan
Once
there,
again.
and outplay from LYON, from Dokla side.
I like LYON
Saints
scaling.
The top side versus Quid here,
Quid.
looking to chase down the Aurora. Q's landing one after another. Quid could be in some trouble here. Flash from Saint, flash response from Quid.
That's fine.
Will survive.
Flash for flash. Quid still has ult whenever he comes back into this lane. He's fine. He's
You play
chilling.
the Rune King done. Doesn't matter if your abilities miss. You just auto attack this guy to death.
Yeah, as you can see, he's chunking out the Gnar,
Dokla
but Jose Deodo is in the
now
back pocket.
in
Yeah, both junglers. Look at the mini map. The other Inspired's coming down too.
Smash down is the teleport in from the mid lane. Cataclysm onto Dokla. They got him this time.
Okay.
Teleport will complete from Quid, but they already killed the top laner.
I love how we just see everything
Okay.
flying down there. Teleport
Yep.
comes in.
A
There's
little
an
too
Ash
aggressive
arrow.
there, Dokla.
Everyone's like,
Oh.
Wow. That was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just gave up.
They needed to get out of their top.
Did they give up the entirety of mid tower?
They open with the lane assignments because you
not the
commit so many people, including a teleport, down to the war zone that is Aurelia versus Gnar. The mid lane just gets left open, and Berserker is able to cash in on the other side as well.
What's up?
So
Herald's up?
It's a very, very marginal gold lead for LYON, but really, you know, the extra 2 dragons here does go a long way because if they force you to walk to this team with Ashe and Seraphine, it can be very dangerous.
They really can. I mean,
oh man, you do. I mean, that shutdown on Dokla helps a lot. He was like 1,000 gold up. He's now down to about 225. So you need one more good team fight to really kind of start getting yourself.
When someone picks an Aurelia, they're like,
spot,
all right,
I just feel like
game
LYON
is about us now.
LYON and 5v5 fights is going to be tough.
You're opting your team into ganking for your lane, whether you like it or not.
Because everyone knows what they're going to do if
and
you
Jin
don't.
is only on Yomus right now.
I'm going to run it down otherwise. You better be here. As the Herald is started up here by Team Liquid. Does not seem like LYON are in a position to contest, but actually they do jump in, as now it's Saint in a 1v3 topside here. Goes into the smoke screen. Just buying time for the rest of the team who are backing him up. Inspired did jump over the wall into the Herald and push Team Liquid off as they were looking for the kill onto Saint, but no one gets the objective, no one dies.
Okay, no Akali ult, but also no Aurora ultimate. So
where's
they
the gold? Okay, so the
move
gold
up,
lead's
and
mostly
as
on Berserker, which makes sense. Jin has not been able to farm, and they've been getting a lot of plays. Oh, good flourish.
Oh, Tempered Fate. Their chain CC onto the support here. Isles slowed down. Inspired to keep him alive. The Cataclysm used onto Isles. Fourth shot might be enough, but it does not land. Inspired
Akali's on top of LYON.
Jumps in onto Jose Deodo. Berserker now has a flank angle here as Jose Deodo jumps over the wall away from his team. Deadly Flourish will not land on a Saint right there as Jose Deodo gets out with the Hex Gate. So again, nobody goes down, but we are still scrapping.
Yeah, and this time I do think it is TL that are getting the bigger edge, though.
Everybody lives.
The summoners off of Isles means he is going to be very vulnerable.
What happened with Isles Holter? I was checking with Jin the entire time.
I
didn't even see.
Jose as well. So really, at the end of the day, I guess it is pretty even. This next dragon going to be so important for the two teams. If LYON is able to get towards Soul Point here, that would be huge. It is Hextech Soul, one of these really powerful souls, and especially for a team like LYON that have so many easy ways to just kind of apply it with, you know, Seraphine Poke and Volley and all these
CS. Quid still a little bit ahead. Fine.
I love the slow off of that one.
Berserker's still pretty far ahead.
But it is still a minute and a half until that, so there's some time for both of these teams to set it up. Currently, Inspired just going to path towards this top side, clear these camps out as Dokla is back in the top lane with Teleport.
I'm assuming Core is going to be rushing Mikhail's this game. I do think it is really, really powerful, but you know, eventually you'll probably get one in there, even if it is not going to be first. When you're playing against that Ashe Arrow, it is so valuable, as well as, you know, the Seraphine Encore.
Ooh, Morgan actually goes for a cheeky little play there.
I see you, Morgan.
Looks for the wall up onto Saint, but won't land the stun.
Okay.
Just pushing the wave with the rest of the team behind him.
Tempered Fate's
coming up in 2 seconds for Core JJ. They could look to ult the turret and then get the damage onto Saint. He tries to go back in, stunned up, knocked down. Tempered Fate onto the turret.
Didn't even need to use the Tempered Fate
from Team Liquid.
Didn't even need to.
That was so nicely done from them. They just waited out everything from Saint. No ability to outplay. You can't allow them to go first. You're going to get stunned to the wall by the Gnar. So you're forced
TL realizes that they can pick on Saint a little bit here right now.
But TL was really nice with it on that dive and have pretty much pulled.
Hey, we got a last whisper second item for Jin.
Just the end of the Gnar bar right there. His Mega was dwindling away, but he kind of cuts off the escape, and Saint tries to go in right past it.
Oh yeah, don't walk. Don't. Oh no, LYON. LYON, why? Why? Oh, why do you walk up?
Flash, so a really good summoner spell.
Oh, I saw that coming from a mile away, brother.
Spawning right now, so no Tempered Fate, no Cataclysm contest from Team Liquid. It seems like LYON should just be able to pick this up, and also no jungler. Jose Deodo instead is just going to look at the Herald.
I'm honestly really surprised that they decided not to contest at all. It just feels like you are now one mistake away from losing the game, basically, right? You know, if you do have a pick happen, if you get its Smite stolen or anything like that, Hextech Soul is one of those really powerful souls that generally can secure a victory.
You just put yourself on a clock.
Pretty risky stuff here for TL.
Hextech Soul on Aurelia sounds disgusting.
For a little bit of gold, waiting for some item completions, perhaps, for this next fight.
Yeah, I think Jin is just a little weak. Was going to be a little weak there for them with, you know, Ashe on 2 items. So they're like, well, Better not die also.
Is Jin able to get Last Whisperer on this?
True. And they also do get a lot of gold on the top half of the map. On to Quid in particular, who is the biggest individual gold lead on the Rift. That's basically all of Team Liquid's lead is just Quid. He gets that top turret from the hover. They get the Herald. So it's not that Team Liquid didn't answer anything. It just is that LYON now are on Dragon Soul point.
Yeah, and it's just that really a couple hundred gold at this point in the
game.
About
a half-level lead for Berserker,
too. They did what they could from that spot, but it does make me feel like it's a little bit more reminiscent of Game 1, where I think TL were a bit hesitant
Morgan.
Morgan again with the wallop onto Dokla for the stun.
Dokla.
To the wall.
Bye-bye.
Another Cataclysm from Jose Deodo. Everybody getting
there
the
we
kill
go.
There. Team Liquid find another pick in the side
That's
lane.
a great pick. Look, dude.
4 people to the
LYON just had a 1,000 gold lead. Look, it's now 2,000 in TL's favor, and they're about to get mid tower.
That tower gold, but they're just going to move in with multiple people and the Rift Herald. So they're getting 2 lanes
My
here.
God.
Even though you fully commit to a bot side play, it's not like you're giving up anything.
And
really.
bot side. What the?
Yeah, I mean, maybe LYON can try and defend this mid side. They're losing their tier 2 bot. They're getting that outer turret top side. So Saint will eventually clear that one, but still
did Gnar get full bot side?
I mean, Morgan still basically kills the bottom tower. He gets the
My
whole thing.
God, what a
Here,
swing.
so huge stuff from
What
Team
a
Liquid.
swing.
Really smart play. They go to the top laners fighting really early on. Morgan knows he can do the chase down. This is the vulnerability of Aurelia because you don't have ways to go out.
Immediately in chat, I see, TL has 0% chance in this game as they swung the gold lead by 3,000.
When it was locked in because we know what it can pull off if it gets
4,000
ahead, but now it's behind. 1.5k gold lead for Morgan. This Aurelia is not working.
Meanwhile, Twitch chat over here worrying about their channel points. Not sure which way they want to go.
Exact plays like that, trying to attack you. And nice little job there from TL.
I mean, they still, to LYON's credit, they have a team fight.
I was going to say, LYON's not worried.
Like, Team Liquid will have to contest. There's no way that they can just give Dragon Soul. It's such a powerful objective. So if LYON can set that up,
you have so much time for LYON now to sit back and just relax.
Yeah, I mean, you are down 3K,
you have 15
but if you get
minutes.
the soul, it is worth way more than that 3,000 gold.
You do not have to fight shit.
Really high consistent damage. For
Unless TL like forces you to Baron, which even then you can kind of just like poke off. You don't technically have to commit to anything until 38 minutes in this game.
You burst someone down or you don't, right? And if you don't get that initial pick, I do worry.
And you have an Aurelia, so just send her on the side.
Because champions like Xin, Aurora, and the Ashe are going to be pumping throughout. And if the counter engages there with a really good encore, the shielding coming through, and Crescent Guard coming out, I think that could be tough for TL.
I'm going to make a prediction, and my prediction is that Morgan carries
when,
this
tomorrow?
game. I just see this guy on Gnar. He is in a very good position.
Yeah,
I feel like
this guy's on my screen, and I've seen him play League of Legends.
I've seen him play Gnar as well.
I wonder what Yon's going to go third item. Is he going to go rapid fire or is he going to go IE?
If they end up
it feels like a good, like, rapid fire doesn't feel all that useful in my opinion. I think he needs the damage, and IE is going to be massive.
I feel like he's got side lane pressure. Unless he gets it with an Ashe arrow or something, it's going to look pretty good for him, both in the team fights and in the side lane.
That means pressure's on in a minute's time. We are approaching the Dragon setup right now. Team Liquid have the push in mid and bot. They're able to get their wards down to watch LYON's
The biggest thing is she needs to be
splitting. Unless LYON can get in there right now, they're going to have to walk into a relatively unlit jungle as they approach if they want to contest this Dragon Soul fight.
I mean, 50 seconds left. I don't think they go for it.
When you're looking at the mini-map, they have some wards, but they're pretty shallow.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, Dokla down the side lane, he's going to have to play so safe. There's no towers there. There's no one behind him. I think in the 1v1, he's been doing well. He's piloting the character well, but TL have done such a better job of actually coordinating to punish him, to look for these
they're going to fight
plays.
this.
They haven't been
I don't think
this
is worth if you're LYON.
So that really is the question. Have they done enough to put this Aurelia down, to build their gold lead, that they can win out in the 5v5? Because they didn't have confidence to go to that third dragon.
Power of Ashe Seraphine. Let's see it.
This is all on Isles. Isles has to hit a good encore here.
In these waves. Now they are in the mid lane as Saint jumps in onto Quid. Inspired follows up as well.
Little deep. Nobody else is there. Oh, the arrow miss is not good.
Blade dance. Not going to go down for the follow-up
Save the Seraphine ult.
And Deadly Flourish will land.
Save
plus
it.
the Temperate Fate. It's only onto Dokla. It's only the Aurelia who flashes away from the follow-up CC.
I don't know if you need the flash right there.
So LYON do get their top laner out of there. It's still a bit of a push and pull here.
Yeah, they're just trying to wait out Morgan's Narbar. They want that to expire. He has flash. It's about to end, and then LYON can look for the fight.
Big play now for the fight with no ultimate on the Gnar, no Mega Gnar.
Nobody is
available
tracing
for Team
Akali
Liquid.
on the
They're gonna have to
backside.
find a different way to get in here. They still have Cataclysm. They still have Between Worlds. There's a flash for
Jose Dioto going in.
out from Isles.
This is a good fight from Lion. A great encore.
But the encore on the multiple members.
There it is. Soul.
Firing on to Team Liquid. Morgan's trying to retreat, but the
Wow.
Dragon Soul
Good
is secured,
fight.
and Lion smash a team fight with a double kill to Akali.
All right, Lion got the soul, and they can run them over towards the Baron.
Good
as
fight.
well.
Nobody
Yeah,
marked the
Lion
Akali.
crushed
They
that
just
fight.
came
I
in.
mean,
Jose
Teals
Dioto goes to
could
one
not
side.
coordinate to
Nobody
burst out
else
one of
can
these
catch
carries,
up,
and
and
that
that's
is the
it.
problem. It's all upfront damage. If you are not successful with that engage, you got nothing.
Oh, they even stopped Core JJ's back, and the Baron is on the table here.
And
so
Jin
Team Liquid gonna have
still
to
does
watch
negative
as that goes
damage.
down, get some waves for themselves, but so much gold in the pocket of Lion, plus 2 back-to-back objectives.
So nicely done from Lion. They kite back TL off of Morgan's teleport.
Well done.
And Morgan's not able to stun Dokla out of the teleport, so the flash away is good. They kite into the Dragon Pit.
All right,
secure
there we go.
everything, and Lion in a commanding position now. Let's just listen in on the call.
And it swings back.
I will try to flash on Aurora, okay?
Okay.
Watch Jose Dioto go so deep here, and the rest of his team not able to
On my
follow
next
up.
Q, keep waiting, keep waiting.
Watch.
Keep waiting.
Jose goes for Seraphine.
I'm gonna ult to bite.
Actually, I might go on Jarvan. Guys, look on Jarvan.
Here. So, and they're all back. Now you're fucked. Now you have nothing at that point.
Aurora dead, Aurora dead.
What are this?
Focus on Jarvan.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
Yeah, looks pretty good.
nobody marked Akali, so the second he goes down, Akali's just able to come in and clean up the Jin, who they're assuming is going to be able to ult and deal damage from far.
These comms are clean. Wait on my next Q. He charges up
Oh,
the Q on the
wait a
Dragon
minute.
now.
Temper Fate onto Dokla with the curtain call. They're trying to get some slows and some damage down, but I mean that Seraphine shield just nullifies
did nothing.
every tick of damage coming in from Yan.
And
Nothing.
they were able
Like
to
no
delete
damage.
Witch. The Aurora instantly went down with the flank.
Talk about
Dokla-
deleting. Yan has a flash away. Dokla with the Vanguard's Edge follows him up. Turret's doing some damage here. but
Good
Lion turns
encore.
his attention there. Dokla's
Isles,
still
great
picking it
ult.
up, but he still
Great
gets
ult,
through
Isles.
it all. Lion find 2
He heard y'all
kills plus the
talking
turret.
shit.
like to make a prediction. Morgan is not going to carry this game.
Agreed.
I would like to update a previous prediction. Yeah.
I like
That's
your
game.
second prediction
This
more
is
than your
over.
first.
Although, to your credit, you did say if the Dragon Soul is denied,
This
he's going
is
to carry the game. It was
over.
not denied. Lion were able to pick that up.
If Lion kill the Nexus, I think they'll win the game. A bold prediction.
What will he predict next? Yeah.
They're looking really
Yeah,
good.
there's
Not
no way
predicting
to
this series
stop this.
is going to be going to match point here for Lion.
They
Okay.
have the Baron empowered minion, 2 cannons behind them, and
Yep.
Team Liquid ain't got
it's
nothing
just
but
over.
a dream to stop this push. Lion showing up here, going 2-1 up in the series.
Whoever called
these
for
are
that
really
Jin
fun
pick
games.
better not, like, I'm sorry. What? It was useless. It was useless. Like, again, Jin's fucking useless. God damn, dude. This is the third straight game, in my opinion, where you've been outdrafted. You got ahead in one game in mid, or in game 2. But you are getting outdrafted, simply put. Like, it is not close, in my opinion. And that Jin, oh, dude, I hate that Jin pick. Oh, God, that made me upset.
Like specifically, you just cannot see where Team Liquid is with how much vision control that they have. So they have to play this one.
TL play, oh, 100%. Like, you can just tell. You can just tell this is one of those, like, again, one of those things where TL plays this comp in scrims and 100% wins with it like 75, 80% of the time. And then comes on the stage and the game can just not play fast enough to be able to do anything here.
The most crucial thing happens right here. Guard ulti hits, everything hits on towards Aurelia. You need the follow-up from
Like, dude.
He's going Mega Gnar. He misses, and so now it's very clear.
I don't think, honestly, I think with Smolder it's not bad. I don't know how I felt about the Bard as well, personally. But I mean, the 5v5 of Lion's comp is just good. It's so good. Managed a prediction, 64% voted Lion. There we go. If you're going into game 5, okay, 2 things need to happen here. 1, TL needs to pick. You want last pick. You want second pick. Okay, stop doing first pick. Give yourself the ability to counter somewhere and get ahead. Hang on, I want to see this segment. This actually looks good.
LCS Discord tell us who they thought was advantaged in every role. So we're going to pull this back up as a reminder of what it said. And my prediction was, while I'm scared of Inspired, I don't see how LYON wins this if all of their lanes are losing.
Yeah.
But I'd say this has swung. Dokla's counter picks, man. Like, is this even Morgan favored, or is it actually Dokla favored, Emily?
So I actually love that we're seeing this because this is also
as of right now, it's
or like
Dokla favored.
earlier,
It's not even
I was like,
close.
oh, Jet, this should have been.
You're
I
giving
don't
it
know
90 to Dokla?
We're covering it.
I actually think Morgan's Gnar was good in that game, but the big thing to me is not even that Dokla's willing to do it, because we've always known he's like a counter pick, like top lane specialist. We've just been waiting for that to happen, but it's that the rest of the team is trusting him to play stuff like Aurelia and Varus top.
Give me some LYON. Give me some LYON.
So, like,
you need to at least move it like here.
Yeah, I'd say the adjustment so far here is like Dokla is making it at least a 50-50, maybe even Dokla favored.
I think it's Dokla. It's Dokla favored. It's like 70-30 Dokla right now.
Put attention to Dokla to just make it even because of these counter picks. Saint has, I think, split
yeah,
with
it is
Quid
50-50
at the very least. But then, like, LYON that game, at one point we looked at his item build, Raz. It was the upgraded boots and a pathetic little Yomos and an armor pen item. This is kind of like over here.
Yeah, LYON is getting
which is then
gapped.
making these games able to become late game games when the Inspired advantage kicks in.
And I think the setup for the best of 5 like
No,
this,
I mean,
even
again,
though you had a little over here,
I think the
I'm putting it
biggest
over here.
The biggest point of contention is that the whole idea of this TL comp was that it was built around the idea that LYON could carry the team. How the fuck is LYON going to carry a team when he's being put on
I
Jhin?
think we need to do player of the game, and then we're going to get into predictions to see if we're changing anything. Because I was a TL 3-2. You guys were both predicting LYON, but player of the game is Inspired. It was, again, a very slow control
Yeah, I mean, it makes it like,
flawless. 2
oh,
kills,
dude.
0 deaths, 4 assists, and we know he always gets that credit.
If TL doesn't go second pick and doesn't pick an actual goddamn carry for freaking LYON, I'm going to lose my shit.
Chat voted for Inspired.
Like, that's what you got to do. Like, that was the whole message of your team coming into this year. And you can sit here and say, oh, it's not bot lane focus. It's not a bot lane focus meta. Bullshit.
Punishing both of two of Morgan's best picks in the Renekton and Gnar.
He's your quote-unquote best player.
Series for me.
Morgan's getting counterpicked.
Again, it's fearless. I don't think they have more. I'm hoping they don't have more. And if Morgan can actually...
I don't even have a LYON jersey. I will wear a C9 jersey on Sunday over wearing a LYON jersey. Like, dead ass.
Full house. What? Horses over Lions. 3-2.
Get out of here with that nonsense. Get out of here with that nonsense.
All right, bye.
The reality is this is not 100%. You guys are crazy with that.
All right, bye. He just
I'll give
leaves.
Jose some love.
Don't come back.
No,
No, stay out of
I
screen.
made it very clear, and that's all
Stay out of screen the entire time.
My big thing is not even.
come back.
Don't come back. No, don't come back.
Toss the segment.
No, I was gonna say my big thing is still not necessarily that Dokla has these top lane picks, because again,
Super
feels
bot
like
lane
we've
meta as well
always
with
known
anyone
that.
otherwise get
Last
cope.
week when he was on the AD, we were just chatting as we were waiting for an interview, and I was like, so, because the Vayne was picked erroneously.
Hasn't
and I was
LYON been
like, so,
sussy?
bring out the
If he's
top lane,
sussy, then like
counter
fine.
pick. He's like, I'm
Like
trying
let him
it.
be sussy.
My
Like,
big
but
thing
just
is the rest of the
still
team
draft
has
for it.
trusted him enough, and they've played around it in these compositions. That was the most impressive thing to me in game
dude,
one,
it's
and it was
it's
the most impressive
pissing
thing
me
to
off.
me
They've
in
given up first dragon every single
Game 4
game.
is up next after the break.
Oh, we got to look at the snacks.
Has had a
Hold
huge
up.
glow up in the lower bracket of these lock-in playoffs.
Show me TL as well. We'll analyze this in a minute here.
Come on, Team Liquid, please.
Is that a vape? It's a Quid just ripping the vape in the room.
Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day.
All right, we'll check it out after this. After the ads go through. Got to make sure we're supporting the brands that support the LCS because you know they keep the lights on.
Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
TL doesn't even look like they have snacks. I mean, granted, it's just the camera angle that we're looking at, but like.
Yep, that's my mom. The absolute legend who went from gaming on her phone to ruthless.
Hey, Roxanne. Thank you for the 5 community gifted. Holy shit.
Apples with peanut butter?
Roxanne said 48 hours. until we're watching out in New York. You're damn right. It's going to be fun. It should be a really, really good time. Thank you, Roxanne. All right, let's go back. Let's do a snack review. Let's go back. All right, snack review. Snack review. Okay. I can't tell. Am I able to like zoom in? Is that a thing that I can do? Like, no, I can't. Okay, so we got more water. That looks like either gum. That's not Swedish fish, but it kind of has similar packaging to it. The bananas look like they're entirely gone. I don't know what's over on the other side. That's gum, by the way. That blue pack there was 100% gum. And just no food to be found. Just Monster, water, and a vape. I'm seeing a massive difference in the snacks. Okay, a massive difference. Did they get this? They did, Roxanne. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, that was not Swedish fish. That was not Swedish fish. No, that's water. Yeah, so that was the watermelon that we saw earlier. The bananas look like they're gone because that's just the side of the peel. I don't know what these are. And then TL just nothing. I mean, if they do have food, it's elsewhere. Like, you got 2 waters and the same monsters from earlier and a vape. That's all you got. The snack buff is heavily in Lion's favor. That's all I'm saying. If TL gets tilted, I can completely understand why. What are you going off of? Like, oh man. 2K goalie from TL. Oh man. Oh man. Again, I'm curious to see what TL does in draft here, but as of right now, you got to give a heavy advantage to Lion. They are just gapping the shit out of this. And it's not really close. So, time will tell, but also, shout out to everybody that said that Lions was shit, and then he comes up with 2 really clutch ults at the end. He heard y'all talking. Also, Straight Shot Scott, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. Also, Goth Kale Center, thank you for the follow. And Spectre D6, thank you for the follow after that past game. Do I think the non-standard picks are throwing off TL? It's not the non-standard picks. It's that TL, or it's like Lion is just like clearly signaling to you, hey, we will counterpick you and make sure that this goes late, and you're not drafting to fight us in late game. So like it just feels like a draft kingdom right now. TL's not able to play the style that they think that they want to play. And it's like, dude, I don't know. What champs have been non-standard? I mean, the Varus is non-standard. The Varus top lane is 100% non-standard. The Aurelia is non-standard entirely. Game 2, there wasn't really much. Game 2 was pretty straightforward, I would say.
Sorry, Kobe, what was your point? I was just jumping in there. I didn't mean to derail. Keep talking. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I feel like the 2 games that TL lost, they kind of lost in a similar way.
All right, backs against the wall.
They were a lot more proactive inside lane plays.
What are we picking?
They waited till a point in the game where
what are we picking? Team Liquid goes first pick again. Fuck me, bro. Why?
TL never really got a single good engage in a team fight in that last game. They only ever preyed on the sidelines, which they did well to create a gold lead.
God, why are you giving counter? I hate the idea of giving counter
The next
pick.
fight must happen. And if it does not happen, well, that's game. Like, that's pretty much it. And, you know, Morgan came in with the Narbar
I want to find.
They waited that out.
I think Leo tweeted about it.
It was
zero.
He can't just get sold
I'm
for free.
99% certain
and so it's like,
Leo
it's not an
tweeted
ideal
about
fight,
it.
but you painted yourself into a corner, and I feel like Shield did that in both of their losses. So I would rather see them just kind of draft for more of a 5v5 comp.
And I just like the surgical precision at which they approach team fights. You know, he's like, all right, I'm prepping my Q.
Okay,
we are assassinating.
Leo tweeted out about this, by the way. So this is global.
They're also open to other options.
First pick.
As it was developing, they were kind of changing the game.
Blue
plan,
first pick, red first pick games. So this is Lion select blue. So this is a red first pick game for Team Liquid Alienware.
Coach interview from Raz.
48.9% win rate. First pick has a 47.3% and a 48.9% win rate.
Part of our Varus pick wasn't just a Varus flexible for top.
Oh wait, red first pick, blue win. Never mind, I'm wrong. Red first. Okay, hang on. They are red side first pick, so this is a 51% win rate. Okay, never mind, I'm wrong. I'm speaking out of my ass. I read this chart wrong.
Inspired last week, you know, I had a great interview with Sheep Esports, and I got to interview him as well, and he was talking about how he felt like the series for TL was a lot closer than it looked. It just went that one-sided because Morgan was dominating top lane. And so I do think that, you know, a lot of people were coming to this series thinking Morgan was going to smack.
Okay, Mundo, great start. There we go. That's a team fighting champ. That is a scaling champ.
Play with comfort. First pick Mundo.
Delete that part of the VOD. We just ain't gonna talk about it. It never existed.
So that is pretty nice as far as the protection bans do go. But yeah,
Mundo, give me a Sivir with this. Give me a Sivir Alistar. Lock it in. Ezreal, fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Now for Team Liquid, we are going to scale better, okay? We are going to have some good scaling. We're going to have some good team fighting. They want Mundo early on.
Ezreal Karma, fine. Give me the Sivir Alistar. Give me champions that will be useful in team fights.
So they want to get a really good, you know, scaling front line for themselves. Immediate answer from Lion, though, is double poke bottom lane. Okay, fine. You're going to go scale with Mundo. We're going to put pressure on your lane. We're going to poke you hard. We are going to push.
Yeah,
Sivir Alistar. No.
You could go with, you know, Nami still hasn't been
no.
Yet, so
Bad TL. Stop it.
Play that style and match power with power. And I will say, as much as Karma Ezreal is terrifying in the 2v2, if you are scaling up into the late game, and I'm playing Mundo, Ezreal is not a champion that I am scared of. There's no percent health damage.
I don't like Lucian Nami. I don't like the early game pick.
Mundo already demands some consistent DPS to be able to deal with them. So I'm kind of curious what Saint is going to bring out to be able to put pressure onto this
whatever.
Mundo,
Sure.
Ezreal is
they can still do well.
And if you wait to do it here, then that means there's 2 more bans going over to Team Liquid, so that pool gets pinched even more.
Yeah, honestly, let's see if they can just push tempo more because you
basically ooh, okay, interesting.
You want to win before he scales.
Yeah, exactly.
So we want to win as quickly as possible. Ari, huge playmaking champion.
So far,
and so they want to try and make, you know, a lot of one-item team fights and victories and skirmishes.
Oh, let me start the prediction, by the way, for Game 3 or Game 4.
Ari, I think, really effective with the proper pairings. Look at all the bans. Like, Wukong is gone, Vi is banned, Pantheon is banned. Like, all of these kind of pairings alongside it are gone. It's not that there's no AD pairings. You can still go deeper into, like, Viego, one of the old pairings, or Lee Sin. There are options, but I do
Bro, if they go
like
Viego, I'd
we
shit
have
a
seen
brick.
Ari really struggle when she doesn't have one of those premier jungle pairings to really kind of work in tangent with and to kind of set up those guaranteed point-and-click charms.
I don't like this comp so far from Lion.
There either, so I do think the setup is lacking, and if I'm TL, I'm targeting whatever you think Inspire will play as far as the AD junglers. You just continue to ban those out. I think Aatrox makes sense. You know,
yeah, I think who was it in chat? Gamma called it. I think Mbessa is going to be a ban here.
Strong AD pairings too.
Get rid of Mbessa for Lion.
Could have been a jungle Aatrox.
Because I think that pairs well with the comp.
There as well, so let's see. Whenever you do
Sylas,
Ari, I do like the Sylas bans. Another problematic kind of scaling
LeBlanc ban. Interesting.
So another Ari matchup here. The
Mbessa's already banned. Oh, never mind. Mbessa was already first banned. Never mind. Sweet.
We could just get like a Victor or something like that, though, from Quid, which is, my guess is that's where he's going to end up when you already have Lucian Nami, you already have a frontliner. You know, and we have, you know, Kali and Sylas, and a lot of these kind of melee champions are already
gone. So they're going to pick jungle here for Lion. We already know that. They're saving top lane counter pick for the same way, the same thing it's been the entire time.
And interesting throwing some more bans up towards top lane. Of course, it could be a Gwen jungle as well. We did see that come out, obviously, from Griffin. It did not work out.
Ornn. Oh, okay, so they're saving jungle counter pick. Interesting.
And we're going to go for the blind pick Ornn, probably assuming Mundo jungle, but also, I mean, if it's tank v tank, whatever, in the top lane. But they're saving Inspired's pick for last pick here. What do you think the odds of that Graves, Kobe?
I think that Graves is 0, but the Ivern. What about something like an
Ivern would be disgusting.
You just siege though?
But your top side would be so weak. Think about your top side, Ahri, Ivern, and Ornn. To me, that's just like...
It's not looking good.
It's just no damage. So I feel like they need physical damage.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Camille into it.
Yeah, so...
Hell yeah.
Counter picks in the top lane.
Come on.
Theoretically, you could swap Camille into jungle. Were there recent changes for that? Your hook shot now can actually...
Give me the Galio. Give me the Galio. Come on. You know you want to do it. Camille Galio's disgusting. Do it.
It is. You
do
can do it. I think the top lane is much better because it's a tank matchup.
Yes! We're going to game 5, baby. Come on.
They got the combo. The Camille ultimate into the Galio ultimate.
Come on. We're going to game 5. Unless you got something up your sleeves in jungle, we're going to game 5.
Side a lot. Unless Inspired's got something crazy right now. What is
when
it?
Kobe was talking about Morgan carrying from the top lane, he meant this game. Yeah. He wasn't talking about last game.
It was a spillover prediction. Yeah.
Did I not say that? That's crazy.
No, I got you. It was implied. It was implied, for sure.
You got my back. Oh! Wait. That was not an accident.
Wait.
That was not an accident.
Vayne jungle? Vayne top? Ornn jungle?
You can Ornn jungle. Ornn jungle is fine.
What?
Really fine. The clear speed is totally fine, and you're just matching.
No way. He went Vayne top. Oh my god.
You got another counter pick for Dokla. He's been unleashed. He literally, for literal years.
Oh my god.
Let me please. This series is... Dokla's been given the keys to the kingdom.
I think it's really, really
this
cool.
Is
I haven't played this particular matchup a lot. Obviously, you're always going to have to be worried about ganks, especially post 6 when they can just throw.
I don't even care if it loses. This is fucking peak. I need game 5 just for the draft.
You're going to the wall. So if you actually throw out the condemn, you're going to stun them instantly on the wall with that.
Game 5 for come on, please. Like okay.
Pack sweeps as you do in most of these range versus melee.
This pains me to say. I'm secretly pulling for Dokla here.
I was talking about.
I'm secretly pulling for Dokla. But like.
Guess what? Vayne is gonna kill Mundo. This is the.
Oh man.
And Ornn scales really nicely from the jungle. I hope that LS is watching. Yeah.
Dude,
Ornn jungle. He loves the support build on Ornn as well.
And Vayne scales super well.
Build here for Inspired, but
he was on tank duty last year.
At all, and you're going to be able to scale as well.
Dokla making things very interesting in this series.
I mean,
do or die for Team Liquid. A win here means LYON locks in a ticket to Brazil. Team
oh,
Liquid
I don't know where to go with this. I want both teams to win.
Into a Vayne to start it off.
Yeah, I absolutely love.
I love this draft from LYON.
This is the
it's so much fun.
These kind of counter picks just really slam home the matchup. And when you play Ghost, it makes it so scary because the only
I don't think again this is another comp where I just think TL they drafted themselves a hole. That's why I wanted like the Sivir Alistar or like an Aphelios or something. Like
you're just gonna get chased down and killed.
Lucian Nami does nothing into this comp later.
And I just love the confidence from Dokla here because he had a rough start to the split in the stats department, but last series, now this series, we're seeing a different version of Dokla. No rain, no flowers. I mean, he's grown into an incredible laner so far in the last 2 weeks.
Ideal world, this goes to 5 because like Saint chucks it, but Dokla nearly clutches like a 1v5, and we get game 5 with a fun draft.
The reason that it looked so easy for TL was because Morgan was slamming lanes. So guess what? It's pretty hard to slam lanes when you are getting counterpicked every game. Even if you handle the counterpick really well, usually handling the counterpick well is losing gracefully, right? It's just kind of holding even, which means he's not in this position where he can just take over.
And it's really enabled by the flexibility of jungle. You know, they've actually added a lot of junglers to the jungle pool, and so you start out game number 1. The Varus was a flex pick, slamming at first pick. You know, it was originally, oh, we could throw this bottom, we could throw it top, no problem. And Ornn getting pivoted here into the jungle allows him for another counter pick. So it's all about using flex picks in draft and leveraging those. Top lane and especially jungle
neither Ezreal or Vayne unless LYON turbo trolls. I know that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. I don't see how team fights
I'm glad to see one of the
play out
teams
well
really utilizing
in this.
It's very, very cool. And this is something that I think
Once
is so
again,
strong
it's
actually,
range advantage.
in this season because you get the top lane role quest.
Like you've got range top, you've got range in mid, you've got range in bot.
Because you can afford to take double combat sums and you
on
still get a
TL,
TP
you have
later
range
in
and
the game,
ADC.
which is really,
that
really
is
valuable.
it.
It's also the first time in
if
Inspire's
you are not
career
ahead,
that
it
they'll
is
have
going to be a
Quid
problem.
As Jose Deodo looking for an early
Quid.
game here with Quid setting it up, but big damage onto Quid means that he can't continue the chase down. Saint absorbs that, and Jose Deodo will just path towards the top scuttle.
Yeah, I mean, you got Ezreal Karma pushing your bot
This is
lane
not.
in, so
Oh
Jose
man,
says,
this is
"You know what?
already not good early.
Trade farm for farm.
Ooh, nice little buffer there.
Not good.
Doesn't mean too much, except that he might get behind this Vayne.
I mean, Jose Deodo is actually, yeah, he is committing to the play up here. Maybe get the ghost out. That is used already, as Morgan will get condemned back. Dokla is alive and fine.
But sometimes that's all you need, right? You just need these.
And he's going the Uzi Vayne skin, baby.
Tagged him, so as soon as the cleaver tagged, then Dokla has to pop the ghost. They're able to get this chunk. Morgan has enough health now that he'll be able to push this out and then base. And remember, Dokla is not playing TP and has to base at kind of a more of a weird timing, so he's not going to have as strong of a buy. So those kind of relief ganks.
Nah,
really
you play the Uzi Vayne skin 100%. I don't care what feels better. You play the Uzi Vayne skin.
And he's at Krugs for respawn, so it's perfect.
And they knew he was there, by the way.
Also, I need to turn up the casters.
Mid lane, so you know 100%.
You can never be sure as top laner. You have to test these things out. Just trying to get the information for the squad, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, also I would have confidence in outplaying that, right? You're like, okay, I will be able to, dodge a cleaver. It's just a Mundo walking at me level 4. And so his call was, yeah, I'm going to stay up here.
Vayne CSing perfectly.
And, I'm just going to outplay this gank. It cost him a ghost. We'll see about the ramifications of Camille getting a few early items.
It's a more fun orange jungle stats. It's been played 3 times now in Tier 1 play ever. Last time was in LEC in 2020. So has not been played in 6 years at this point. And cool to seeing it brought out. And you talk about obviously a lot of powerful scaling for Mundo.
Pretty bad in the mid game. I mean, I'm assuming Vayne is probably going to go
which is really
first item
for
static
teamfights
shift.
later on. And because of the role quest, you're getting a lot
But
of
it's
income.
fine. I don't
Ornn
think her
is not
wave clear is going to be a
completely
problem
starved.
necessarily.
You can go for these kind of supportive item builds that are really, really affordable that we see Inspired liking on a Malphite as well.
Yeah, and I just love the fact that they no longer are pressured to say ignore the Ornn. When we just saw the first 3, the Arya, Ezreal, Karma, that we felt that was what they had to do. But now they also do have this scaling option.
That being said, obviously we're really excited about the Ornn flex. We're really excited about the Vayne top. I still really like what TL's composition is as a whole. And in my mind, I'm still thinking if I'm TL, if we full send Camille, Galio onto the Vayne, and the Vayne dies at the start of the fight, getting taunted out of Invis, well, they still have no one to kill your front line after that.
Yeah, and they're going to go mid first.
Jose again in the mid lane. That will get Spear Rush out from Saint, who actually jumps back in for some more damage on the Quid. No more CC threat, so he's just dancing around here, getting that damage.
Efficient little pass through again because he's just going to crab. So Mundo is on company time right now, and he's just making efficient little moves. Okay, no Ahri ult for now. Wait, they're trapping him on crab while the bottom fight is going.
Bot side. Yeah, Berserker actually flashes forward onto LYON as Jose Deodo avoids the first E from the Ornn, but the Call to Forge God is UCC immune. Dokla's got the damage with Saint landing the charm. First blood to the Vayne.
Not
the top
good.
Crab is the death crab. Inspired gets the crab. He gets the level 6. More importantly, though, he's got the laners to do it. This top crab is in enemy territory,
not good.
Jose. And he gets clapped there. They get his flash. They get the kill.
If you're TL, like...
Very nicely done.
Very costly as well because first blood.
I need to see that again because I was paying attention to the bot lane fight the entire time.
Vayne, that you would kind of stabilize with that early gank. And I mean, Jose kind of knew what was happening, right? Like, he goes through mid, so he knows that you've shown, yes, it is efficient pathing, but also the Vayne had full push.
All right, here we go.
Like, let's look at the mini-map here. We see the Vayne is moving. They're question mark pinging that. You know that your Galio is stuck right here under his tower. Everyone's coming.
Oh, my God.
He flashes to get that crab and secure this kill. Everybody knows we're full sending. This guy's not getting out of here. Yeah, and also...
And just like that, top lane is
yes, absolutely I am. Especially did he get a buff? If he got a buff, I'm for sure reporting him. No buff.
Baby Blue,
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that.
He definitely didn't have red, I don't think.
Yeah.
If it was
That's always the doomsday. When you're in a melee versus range matchup.
1.2k gold lead already for LYON, and they can just chill now. They don't have to do shit.
A dagger and some boots, but now he got a BF sword on that.
That's a little better.
Yeah. That was paid for by your Mundo.
it's crazy because the first blood bonus back in the game, so I mean that was huge. Inspired, flashing for it, getting the crab also. It's just the best possible outcome there for LYON in a critical game. This is a must-win game for Team Liquid.
And we see already Morgan's game plan has changed. He's not staying in this lane. He roamed towards mid, hovering there, seeing maybe there's something to find before my wave shoves in. So at least he's kind of still focused on what he is able to do at this stage in the game, which is currently just catch this wave and maybe look for these roams.
Yeah, I mean, the scary thing is always if your jungler ever shows, Vayne punishes you incredibly hard on the range minions. It's not the melee minions that are really that risky. You know, you can generally farm those safely under your tower, but when you step forward to farm those range minions, you are going to get harassed like crazy. You're going to get the Silver Bowl procs. It's very easy to just proc that out. And that's where you can start to get really whittled away on, and then Vayne can try to take over.
Right now we see Cole come out, plus call the Forge God defensively from Inspire to keep Isles alive. Misses the second cast.
Calibrating.
Yeah.
That's a first-time Ornn right there.
Been a while since Ornn Jungle has been played. I was going to mention the fact that Inspired had a full item completed. Jose Deodo did not, so the Dragon fight theoretically could go their way, but now it's actually the Mundo on the drag.
Yeah, I mean, that item, though, is getting a lot of, screen time at the moment. Xpetu, this Shen main in Europe, has been jungling a lot, and he's actually got everybody to start playing Protoplasm first, Shen jungle. Inspired, of course, did the really early, super cheap support item build when he did Malphite jungle as well. Makes sense a lot on Ornn too. Want to be super tanky, but it is getting in really efficient, early items, and they're also going to do quite nicely in
CS check
here for the team
top side, slightly ahead for Dokla with the kill. Not
maybe
great.
It'll be a different look
Mid
when
lane
we see
ahead
Camille
for Saints.
Galio
Makes sense in a range versus
One
melee
item with these
matchup.
champions,
Bot lane
like
a little bit ahead for LYON.
Is one of the craziest combos in the game.
Not
you
by
lock them in,
much.
you get the guaranteed ultimates, knocking them up, and especially since it's multiple AD carries on LYON, you kill the Vayne, or you get one of these squishy targets, and they're gonna delete someone.
I mean, especially with Vayne, so much of your survivability is about going into final hour.
That's
and
flash
getting
from
these
Isles,
out,
nice.
Constantly going invis. Camille also, you can go invis if you want. You're getting hit by the Galio ult, and then you're getting taunted out of your stealth. And that is where it's so hard as Isles.
Yeah, he walks up to stop the back, but he had already flashed the tidal wave. Plus,
that's
the
his heal
so
down
he's
again.
just trying to delay that reset from Team Liquid's bot lane.
Oh
Saint is
boy,
doing really well in this matchup in mid lane. Quid is kind of getting pounded. He's down 900 gold, despite the fact that it's been Jose that has gone mid multiple times. Obviously, those weren't like super effective ganks, but he was trying to help relieve some pressure. And Saint has opened up the largest individual gold lead, even with that little bit of jungle pressure that's been thrown towards him. So great job by Saint.
Yeah, Jose Deodo, again, it was basically the same gank each time.
He
just kind of walked through the lane, went
back.
up to that top side. Now he's completed the hard steal, so he can start stacking that.
How has Jose been doing? Hit or miss?
Scaling tank himself.
These are
hit or
little
miss
things, but we saw, Isles went forward and delayed the base from LYON. Now as LYON's getting back, Berserker canceled the base from Core, so they keep getting these disjointed base timings where TL, who had been
a good team fight when they have Ornn, Ahri, Karma,
haven't actually
Vayne
been able to
be
sync
tough.
up and get there at the same time. So small differences in these plays that are actually amounting to a pretty nice advantage there.
All right, we've got Grubs on the map, Inspired on top side with a Scuttle Crab spawn here on top of it. So support roam timer is really for Isles making a difference here. Karma hovering around. Meanwhile, we just saw LYON and CoreJJ showing as they push in the last wave, but the play is not happening quickly, so there is time for the reset here, and now it's actually changing hands. CoreJJ is walking up since they pushed the wave in.
Yeah.
Isles went back to the bottom side. Does seem as though Team Liquid are going to have the numbers here, so they should be able to get another neutral. You mentioned that Dragon, Kangas. Now on top of it, you get some Grubs, and if Jose can wait.
Oh, charm from Saint. He's looking for his own play on a CoreJJ. The heroic entrance for the magic shield from Quid just to save the Nami. So they do get the support out of there as Jose Deodo also picks up all the grubs. And they have LYON rotate topside to help push this turret too.
Yeah, they make a big overload play on top side of the map to grab some huge value. And honestly, even though Berserker and Isles will be able to push on that bottom tower, the early work has started on for TL on top side, and they're not going to stop. So this race should go to them. Camille only has a Sheen, like it's not Trinity Force yet, but still, it's Camille with a Sheen item and Q's on towers.
Yeah, I mean, the grub's making a difference, but the Ezreal ult actually cleared out a lot of the wave. The cross-map Ezreal ult helping to buy that time, and now it's getting really close. It's going to be down kind of to the wire here. I think TL still probably will get it, but very close.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if Dokla wants to walk up. Yeah, he does decide to walk up here, so he can help hit this. But yeah, the turret's already too low. Team Liquid will win the turret race.
Nice,
and a very creative shift in their game plan to get Morgan out of that 1v1 isolated, push Dokla back, deny him multiple waves, and get the first turret.
And LYON also is going Collector Rush here, so obviously it is a lot of early power.
Collector?
It's not the Essence River, so it doesn't scale as well. You can have mana issues, so that is kind of one of the big costs there.
Like
but now that you have Mandate and Collector, that's a lot of power here in that all-in. So look for them to be trying to create pressure. I expect them to go mid, after their next
I
base.
personally prefer Essence Reaver.
Culling timings, trying to really create openings for TL.
Maybe that's just me.
All right, this is the dangerous time when you're trying to reset onto the map right now with very shallow vision. Support's walking around, can get picked. CoreJJ playing it fairly safe.
I like Stormrazor on Vayne.
Pre-existing ward that they can kind of
the one time that I tried it wasn't bad.
Call Jose to face check.
Yeah, it's 20 seconds for that Dragon, so both these teams setting up. Team Liquid have that first one. This would be their second picked up, continuing the
TL
stack.
Getting this Dragon would be pretty big.
Very much enticed to set this one up, but some hope on Berserker, healed up by CoreJJ. It usually comes down to who can push this mid wave faster, and currently it's about a stalemate as the Mundo will, it looks like, start to hit that Dragon down there. Inspired now walking down from the top river as LYON takes some damage here. Flash forward from Isles to follow up. The route continues, but what a tidal wave from CoreJJ.
Still alive. Are they going to be able to get the Dragon in time, though?
Second cast,
No, they're not.
God, no follow-up. LYON lives.
The timing there was perfect, but still, it's 4 summoners down there on the TL bot lane, so they have no sums, and Morgan just got chunked, and he's on vision, so it feels like LYON might have earned themselves enough of an edge to start up this Dragon here. Morgan still has to keep running, and you have Dokla in the isolated 1v1 against Quid, which is going to be super good for him. And the producers let me know that when Dokla lost his tower in the overload, that's how the map, he says, I'm still scaling, I don't give an F. So he's still feeling confident, and they're going to TP back in and look to try to fight this.
Saint Bax picks up some items.
This feels desperate to stay and fight this whenever you have no sums on your bot lane.
The only one hitting this Dragon currently. Mundo goes where he pleases, but would like the team behind him. Although currently LYON are not actually walking forward to contest this. Inspired once these Raptors doesn't have the call to Forge God, so it seems like LYON are just going to get the objective.
Never mind.
That's the key there. Without the big ultimate from Ornn for the team fight.
Well, now they got to get out there. The Charm line's on Morgan, but he just tanks it all up.
Just going to let it go? Fine.
But look at top lane. That's what it's about, right? That's the trade, is you're going for that top lane. You're going to try to farm plates.
Another Charm lands from Saint. What a snipe. He has just been clinical with these. Finds another pick there.
I'm sorry, LYON and CoreJJ are playing god-awful.
To keep the Nami alive.
Yeah,
relative to expectations.
Don't care about the shield. Meanwhile, also the Vayne getting gold, so it's even better than LYON drew it up. They get a bonus kill on top.
Look at how much time Dokla's had on his own top side.
Over 3K, gets another turret plate for Saints. You mentioned how well Saint was playing the lane. Well, he's also been playing these little picks on core
quite
Dokla,
nicely.
Man. Force out Gallia ults. You keep having a Gallia ult the Nami as the Nami gets
At this
charmed.
point, I'm just going to enjoy the beating that
Gallia
LYON's about to put on TL with this comp.
So the best answer here is this offense from Saint.
Just going to enjoy
Malignant, he can just keep on throwing out these plays. And this time was an even better scenario where he also got the kill on top of it, getting 2 stacks for his Dark Seal.
I mean, Saint is just playing fantastic. Smurf in the lane phase, and I talked about how often Ahri is not successful.
There's so many things to be said, but the first is that, again, Team Liquid directly passed on picking up Dokla in favor of Morgan, and Dokla is being able to go in. He is able to find those plays for himself right now. It's not even
calling his own name and making it happen right now. He's in a great spot. And is going to be going in towards, it looks like a Leandry's second to help a little bit more with that true damage, or excuse me, with that percent HP damage.
On to Jose Deodo, who, speaking of, is now catching Isles here. The culling damage follows up with LYON.
I mean, that's good. You got that. Can you turn it into anything else?
So these Enchanter supports.
If you let this sit here and do nothing with it,
yeah, that's the thing with Enchanter's coming back. those things are squishy. Keep you walking around. Jose walks him down for the kill. Now TL
force
with the
this.
pressure.
You have to force this.
Siege onto the turret. That's 2 plates picked up, but not enough to actually threaten the turret itself. Mine have done a great
cut
job
the gold lead a
because of
little
how well
bit.
Saints played. That this turret, that was the first plates that they've taken in the mid lane. So it just really solidifies how well Saint has played this game.
I think those are also the first charges for the Heart Steel.
Heart Steel stacks? Yeah, that's one right there. Boom.
Is Vayne going second item IE? Or not
Hey,
IE?
you gotta start somewhere.
Fucking, what's it called? Not Infinity.
But Morgan now in a pretty decent spot. He is down 700
Trinity
gold,
Force.
but honestly, if they can find some of these plays where they can get him and Quid working together, I still think they have a pretty darn good
That's
setup.
a curse if I've ever seen
But LYON has shown, with some of these kind of like more oddball comps, they're great at playing them out. They're really playing to their win conditions in this series, and have super impressed me. The Varus game, as well as the Aurelia game, they're not easy comps to always play out in the team fights, and we see a lot of teams struggle
given
with
how
that,
we've
but
seen
LYON just seems to
Dokla
have a
pilot
really
these
good
champions so
understanding
far, yeah, I
of
got faith.
where they are strong, where they are weak. They're not even showing up for fights if they're at risk.
And the Quid
they're just
versus Saint
continuing to
matchup
play
is
towards
not even
what they
close
see their
right
win
now.
conditions are.
Incredible patience there.
Dunzo
Giving up a
Spring?
dragon, it's only the second one. Giving up the
Probably
Herald,
at this
you
pace.
already have the gold lead yourself here.
At
They
this
want
pace,
to
yeah.
scale with the Ornn, with the Vayne, and they're still getting gold onto Dokla despite the fact that he had this kind of like huge camp up on the top side with Jan and Core JJ rotating up there for that first turret. And I think it speaks as well to just how much the
gold
team is
lead is
starting to trust each
stabilized,
other.
but
Inspired is not just playing perma carry junglers. He's playing the Malphite, the Nocturne, the Ornn to set up his team to be the primary characters.
Yep, and he has a lot of cooldown reduction, and especially with the Zeke's completed for your ultimate here, feels really, really nice.
Okay.
Can have it basically
CS check.
available for
It's a
any
40
scenarios.
CS lead in mid lane.
So Jan, he's one of our AD carries that definitely has
You
the
pick
Lucian
Camille
card.
Gallio
He's
into
allowed
this,
to
so you
play
knew it
He's
was
very
gonna-
good on it.
you knew it was
And
gonna
is
screw
collector
you, but
rapid
I
fire.
think,
So
again,
you
just-
need to be getting in there and getting chunks,
Ugh.
getting plays, which
You got
does
no
mean
lead
you are
anywhere.
at risk of getting
That's
engaged on, of
that
getting
entire
Charm
gold lead
flashed,
is
of
on
getting,
Saint right
hit
now.
by an Ornn or something like that. But because it really is pretty low as far as the explosive engage, really besides something like a Charm Flash,
Oh,
he's
no,
gotta play that
Jan
line,
went
right? He's gotta be
vegan
playing with
build.
confidence. Being able to dodge
He
skill
went
shots,
rapid
being able to
fire
dodge things out
second.
and
Why?
create that damage.
You
Because with
need
this build,
damage
your
to
consistent
get through
damage is just
Ornn
so
and
low
Karma.
compared to some others.
The team needs you, as now it's a look onto Saint here. The Hextech Ultimatum and the
Okay,
Gallery
good
ultimate
pick on
not
the Saint,
fully
though.
working,
That's
but
big.
enough. That's a
That's
shutdown
real
over to
big.
Morgan, as they had enough damage to get the kill.
Yeah, even when they don't overlap. This combo is deadly. Beautiful.
That's
camp
big,
here
big.
from Morgan, and just waits in the tri-brush. They didn't see him, and they assumed it's just normal assignments with just Galio pushing down on the bottom side.
That gets
So
Quid
nice
back
quick
into the
play for
game a
TL.
little
Big
bit.
rewards there. They chopped that gold lead down.
And even the timing, I think, was really smart because look at this
Now
wave.
you got
He
Dragon.
gets up top and is able to catch that wave as well.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
it wasn't even as though you're getting
And he can
punished
TP
with the
bot.
tier 2 getting hit. That timing was really, really good. Saw he had a window to try
Oh,
to make something
Yawn.
happen.
Jesus
Yeah, Jan's
Christ,
going for
brother.
those E-plays right there. It almost just gets deleted. That's some
And
of
now
their
Dragon's
shield
up,
from
and you
Core
lost Prio
JJ.
for Dragon off of that
Big
trade.
ol'
What are we
shield from Miles
doing?
is enough to shield all of the Lucian damage, and Berserker lets him have it on the other side.
Were you
Not
really
gonna
just going to
result in
give
much
that up?
except for
You got
the
Dragon
early
stacking. Why are you
route
not?
into Dragon. They've got vision coverage through here, and they're going to start it up regardless.
So instead, Team Liquid are making a play on the other side of the map right now. Saint is the
Saint.
target here. Morgan's got his jungler behind him, but the Charm really chunks down Morgan with the Orb of Deception combo. And Saint can just pick up this wave, so really well played by LYON right there. And now, maybe looking at Quid here. Call the Forge God is used. Lands it. Oh, flashed by Quid as Team
And
Liquid
terrible
are able to
ult
escape.
from Yawn.
Saint also looks to chunk out Morgan more, but
Ugh.
nobody dies on either side.
Yeah, getting Saint into the side lane versus the Camille is looking very good here because of Saint's position with his 2 items. And just steel caps on the Camille, especially
The good
when
thing
he's
is
able to
they've
get
cut the
jump
gold
and an
lead.
early chunk.
But again,
Just one
you're playing
rotation of
right into
combos.
LYON's hand where this
Regardless,
game
the
is slow.
biggest win there is the flash, so Quid on the Galio
Yawn,
forced
you
to
gotta
flash
stop getting
that
hit by
Ornn
these,
ultimate.
brother.
We already said a lot of
Holy
cooldown reduction
shit.
for Inspired, especially for his ult, so Ornn ult is already 50% of the way through. Meanwhile, the Galio, no sums for the next fight, but they do have Rift Herald.
That time the damage does land from Jan onto Berserker. They drop the Herald, but it's not enough to actually crack the entire turret. Also, Berserker traded good damage back onto Jan.
Oh my God.
That's gonna do it.
Yeah,
Trinity Force completed.
Yawn just feels like he's losing out on these trades pretty heavily.
Dude, Yawn's
They
getting
do have
his
the
ass
non-sustain,
beat.
obviously, so you have to kind of keep going at it.
Every
but Berserker's
trade,
just
Yawn's
hitting
getting his
every
ass beat
mystic
right
shot.
now.
And if you're connecting with that, the damage is really, really high. They did get a little bit back, obviously, in that mid lane, and now Yon's going to be working towards the Infinity Edge, which is really going to ramp up his damage. But you look over at the other side, Inspired is on his 3rd item. He has the Knight's Vow, so he's just going full supportive items now from this point. And now he's level 14, so he has the upgrade on the
honestly all on Quid and Jose Diodo.
More health, but also more ability haste.
Even a Quid's at a 2.2k gold deficit. Like they're the only two that it feels like we're going to be able to make a play in this game.
Rank 3, it's going to go down another 10 seconds, so it is going to be up all the time.
Look at that, and already down like
there. Yeah, I mean, it's Berserker winning these slight trades currently, but when I used to think of Lucian, I always knew him as an earlier game AD carry. I feel like he scales pretty well still, into especially comps like this that are squishier, so you still got to respect it once he gets that IE.
You
Currently,
need
though,
some
he just
sort of
hasn't
shield
found
cutting
those right
item.
trades onto Berserker, who has the team behind him. They're pushing for this mid wave.
I mean, I guess the only one is like a Serpent's Fang, but I don't
Baron's
know.
up, but Dragon's going to be 2 minutes 45.
I don't know who gets
Morgan
it.
is kind of just cheating his way up from bot lane. He's going to get spotted as
But a
he
Serpent's
leaves that
Fang
brush
would
on
go
the ward,
so
though.
hard.
But that ward was pinged out, so they're going to try to circumvent it.
And the thing with Ornn as your only tank here for LYON, they can play range very easily. Ornn ultimate is huge.
Did we already get the Nice Foul
and
shout
all
out?
the other
I have
champions
not.
are so difficult to get chunks on.
I've been so focused
it's actually
on
TL that are forced
TL
make
trying
the
to win this
all-in
early. I mean,
call.
it's
they have to make these snap engages. And
oh,
with
upgraded
the
items
Ornn
already.
upgrade on Yon, he was already hurting. Now he's going to hurt even more with the Trinity Force.
Who did he put his Nice Vow on, Vayne?
If LYON
Ari?
can play their range correctly here, it becomes very painful for Team Liquid. Meanwhile, TL, you're looking at
I'm
snap
assuming
decision.
Vayne.
We can't hesitate when we see the opening. We've got a full send. We layer this Camille Galio. We get our Dream Engage. Nami Wave then comes through on top of it, and you can see how they could roll
Okay,
through
yeah,
the
that's
fight.
definitely
But
Vayne. That arrow's
if you're
pointing right towards
allowed,
it.
as the super range team here with LYON, to like poke.
Oh, good bubble. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There you go.
Again,
all right, you got to get Baron.
Support.
They're going to go Baron.
That's big.
In a very forward position, and Team Liquid found their window. They have a 5v4.
That was death
Vayne
by
has no
ward.
TP.
The
Vayne
ward over
cannot
the wall.
get here.
It's CoreJJ's bubble, and now TL burning down the Baron.
LYON are going to have to find a way in here. Dokla's walking all the way up. Morgan has a deep flank around the buff. Not spotted currently. Dokla might just walk straight into him. Has Saint in the brush on vision.
Don't dive
Team
too
Liquid
far,
are
Morgan.
holding damage on the Baron, not bursting
Make sure you're staying with the team.
Don't want to look for the 50-50.
Oh, good engage. Good engage. Morgan.
And now they turn onto the front line. Inspired
there you
goes
go.
Down. Saint dancing around.
Oh,
Will
those
pick up one
Saints.
response. Another charm. Dokla free firing. And LYON hold the
Uh-oh.
line. Again, Saint goes in.
Dokla,
Again,
oh
Saint finds
my
a kill for
God.
his top laner. The solo lanes for LYON show up huge at the Baron. And
Oh
will push Team Liquid
my
off.
God, Dokla has arrived.
Saint delivers.
That's
Holy.
crazy.
Off this game. Huge performance on the Ari.
That
and
looked like
Dokla
it was
gets the shine
over.
there. Ghost popped on the Vayne. They get to chase down. Look at the engage from Morgan over the wall.
Exactly. W flash. It didn't really quite nail it, to be honest. He missed the W as well as the E, but flashes onto Berserker, gets the ult down. Yon pushes forward.
Get him.
They knock
Look at
down
Dokla.
Berserker, but the problem
Watch
is
Dokla
right
this
here.
entire
Look
fight.
at the carries from LYON are completely untouched. Saint dashes to the side.
You got to ignore the Ornn. Why the fuck are you going in on the
so
Ornn?
much consistent damage. Even with the numbers, they realize we've got no cooldowns. We've got no damage. We need to run.
Saint is crazy with it in that one.
He's popping off.
He wraps around, he assassinates the Lucian, still saves the charm for the follow-up kill, and then he spirit
justice
rush
for fucking
flashes to
Dokla.
get another one. I mean, that is a deserved play
I mean,
for
he
LYON.
won.
Quite
Look,
nice right there. Stay
afterwards,
tuned.
they did the
If
damage.
they win off of that play, and we'll hear from Dokla.
Still a long way to go, as it is going to be just tying up the Dragons here. It will be 2-2 as TL showcasing the power of their comp on the other side. But again, they are so much of this kind of like one-punch style.
I mean, I get going on the Ezreal, but
Berserker,
like,
especially because Morgan didn't really connect with the W, didn't connect with the E. Like, it was just kind of that flash ult, everything sent to kill this one guy.
after that, you have to go on Ari.
I feel like, yes, Berserker is a problem, but Dokla is the one with the consistent damage that can actually deal with your tank. So if they can find Dokla, I do feel like that is probably the better target.
And Yon was just in some trouble there too. Inspired was untouched, so he's able to land all of his CC onto Lucian. Then Saint follows up on that, even on the Brittle with the charm, so extra long CC there.
Come on.
The team fight's working out for LYON for right now, but their
I'm
job is not done. They
what
only have a
Saint's
2,000
doing.
gold
I
lead
just
with
find the
even
Vayne pick to
Dragon.
be
So it's
more
not
fun,
like they
so I'm
just
paying more attention to
massively
it.
jumped ahead there, but
Y'all
I'm
can
happy you're
get mad
highlighting
all
this
you
as
want.
that is a third Ornn upgrade for
My
Dokla.
eyes focused on the
that
thing that
is
catches
extra
my
stats,
attention,
right? So it
and that
does
is the
show the
Vayne.
gold lead, but that is, a couple thousand gold extra on top. So when you're looking at it,
It's probably more like 5,000 goldish worth of stats that are in their favor.
He did go Triforce.
And of course, again, when you're talking about a
comp that has a lot of
probably
damage,
like TL's does when they're looking for this dive, the flat resistances from the double Mountain Dragon are going to be really effective as well.
And if you're going over like, you know, stats that are kind of hidden in values here too, usually for Mundo, you're thinking, oh, you're going to have a bunch of
once
stacks
again,
on your health.
40 health.
Ooh. Well, you know, we've got,
that is
you got the entire gold lead on Saint.
It's mostly range, and then
everybody else pretty much even.
Play from range because of his ult.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to get a lot of the value, the stat
value.
Who
is Ornn upgrading now?
Let's see it.
Oh.
Donk, donk, donk.
Giving it to...
Maybe he didn't. Maybe just
he got out of there.
I think he just built for himself on the Rift, yeah.
Bob the Builder over there has the Abyssal now, so
yeah,
can amp up some more magic damage for the squad.
True. Help out Saint even more. Vayne have any AP scan? I don't think so. Some true damage, you know. But name of the game really has been about these solo laners. Dokla with this counter pick in the top lane, a lot of resources that Team Liquid put to shut him down. He's still back in the game.
Well, luckily for you, C9 doesn't play tomorrow.
Plus the upgrade item. And Saint in particular is the lead. 2.4k gold just in the mid laner's pocket. He's been playing fantastic the whole time, and now that Dokla's reaching this kind of critical mass Vayne, it's going to be so hard for Team Liquid to punch back.
Fire just finished his clear on bot side and just TP'd over towards Baron, so clearly wants to try to focus there, and obviously wants a different summoner for the fight. His flash is back up and
have
available,
to kill
so
Vayne.
that's why he's just kind of cycling through that.
You have to find a pick on Vayne, and honestly, Ezreal might be the last priority of the carries.
Very dangerous position for them. I think it is super winnable, but you know the extra pressure because this is series point if you lose this game. And if you lose this game, you're not going to America's Cup. You're not going to first stand. Your split is done. You are done for, you know, a month or two really at this point. So much pressure on TL. This is a roster that was built to win. Going out in fourth is not what they designed it for.
It's unironically iconic if TL goes out in fourth.
The attempt around Baron last time, so LYON going to start it up this time.
Yep. Morgan's going to have to link up with the rest of the team. Completes the back. Has a teleport available, and LYON actually just back off instead, so they don't get the TP out of Team Liquid. Often when we see teams do that, they're happy to back off once that TP is used. Instead, this time they just say, nope, they have multiple members here, let's just not give them an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that is smart. You know, they were hoping that they could rush it down. They have really high damage, obviously, with this Vayne % true damage onto that Baron, shreds it. You know, Blade the Rune King or not, it doesn't matter. It's just
gold lead has pretty much stagnated.
But, you know, once you're spotted,
you now have IE on LYON, he can do damage.
Now they're looking to siege in the mid lane here. Focus on the LYON.
Oh, charm on the Quid.
But he's able to sidestep it. Quid has a flash away. Meanwhile, just as much back for some CC, but he's out of there.
Oh, LYON's dead.
Firing on it.
Yep, game. That's game. They just go down mid.
Move forward, pouncing onto Team Liquid for daring to siege their turret. They can push the mid wave. Jose Dioto's got the Mundo ultimate. Blast Cone away. Dokla continues the chase. One slow there from the Q. But even Inspired's here.
Wow.
CC immune from Jose Dioto, so he's able to dodge that one. But the smite for the slow. Inspired continues the chase because they have the wave. If they can kill the Mundo, desynced, how much more can LYON get? They're not able to find him.
Yeah, Morgan, though, here to back him up. And remember now, Vayne has no flash, so if he oversteps, he could be in a bit of trouble. Great fight there for LYON, but the question is, are they going to be able to get the Baron? The answer, very likely, yes. Jose obviously is up, but he has no flash and there's no blast cone, so no real shot of being able to steal this away. And
you got to give it to Saint.
I mean, sure, Morgan has TP,
he's
but
playing out of his
split
goddamn mind. I mean, everybody on TL, or not TL, everybody on LYON right now is playing out of their mind. Like, this is a team that can contend with C9.
Completely decimate the fight because the Ornn ultimate pushes the rest of Team Liquid away. And
this
look how they destroy the
100%
front
can.
line. Yeah, these guys are all out of it. You have to respect Ornn ult. Meanwhile, Quid is dead. Immediately deleted. Berserker over the wall. They're able to delete him. Saint is just going crazy this game, man.
Yep.
Ahri reset after Ahri reset. And that much offense allows Dokla to free tumble through these fights. You can tell he's having fun.
Yeah, and you can tell they're all on the same page because Dokla is ghosted, tumbling in onto LYON, but he's not on a solo mission. It's Saint flashing onto LYON. It's Inspired flashing onto LYON. It's all of them sending it, and they're in the fight again.
It's Dragon set up right now. The calling goes out. Flash. Actually, just
I don't know about that calling.
And it is secured by Jose Dioto.
Okay.
Smite fight in the pit.
That's fine. Get out.
Inspired
Run.
cannot steal
You are
it, so that
5K
is a
gold
third
down.
Dragon of
Get
Team
the
Liquid,
fuck
and
out.
they
You are
actually
not
look like they're
fighting
gonna
this
get
right
out.
now.
Yeah, and Morgan is in the area, was looking for a potential flank angle. TL have just not really been able to find that big engage that they're looking for to try to take over.
How are they going to find a big engage? They have a Nami, a Camille, and a Mundo, and a Galio.
Just now came through, so all
by the time they dive in, somebody dies.
On top of that, this is a massive lead.
LYON have too many threats. They can't stomp out all of these threats. As long as these champions kind of spread out and give each other enough space, they just have too many weapons for Team Liquid to attack. You can dream, though. You can hope for the Mountain Soul. It's a long ways up, and you're going to have to do a lot of work to get there, but that's what your dream is for TL.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice dream, but even if you get it,
I mean, LYON has to try and get some damage
in a game like this, where there is that Vayne who can just punch
where there is the Ornn as well. It gets flashed out of Morgan with the Call to Forge God. Because, yeah, so Team Liquid, they might not even get a chance to go for that Dragon. It looks like LYON, they're pushing hard with this Baron. They cracked the middle turret. They're now on the top turret as well. Saint takes a huge chunk right there from LYON. Still need to respect the Lucian in the late game.
You gotta try and fight this.
So LYON don't get another
Saint's
turret,
out of the
but
play.
still they have started to crack the base of Team Liquid.
Yeah, as soon as they push Saint back, the rest of LYON immediately back off. They know that TL would be looking for that Camille Galio.
It feels like one of those, you gotta try and force something, no?
LYON just playing to their win conditions so incredibly well all series long. Really cool drafting coming through.
Like, how many times are you gonna get a numbers
range top laners utilizing the counter pick like the Aurelia? And credit to Dokla. You know, not only is it the team playing around him, but it's Dokla having confidence in an elimination series against Morgan, who everyone is hyping up as this godlike top laner, to bring out these picks and to perform on them on the stage.
Dokla winning a series with a bunch of counter picks that are rarely seen and first time even, some of them in the LCS. Castle won with the Nasus when he said, "Dead asses, trust me, it's an Nasus game." Maybe teams should start trusting their top laners with these counter picks.
Maybe. Oh my god.
Top lane propaganda as just eliminated,
if
deleted.
That right there, is the summary of this fucking series.
I mean, he just kind of walked through their jungle blind and gets killed for
that
it.
is
And
dead
now
ass
this
the
could be
summary
end,
of this
This could be
series.
the end of TL here in this split.
Not the expectation that most of us had. Power ranked aggregate #1 Team Liquid. They were a best of one away from not even making playoffs. And now LYON, with these counter pick top laners with cleaner team play, are pushing them to the brink. 15 seconds for LYON to spawn. Team Liquid have 4 to defend.
Camille coming in behind.
TP play, but LYON don't need to look at it
On
necessarily.
to Vayne. Good luck. Condemned, and he's out.
Spire gets shrunk down a little bit, but Jose Deodo as well.
Quid's dead.
Quid is the target, goes into the stasis. Dokla unleashed, chasing down Morgan, who turns it back around. Big chunk out of Big Dogs.
Gone back.
And now LYON has respawned, so Quid falls, but
Charm. Bye-bye. Saint just won the game. Saint just won the fucking game. Oh my god.
The series, that's gotta be LYON overtaking Team Liquid in the organization's first run
Saint with a fucking
America.
statement.
They're starting with another win down here in the bottom lane, going to Brazil and continuing their lower bracket run.
The second you think that LYON might be able to do something, Saint slams the goddamn door shut. Immediately. Wow.
Series 3-1 in this one. They are now guaranteed to go to Brazil, whether it is first stand or
good for LYON. Good for LYON. Not their social team, but everybody else. Good job for LYON. Dokla stepped up, counterpick every single game that series. Or like counterpick top lane every single game that series. Bot lane got advantages. Nothing flashy from Berserker Isles at all. But Saint,
they said at the start of the year they built this roster to chase an LCS championship, and now they're looking like they're in the form that they could actually continue.
Like this is one of those that you just sit here and say, Inspired's like the most talked about person. He wasn't even the person that like did everything that series.
Emily, let's hear it. What does he have to say?
We'll find out. I have the victorious top laner Dokla here. So first of all, congratulations on an excellent win.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say I'm sorry for picking range top, Varus, and Vayne. Please forgive me, but I need to win.
My solo queue does not forgive you,
Yeah.
but maybe I can switch to a top laner now because I play AD carry. I did want to talk to you about this because we were kind of talking about this behind the scenes last week when you were on the AD, and I was joking after Vayne was erroneously locked in when I was going to see it out of you. It seemed to be a huge part of your prep for this week, going into TL specifically. So talk to me a little bit about that.
It wasn't that big. I mean, we just saw a good opportunity. They have like really hard champs to actually get onto me, and it's just a free scaling lane. I mean, I didn't really push my lead or like do anything, like zero risk gameplay, just farm and scale. And yeah, that's what it looks like at the end.
Overall, with a lot of these range top picks, the thing that really struck me was how confident you all were in each other. So first of all, the team being confident in you to be able to pull it off. But in team fights, you guys just looked so coordinated. So talk to me a bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, Inspired makes it really easy to just give direction on like how we're going to fight and who needs to go in and how we're going to follow up. So props to him. And everyone just played well. I think the 2-week break really helped us. We're starting to click a lot more. And I thought Team Liquid was going to be a really hard opponent. So I'm glad we were able to win and kind of cleanly. But, you know, overall, just win is nice.
Yeah, so this isn't your first time going through like a little bit of a lower bracket run like this.
Yeah.
I know, like after the break as well. So looking ahead, it's a little bit quicker of a turnaround time this time. What are you guys going to do to prepare for your next match against Sentinels?
Just enjoy the win, and then I think Sentinels will be easier than Team Liquid. We've been smashing them in scrims, so a little bit of shit talk there. But yeah, but honestly, just don't disrespect them as well, because you know, they got there. They're still top 3. So just play well, play like we did today, and I think it'll be good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Once again, we're sorry to all of your solo queue games going forward, and we'll send it back to the lounge to close out the day.
Yep.
All this time, you just had to be a range top abuser, and you could just smash.
Hey, he's been
Why didn't no one tell Doku this before?
Look, the good thing about this is, and I'll turn this down, and we'll wind down here. Again, thank you as always to everybody that comes out to these co-streams and has fun. I know Lion fans were having a good bit of fun with this one, obviously, because I was picking TL. I hope you guys had a fantastic time, and good luck against C9. I think tomorrow's going to be a blowout. We'll be here for things tomorrow, and I can talk a little bit more about Sunday in New York City tomorrow. But you got to give flowers to everybody on Lion. It's wild to say that, like, okay, like if you're looking at the individual players, obviously Isles had like the roughest series of them, but Inspired really didn't have to do much. It felt like he did his job, which was great. But Saint and Dokla with the counter picks top lane, which never gave them a lane to play through. Bot lane kept it even the entire time, and Saint was just the playmaker that entire time. Just crushed it. Like, what else do you even say? It's just like TL looked like a shell of themselves. And I say a shell of themselves because like the expectations were so high. But I mean, they've got some time off now. But like if you're TL and you're going into next split, I'm saying, okay, Morgan needs to level up pretty massively. And I don't know what the fuck is happening bot lane. But LYON went from like one of the de facto best ADCs in this league to just being irrelevant in these series. And it's wild that we're there. So that's where we're at. But I think if all goes to plan tomorrow, I think like the big thing will be Saint, Dokla, or not even Saint Dokla, Lion in general just needs to look good tomorrow. Close that series out cleanly, and I think we could be in for a fun time for that C9 series on Sunday. But that's going to be it for me. I'm going to raid. Who do I want to raid over on Twitch? Let's raid a fellow co-streamer, Legit Korea. Let's raid them.
After Los Ratones dropped out. 67%. That's crazy.
Let's raid Legit Korea. Send upset thoughts. Not happening. Not happening. Best duo in chat. Oh, I know. Which makes it even funnier. All right, raid's beginning on Twitch. I will see you all later. Have a great night. TikTok, I'm going to end this.
Opening Twitter is Gunblade Ari by chance.
Legit Korea.